जमापुर मेरी सोच इन लोगों से पहुंचे ज्यादा दूर तुझको कल का बोल पार आज में जी ले तू यार कर ले यार या तो पार क्यों करते ही फाइव स्टैक सारी बीड़ी भूल जाते नुस्ता मचाते भूल जाते घर के लफड़े जो बता नहीं पाते खर्चे रोजे बढ़ते जाते जूते नए लेने हैं पर खुद का कुछ कमा नहीं पाते मेरे पास सारे खास मेरे हाथ मेनी क्लास है माय ड्रीम्स नहीं ये नींद बस एक काम का बुखार तुझे चेंज करना कल तो फिर घिस लाला आज रो मत बीटी लेते टाइम ही ये जो देगा सब जवाब मेहनत करते रे मत रुकना नहीं तू करना मत सवाल फले मीठा पर ये सफर उससे बहुत ही लाजवाब सारे रास्ते बंद तब कर देगा वो कुछ ना कुछ कमाल फोकट वास्ते देने वाले लोग तो बहुत ही ये जरूरी ठोकर खाकर ही तू लेगा सबसे लंबी ये उछाल बस कर दे लाला झर्रे तेरे बाल स्ट्रेस को तू बाद में डाल खुश रह मिल रहा तेरे को खाने को डाल रख अच्छे विचार जाना है आखिर में कंधों पे चार टेंशन का को ले रहा सीधा भेज जिसको किधर को जमापुर कराओ टिकट सारी बीटी भेजो जमापुर कोटी पटेली देना तो भागो यहाँ से दूर और 10 लेवल पार सीधा सामने से वार सगे ऑब्जर्व कार जमापुर मगले शॉर्ट फुकट चीजों का भी जमापुर मेरी सोच इन लोगों से पहुंचे ज्यादा दूर तुझको कल का बोल पार आज में जी ले तू यार कर ले यार या तो पार 8 साल का ग्राइंड तब करा शाइन ट्रेन के खाए तके अबे फ्लाइट एवरी टाइम टूटा हुआ पीसी पहले लो दे बहुत फ्रेम्स तभी नहीं गिव अप किया ये पूरा करा मैंने गेम जितने का था मेरा पीसी अभी उतने का है हेडफोन नहीं थे नेट के पैसे इंटरनेट पे अब घर पे सबको खुशी मिल रहा नहीं चाहिए अननोन है सब सपने से बड़ा ये सब गिर गया फिर भी उठ के ट्राई करा बार बार हर बार रास्ते बनते सारे आंखें नमते मेरे लिए तब राम नाम रास्ते बनते सारे आंखें नमते मेरे करना बहुत तो खाली बच्चन फूक दे रहे सोच कल के पर आज ही सोते रहे सुनते कुछ नहीं खाली बनते बोलेंगे मैं बिजी कल करते यार आज में वाइब नहीं है मिलेंगे ऐसे सोचिए बोलने झूठ अपने आप से तू सिर्फ डर अपने बाप से बाकी दूर कर दिमाग से और करा फ्री टिकट किधर को जमापुर कराओ टिकट सारी बीटी भेजो जमापुर कोटी पटेली देना तो भागो यहाँ से दूर और 10 लेवल पार सीधा सामने से वार सगे ऑब्जर्व कार जमापुर मगले शॉर्ट फुकट चीजों का भी जमापुर वेलकम बैक सोच इन लोगों से पहुंचे ज्यादा दूर तुझको कल का बोल पार आज में जी ले तू यार कर ले यार या तो पार Welcome back to VCT Stage 1 Watch Party. We are back with the Watch Parties gang. What's up? Yellow क्यों लग रहा है इतना? हाँ, that should be good. Welcome back everyone. स्वागत है आप सभी का एक और नए लाइव स्ट्रीम में. Woo! VCT Watch Parties are back. It is stage 1 time. और ओपनिंग मैच ही कितनी डेंजर है. It is GenG versus GE fighting. और T1 versus Viral होने वाली है इसके बाद. We got crazy matchups. Crazy matchups gang. Woo! कैसे हो भाई? एकदम बढ़िया ट्रायल मेरे भाई. अभी देखना है अपने को कि कैसे खेलेंगी टीम्स, क्योंकि योरू नहीं होने वाला है. There is no Yoru. Let's see how it goes. Oh, thank you. Oh. अजबा ऐसे ही खेलते रहो. सिल्वर आज जाना है, साथ में खेलेंगे. ओए बेशरम भाई, मैं अब भी सो के उठाऊ. देखो कैसा सूजा हुआ लग रहा हूं. मैच स्टार्ट हुआ है नहीं हुआ अब तक. ओए चैट, मैं क्या उसे कहते, मेरे पैक्स खत्म हो गए ना घर पे जितने थे, तो मैंने भाई मैं पागल हो चुका हूं. मैं पागल हो चुका हूं. लेट्स बिगिन. क्लच भाई बैठे क्या डिस्कॉर्ड पे? यो पाशा, लेट्स गो. It is time. VCT Pacific. योरू क्यों नहीं है? क्योंकि योरू बहुत ज्यादा नर्फ हो गया है. He is almost dead. भाई तुम्हें मालूम योरू लिटरली है ना बहुत खराब एजेंट था, तो उसको पूरा है ना रिवर्क करा गया है, एंड उसको रिवर्क करके अभी उसको वापस पूरा डेड कर दिया है, और अभी योरू को ना कोई कॉम्प में खेल रहा है ना कोई वीसीडी में खेल रहा है, तो अभी योरू वापस डेड हो चुका है। तो पता नहीं रैट क्या करना चाहता है, बट या यस बेबी
मेरी ओबीएस चल देती है कभी कभी।
हाँ क्लच भाई, आज मैं धुरंधर 2 देखने जाने वाला हूँ, लेकिन मैंने धुरंधर 1 कंप्लीट नहीं की है। एम आई कुक्ड?
या यू आर कुक्ड।
शिट 2x में देखूंगा समझ जाएगी।
या
आधी नहीं देखी मतलब। वो धूम्स उसके आगे नहीं देखी।
मतलब ढूंढ मतलब
अरे वो डांस करते हुए आता है ना
उसके आगे।
हाँ
तो भाई तो तुम तो बहुत ही पीछे हो।
हाँ,
अब एक काम करो, तुम गिव अप कर दो।
नहीं 1.5 आवर में तो देख लूंगा ना, मतलब 3 घंटे की 2x में।
देख लो भाई देख लो।
हाँ।
로스터가 바뀌었다 쳐도 분위기를 끌어올리지 못한 것도 맞고 조금은 주춤했다.
देखो 6:45 का शो है क्लच भाई, ठीक है?
तो आपको वॉच पार्टी के साथ साथ देखनी चाहिए।
가지고 있던 단점이나 그런 실수들
एक साथ वॉच, एक साइड वॉच पार्टी, एक साइड ये।
지금처럼 좀 분위기를 가지고 갈 수만 있다면은 충분히 스테이지 1 우승은 가능하다라고 생각하고.
या तो वो वीडियो देखेंगे, रणवीर सिंह ने इस मूवी में पहले ये किया।
क्रैश कोर्स कर लो।
돌아오고 있는 것 같아가지고 이번 스테이지 1 기대해 주셔도 될 것 같아요.
키움이라는 팀이 로스터가 바뀌면서도 항상 성적이 준수해요.
मैंने धुरंधर 1 बिना देखे 2 देखी थी, पर सब कुछ समझ आ गया था। क्या बात कर रहा है?
ओए हर्ष भाई,
야 민현아, 롱싱도 우승했는데 너네를 어떡하냐?
कल रात में लास्ट गेम कौन जीता?
कल रात में लास्ट गेम फुट जीती।
फुट जी।
यार बगाई फुट ने लास्ट में 1 साइडेड भाई, एवरीवन वाज शूटिंग ब्रो।
노력하겠습니다.
여기만 보셔도 일단 저희가 팬이 제일 많습니다. 저는 뭐 기죽고 그런 거 없어요. 저희도 킥오프를 강타를 하면서 아주
अरे गेम चालू कर, ये क्या हो?
How they give a pride from Filipinos also. I know this, and then we go to international. I think that's the best goal right now. No matter which team we face, we will never respect their name value, and we will try to beat everyone.
भाई ये वॉच पार्टी की स्ट्रीम चालू हो जाती है तो ओबीएस लैग क्यों करने लग जाता है? क्लच भाई तुम्हारा भी लैग हो रहा है? क्लच भाई चले गए।
발로란트 뭐 프로 하면서도 국제대회 우승이라는 걸
챔피언스 देखो भाई, 챔피언스
노력이 좀
농심.
그래서 좀 기분이 매우 좋은 것 같아요.
We didn't really expect to be in the final, I would say, since we just changed a player. But obviously, when you're in the grand final, you want to lift the trophy. If it doesn't go into your way, then I guess you just gotta like be proud of yourself that maybe the next one will be yours.
작년까지만 해도 내온을 계속 칭찬.
इन लोग ने जर्सी चेंज की। बस जर्सी है बे।
이뤄냈었거든요 그때. 이번에 국제 무대 가서 증명도 하고 이제 그러니까.
क्लच भाई का शायद पीसी जमा हो गया।
아마 일단은 서로 이제 한국에 복귀하는 날도 그렇게 다 비슷비슷해가지고 서로 준비할 거 없이 첫 경기 때 맞붙을 것 같은데 그냥 진짜 피지컬 싸움이 되지 않을까라는 생각이 들기도 해요.
I guess the time has come. We never played them before in Pacific, so try our best. Hopefully, we get to take them down this time, I guess.
저희가 아마추어 때부터 경기를 했을 때 한국의 PRX다라는 소리를 많이 들었었는데 이제는 좀 바뀌어야 될 것 같아요. PRX가 에이펙의 농심 아닐까요?
Oh!
They trash us in Santiago, so I mean, yeah, you can say that for now, I guess. We'll let you have that title until we get our revenge.
저희가 킥오프 시작하기 전까지는 언더독 마인드가 많이 강했었잖아요. 저는 마스터스를 우승해도 아마 마인드 자체는 저희가 우승자기보단 도전자 입장으로 갈 것 같습니다.
We are done warming up in kickoff. Now for stage 1, we're going full speed.
Noman, thank you for the response, sir. Yes, sir.
그 기세를 타서 저희가 스테이지 1, 스테이지 2,
क्या हुआ भाई, क्या हुआ?
트로피까지
पता नहीं हो यार, अभी OBS अपडेट आया, मैंने गलती से अपडेट कर दिया। जस्ट अपडेट दबा दिया गलती से यार.
Noman, thank you for the response, Lala. Alright, here we go, chat. W's in the chat. G fighting in the chat. It is time for the first game of VCT Pacific Stage 1. Here we go. Woo! भाई स्टेज देखो यार. ओए लाकिया को क्या हो गया?
GenG. It's VCT Pacific
Bro.
Stage 1, Day
लग गया
1,
क्या?
and
बफ
we've
लग रहा
got
है?
Group Alpha to start the show, and we have GenG
कहाँ देख रहे हो बे?
They were on the rise in 2024, becoming
तुम
our
live
first
नहीं हो?
Masters Trophy winning team in Pacific, setting the bar
लाइव
pretty
देख रहे हो क्या?
high.
देखो.
Since then,
Live ही हो.
Khelraay, they've been really struggling to
वो लोग
just
वॉक
try
अप
to
कर
get
रहे हैं.
हाँ.
It has been a rough going.
अभी
for
ऊपर वाले
GenG
फोटो में
once
लाग गया,
again,
buff दिख रहा था.
making
अच्छा,
a
अच्छा.
change. Foxy9 rejoining the squad after so much time away. But is this
Foxy
the
खेलने वाला है,
solution,
बंदा है.
or is it going to
भाई
cause further
पता नहीं क्यों
issues?
मेरे को थोड़ा जेंजी से डर सा लग रहा है भाई.
They're going to make a change like this. They had to
लोग का बहुत
jump on
खराब
this
गया था,
immediately
kickoff.
after getting eliminated from kickoff.
Yeah, absolutely. You want maximum time. But the good thing is Foxy9's a veteran. He knows this roster. He knows these players. I'm hoping it's an easy switch back for him. And we saw just how great he was after getting benched last time. So can he do it again?
Yes, that's right. GenG's roster now is closer to a team where they
फिर
found
मेरे को लगता है जी कुछ करने वाली है इन
but
लोग
they're going to
को.
be
G
facing
fighting!
against Global
New
Esports,
kit, baby!
who dominated them back in kickoff just a couple months ago. Now, Global Esports
अपने भैया
didn't
नहीं आए?
have enough time
Frost
before
किधर है?
they got into kickoff, but they still performed really
Frost भैया
well.
नहीं
So
आए?
my question is now the day we see their final form?
भाई
time
फ्रॉस्ट
is
भाई क्यों
not
नहीं आए
an
मालूम?
excuse for Global Esports anymore. They
फ्रॉस्ट भाई इसलिए नहीं आए क्योंकि मचांड कर देते स्टेज पे, बोल देते कुछ लाकिया को, इसलिए नहीं आए. मैटर बॉय.
फिस्ट पंप नहीं
Can they
मारना
find
था.
that form because they showed amazing maps? We saw them
बीमार है,
just how
बीमार
close
है,
they were
बीमार
able to
है.
play paper reps.
बीमार है?
But ultimately,
हाँ, बीमार
they
है.
have
Oh,
to win
shit.
here. They have to get out of that
Wait,
group
what?
if they want a chance.
कोचिंग नहीं
at
करेगा.
winning.
It really feels like it all comes down to this, perhaps. Like this first match, this first day back at stage 1 could determine so much about both of these teams' futures and potential
ओए
playoff
चुड़ैला
runs.
यर्ज भाई धूप जलाओ.
Where's Frost? Oh, maybe I think he's a little bit unwell today, so he wants to make sure he doesn't spread any
Squid
germs.
Haven.
But he
Very
was wearing a
considerate.
mask in one of the videos earlier, so
Responsible.
I
Yes.
think that makes sense.
Yes.
पहिला ही
that's
map
right.
bind.
So we did have the map veto. We did see these
Arjun,
maps.
बिना योरू के
between these
कैसे
two teams
खेलेंगे?
over in kickoff, but we do have some agent changes, and it's going to be very interesting contrasting.
भाई
these two
Neon और
teams
वेले
here.
अभी
Now,
भी है,
Global
तो
Esports now
that
being
doesn't make
infamous
sense,
for
honestly.
being extremely
Next
off
patch
meta.
में
But
honestly.
GenG, it doesn't matter
हटा
who's
देना
on the
चाहिए.
roster.
You
They
should stop doing VCT because when I play with you all suck ass, bro. Like you all suck ass. So stop doing this
Bro,
VCT
honestly-
bullshit and saying things like, "Oh my God, Euro is not there anymore. How will they win?" And all this pretentious talk, so performative you guys are. Okay, stop doing this, please, for fuck's sake.
Honestly, bro, you should start doing some aim training.
Hmm.
Honestly, bro, you should just get better.
Ah, right.
This
You guys watch
match,
VCT
everything
like
that's happening today,
every
between this
month.
first match and second match is
every
going to
other
determine
month,
so much.
for
I think
hours
about
and hours
the
and hours.
pace of what's going to be
And this guy,
happening
Hush
through
Khelraay,
Group
still
Alpha.
Diamond 3.
Yeah, I mean, when it comes, I mean, everything always
Pardon?
ओए टीम सीक्रेट से उसको
falling
हटा
shy
दिया
of the
ना.
playoffs, or if you're
10-10
just
को.
barely making it over the line. But it feels like this one
अच्छा
is
player था यार वो.
so pivotal because when you look at the rest of the rest of the group here in Group Alpha, you kind of have your favorites. It's
Actually,
easy to
अभी
determine,
Jesse
okay, I
Wash
think that
खेलेगा
they beat
और जब
this
तक
team,
Jesse
they're
Wash का
able to get
बच्चा
the upper
18
hand
का
over
नहीं
this
होगा
one,
तब
they
तक वो
lose to this
खेलेगा.
squad,
और
etc.
फिर वो 18 को
This
जाएगा
is
तो
the
वो
matchup where it feels like it's the most coin flippy, where it is so close between both of these squads.
Yeah, and I mean it's tough to have
Bro,
that
Pacific
week one,
production
day one
always on
match
top.
number one. So the most
Thank you,
limited
Ashbhai,
amount of
reel
prep
post
time.
के
It's
लिए.
all
You made
about
my
who
day.
starts
Tag
strong.
कर
We have
देते.
the 8
Dhruv
select
bhai,
coming in
tag
for
बता.
Global Esports. This
कौन
is
सा
a departure
ये?
from the meta in a serious way, going back to double
Thank you so much,
initiator
Dhruv bhai, for
with
the 100.
Gekko
Hey, com
and
देखो, com
Mikhail.
देखो.
And of course, Deadlock in
Gekko!
the center role. I think on
In
theory,
this economy,
Deadlock has a lot of
bro!
stopping power
In
against
this
that
economy!
Neon, but can Crystal make it work?
What is this
This is
comp?
something that they've been workshopping and working on for a very long time. It's why I decided
Yoru!
to put on my squad as the Sentinel here for today. But GenG, I can kind of excuse this. They're doing exactly what I said I didn't want to see them do, but because it's Bind and Karen is playing the Viper, it becomes better. It becomes okay that Foxy9 is playing control.
Let it pass on Bind. And the interesting thing is they're still running that Yoru.
Udotan on Neon!
Will still be strong. It's Bind. I think the fast rotates, the TP trickery. I think he can still have a solid place in the meta here. But this will be our first look at that post-nerf Yoru. Can Zinx make it work?
Last time Gecko
I think
देखा था.
Foxy9 on a Brimstone won't be so bad. I think this is an adjustment that most players can make.
He's played some controller in the past, so it's not like he's never brought it out on stage before, but this is still a big return for him, and he needs to give it his all.
एक
Oh,
Neon के
definitely.
counter
This is
के
going to
लिए
be a
Deadlock
very
और केवल
exciting
लिया.
first map to kick off stage 1. And we're going to send it over to our casters.
Oh,
They
ये
have
Frost
Quack
bomb पे
and
भाई.
It looks like Komodo with a beard.
Yes. Oh my god. You obviously can't hear at the moment, Quack, for reasons. Do you want to explain to all the viewers why your head looks like a durian right now?
Yeah, this is my Sunday best.
ये क्या है Chad?
It's like what I have in my ward. Nah.
You stink, by the way. Are you gonna be you gonna have that on the whole cast?
No, of course not.
Yeah.
I still have to do my job. We do have a little QR code that's flashing on the screen right now, so check those out if you want to take a look at some Acer Intel products. But apart from that, all that out of the way, yeah.
No, mix नहीं खेलेंगे भाई.
Build diff. This is the
अच्छा
outcome.
डूरियन है
This is
ये
the result.
जो
I don't know
बास
how
मारता
much
है.
it's gonna help, because the thing is, I used to get tests wrong in school. I'd get whacked on the knuckles, but I was still dumb. So at the end of the day, we'll see if your build diff results do improve Quack or whether they will remain much the same. Regardless, though, we do have a big match on our hands. You can tell the crowd is getting a little bit hyped up now.
For sure. I mean, for this matchup
Let
specifically,
us go!
I mean, what were your thoughts about it?
G fighting!
Yeah, I mean, look, going into this matchup, my big thought here is that GenG were knocked out at the end of kickoff in the lower bracket by Global Esports, giving them maybe their worst result as an organization thus far. So I think this is going to be a little bit of a revenge match for a GenG that very much has underwhelmed at the start of this year for GE.
Bro.
As mentioned by Patman in the hype video there, they're wanting to go
Yo,
one
it's
step
not the
further
comp
and try
GenG
to
का.
push their way into the playoffs. And I think
लेकिन बात हाँ
here
बे
is
200
They should be
necessary to do
over,
that.
bro. They should be
This
over.
group is just so tough, man.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. I've got the durian off my head now.
Locking in. My man's locking in. Let's go. Foxy9 back in the server. I actually cornered this man in the bathroom and tried to ask him what role you're on today. Well, are you playing controller? And he was a bit shifty. He wouldn't tell me. But look, what we're seeing in the server is saying everything right now. Man will be on the Brimstone, and we're going to see how he goes with it. With GE starting out on this attacking side here. Viper Wall is across A to try to aid in a retake, and Zink's already on the move down long.
Yeah, it's going to be quite a bit of information, but at the same time, Texture playing hyper defensively inside a lamps. Ooh, slides over. Quickly able to get away. Not
trade,
quite.
nice.
A classic kill coming
But the
in
spike is at
U-Haul
B!
secured now for GE. Caron is guarding the entrance with the
ये
Sheriff,
लोगोने
and
TP
he's
कर
seen
दिया.
a lot of
Spike
players
देखो ना अपना
heading
B पे.
past into spawn.
What is this
GE
idea,
very
bro?
tricky right now, and there's just far too many
Nah.
targets for Caron to be able to
Nah,
calibrate.
this is
Does at least take
diabolical.
one with him, but this
ये
is a
गंदा है.
very awkward situation now. Spike may get caught inside of Hookah, and I do not know what's going on for GE right now.
It's a bit of a trick play, perhaps, but now everything's all done inside of this.
ये
hookah
क्या
position.
strat था?
Tough to kind of play around.
TP से
especially with
जाएंगे.
folks down.
Yeah, they're going to have to bide their time here. At least you do still have the grab net.
Recent
available.
भाईचारा वाली
Still
पोस्ट.
just
अच्छा
keep
भाईचारा वाली
down the
पोस्ट डल
angles
गई
for
है क्या?
GenG.
Oh,
Will
thank you
take
so
a
much
bit
for the
more of an active
100
approach
मेरे
here.
भाई Drew.
Yeah,
Love
marking
you,
the possible
Pasha.
flank as well. You know, it's going to be a jump and a hop into Hookah, so that's going to give away a lot of information.
Autumn creeping up on the line here. There's the grab net, which is going to kind of slow down GenG. Catches two
ये
players
पीछे
there,
से
but
एक player आ रहा है.
applying pressure from the flank
Autumn,
now.
come on.
And starting to push up bit by bit. You got 30 seconds to make everything happen, but losing Crystal is just going to make that so much more.
Oh my god भाई, overcooking round हो गया ये.
He's worried about the 50-50.
Overcooking round हो गया. ज़्यादा दिमाग लगा लिए. कोई दिक्कत की बात नहीं है.
Nice pistol win from GenG, and I mean, we had some discussions about miscommunication with some of these international rosters in the prelude trailer before this game did get kicked off, and for Global, that pistol was a little bit all over the place. The wrap into spawn side, you had one player, only the
It's
Gecko,
okay.
with the spike caught inside of Hookah, and GenG takes full advantage of it.
Like, that was the whole pivotal part of this plan, is the Gecko has to deliver the spike over, but losing that.
Frostbite नहीं है ना, इसलिए लफड़ा हो सकता है आज.
Rough. Regardless though, Global will go straight onto a save here.
Direct belong.
Lucky in the hands
Kaigi?
of Udotan. Lakia
इनको
dealing there
hurdle
with
खेलना है.
the
ओए, वो सब नहीं
Gecko
पता मेरे
throwing
को.
out a prowler for good measure.
परमिशन दे दो ना खाली.
कैसे देने की?
GenG otherwise
मेरे को
happy
नहीं
to
पता.
their eyes trained towards the singular choke point. So far, so good. You got the screen up as well.
Activities use करने की
So you
permission
can't really make it through that
मेरे
toxic
को नहीं आता
screen.
बंटा ये
Seems
सब.
ready as a little bit of
Oh
reaction,
my,
but there's
Urutan!
Urutan straight into elbow, and now with the plant going down thanks to Wingman, things are getting a little bit tricky for GenG.
Upgraded weapon as well. Yeah, I
Okay,
thought this
plant
was a
मिल गया
whole
चार
thing
डी में.
about GE playing off meta, but you know you gotta love how the Neon's coming in as well.
Urutan को
At the same
एक
time though, GenG
Guardian मिल गई है.
keeping their distance away from GE. Just watching for it. Still need to get onto the spike though. So waiting for some key pieces.
Okay,
to
hold up.
Get set across.
Gravnet नहीं है.
Tap onto the spike, bait some peeks across. But so far, so good. Yeah, just gotta stick it all the way through now.
Line up late है, line up no.
Gee,
Bro, 2 साल
break
बाद
through.
line up
They
पड़ा
tried
है
to toss
यार.
it to Dizzy, but that was it.
Yeah, the molly
Come
lineup. You had the
on.
Bosch go out onto the spike as well as the Brimstone throwing out
Hey,
his
यार,
molly
late
from
lineup
across the
पड़ा, ये
map.
round
It's a
निकाल
good
लेते थे.
attempt there
कोई
on
बात
an
नहीं,
eco
कोई
that
बात नहीं,
didn't
कोई बात
really
नहीं.
look like it was going particularly well for GE. They got stopped behind the Viper wall, but Urutan finding a little bit of space to be able to get that entry into elbow. This was the kill that created a little bit more space. And then from there, able to throw out the Wingman onto the site and get yourself into a post plant, which honestly was quite winnable.
Yeah, I mean, there was a slight chance, but GenG still, you know, in control.
KO knife onto bathroom side.
Hold short first. They're dead
GE.
You can hold from far. Yeah, I'm holding far.
Working their way up here.
Come on, Yoru. 8-8, Yoru.
There's a swing for
Arey
GenG.
yaar.
Nicely navigated in the bonus already, starting off very well, getting themselves a
भाई
one-man advantage.
bonus
You're
में
not too
disadvantage
sad
आ
to be
गया.
losing the Neon there in exchange for a Gecko as well as the opposing Neon. That is the solo entry that GE do have on offer to them. So it is going to slow them down a lot in this round. They're going to have to look for some dry contact and some aim duels.
Yeah, Frost's not going to be happy about that. This is now bonus on the cards for GenG.
जी भाई. बस Frost नहीं चिल्लाने के लिए तो ये लोग है ना. मेरे को लग रहा है गान करने वाले
Better than
chat.
nothing. Prowler clears out the middle of the map though for GenG, so they're feeling quite safe on this B side of the map for now.
जी का पिक है बे बोनस हार रहे
Smoking
इसके.
down as well. Added pressure to GE as the timer continues to tick down.
ठीक है डिफेंसिव मैप है.
Out onto the A site. It's a perfect timing for Zinx to go 1-for-1. Autumn is by himself though, so going to drop the Sky Smoke just to be able to create a little bit more space to try to get into an after plant.
So far, so good.
ये दीवार देखो. Oh my god, he can't go back. No, this is bad.
Now.
Okay, nice.
GenG tries
Wow.
to close in the distance,
2v1.
but it's not
Good
quite
molly.
there. So unfortunately, weapon's not working out. GE able to hold up around the little points, up around the positions on this site.
I mean, you cooked here as Lakia.
ओए
Not much
क्लच
he
भाई
can do.
गायब हो गई. क्लच भाई कहाँ
Trying to
गए?
break through a brick wall despite the fact that Autumn is very low here. I think that GE have been able to secure themselves around. It was a nice start, honestly, for GenG. Lakia
net
wrapping
चले
back
गया
around. He
बेचारे
wants
का
to try to
यार.
keep this one expensive. I don't think he's even got time to defuse the spike though.
Probably not. Oh no, but taking down Crystal.
ओए 1v1. No time दो, no time. कितना महंगा राउंड हुआ है. कितना महंगा राउंड हुआ है भाई.
Autumn. 3k from him on the brim will secure himself an
Gamer XD thank you for the 100 rupees. हर्ष भाई मैं आपको नहीं जानता but क्या आप CID में लाश का रोल
That's
करोगे?
almost as bad though. They've lost almost every single weapon. Autumn's
What the
got
hell
no
is
armor
this?
coming out of that round, so
hell?
you really couldn't have
क्या
got much
wide
more
swing किया है
expensive in a
Zinx ने
round
भाई?
that you won.
Thank you for the 100 rupees. Gamer XD you freaking idiot.
Just kind of keeping things tight. I'll kind of allow them to continue forward.
मैं लाश का रोल नहीं लेकिन एक खूनी का रोल जरूर कर सकता हूँ.
Let's go.
Sights.
Looks like a quicker one this time from GE. Gravnet may be comboed on in here with the orbital if it does connect. Lakia, does he get sat down by the Gravnet that flies up in towards Garden? No, but the KO knife will confirm his presence and Urutan securing control of Garden for now.
GenG though. Quite prepared for whatever hit might come. You've got Zinx closer up towards A short as well.
They're waiting with the key pieces of utility, ready to react off of anything that GE throws at them. And that's why you see that singular flash with the disengage from GE. They're trying to bait out
nice
down
one!
utility. Zinx punished for the peek onto short though.
Okay, अब ये जा
It's a
रहे.
big pick for GE.
And you can already see the rotations coming across as well. Meanwhile, GenG still potentially worried.
GenG rotate नहीं कर रही. GenG ऐसा rotate करती ही नहीं है.
This might be a tough round coming ahead unless Foxy9 is able to do as he used to. Of course, on different roles now.
Got to do something special here. Vandal in hand, which is going to really kind of hamper his ability to be able to spam through the smokes. There's
Wow,
the aggression.
Crystal,
over on
well
Luca's side.
freaking played,
They
bro.
get caught by Crystal here, and that's another nice pick for GE as they secured a spike plant courtesy of the wingman yet again. That will give the thrash over to
जेंजी को
Batman.
पनिश किया है भाई, वो लोग हर जगह आगे जाने का ट्राई किए.
Control of the situation for GE. They're
Crazy reads, crazy reads. What a round.
Setting down the barrier as well. Just another obstacle for GenG in the retake.
It's so hard to retake into deadlock. They might just save.
man.
Yeah,
Wow.
they can't go for this. I mean, you've got
W
orbital and a
round
thrash.
in the chat.
There is absolutely no way you're getting in
Thank
there,
you.
even if GE is missing their money lineups.
Hey, they got the grab net in. Not to mention, if Crystal does get a kill, it's also up to his ult.
Yeah. So GenG opting to just fall away for now. Look to try to play their way into round number 5 here. And GE was a very strugglesome round, you have to say, in round number 3. And then round 4,
Singularity Vandal या Blackthorn? Blackthorn.
Honestly, they have recovered their economy in a big way. And they haven't had to burn through any of these
Hiroshi,
big
thank you
ults
for
as
the
they
40
continue to this half. So
rupees.
this attack is looking scarier and scarier for them.
Despite the rocky start. So all things considered, I mean, this is what the whole thing was about. You know, you're
Thank you so much,
coming off
Hiroshi.
the, slight break from kickoff. You cooked up this, you know, what Morgan was saying on the desk, like slow cooking this composition. This has been in the works for quite some time.
Yeah, Frost is stirring away. Along with, by the way, 4 total coaches for GE. So, look, if you can't come up with new comps, someone's probably not doing very much work over there, to be fair. Out comes
Okay,
the thrash
hookah पे
straight
ult आया.
through the TP, or actually straight
Long
from
ये लोग
outside.
molly खेल
This
रहे हैं.
could be a quicker one here for GE.
3 जन B पे. They're still
Oh,
pushing
same
it.
time, Texture's
No.
just prepared for it.
ज़्यादा
Three
फोर्स
on
कर
Stewart
दिए भाई,
through.
ज़्यादा फोर्स कर
Still
दिए.
though, considering that some of the players are on the sheriffs, this is not just
Okay,
done
nice,
yet.
Crystal. Come on,
Crystal's
one more,
still
one more.
fighting alongside the rest of GE.
नहीं, ult हक दिया.
Ult's coming in.
Yeah, Annihilation doesn't connect on anybody. GE have to slow this one down. Wall
Shit,
goes up,
babe.
Sky Smoke's invested. Lots of GenG players ready to be able to
Fine,
defend
लग गए
this
round
big
के.
site. Pivot through the TP does come out from GE, but Zinx is lying in wait.
Off angle. He's got the gate crash prepped up as well, but no, he's just farming the orbs.
It's playing Farming Simulator, man.
Okay,
Crystal's
okay.
in his tractor. He's picked up multiple orbs here, moving his way towards a next Annihilation. The first one completely whiffed, but big hopes for the next one.
Let's see if these seeds will yield them any fruit. No smokes on the site, though. It's going to be a bit worrisome, but Zinx is giving his best.
हट बे यार.
We get a trade
अबे
as
यार वो
well.
अब
Now
तक छोड़ा नहीं है बेशरम.
to site. Karen's just ever so carefully around the corners. If he can actually take a shot, but nah, it doesn't have line of
उसने
sight.
साउंड दिया शायद.
They plant onto Wingman. GenG now organizing themselves for the retake.
But
Remember,
ठीक है.
there is still an orbital in play here.
गेको
for
कहाँ जा रहा है बेशरम?
So useful in the post plant situation, but he's also
ऑटम का अल्ट है लेकिन वो स्टक है ब्रो. Nah.
Unfortunately, he's gonna get taken out real quick, and it's all just.
अब
down
ये
to
कल
Pat.
तक आएगा
Doesn't
पीक
have
करने.
much to work with.
हाँ!
Two shots.
हाँ!
That might be enough.
Not
3
planning for it.
so far, and he's got to push up front. Karen looking for the
No
wide
way!
swing. Pat
Oh
is still in the driver's seat.
That is fantastic for a man who only had 1 kill going into that round. Big play for GE. He was
Oh,
making so
shit!
many big plays over in kickoff.
Oh
Another
shit.
heroic performance from Patman. Back on the initiator role,
What
one
a
which he
round!
wasn't really able to play too much. That is a huge opener for Texture. But another round where
We
GenG,
are back!
they start out with a man advantage or they find the opening tool that they were looking for and then they
वाह
can't close it.
कसम बनता है.
Just makes things so
Why sub?
a little bit
क्या
awkward
मारा
for
हाँ ना
the
बनता है.
buys as well. I mean, so far still able to
उसने
come up
क्या
with
ही
another
मारा
for this
यार.
round, but clearly you can start to see why G has picked this composition too.
ओके ओके जी को ये राउंड जीतना है तो एडवांटेज अच्छा आएगा भाई.
It's looking a little bit worrisome.
उन
Very
लोग
much
थ्रो
a
नहीं
deep
किए बे
bomb
उसका
approach, though.
तुक्का लग
GE
गया
are
एक
not
वाले
in a
पे.
rush to be going anywhere too quickly here. So want to work the map. They've got plenty of utility to be able to do so. This composition allows you to be so flexible,
Right.
taking map control.
Isn't that the thing about the double initiators?
Of course, yeah. I mean,
Congrats
there's a
TDM भाई.
although there is a longer cooldown now, you can't throw all these pieces of util out every couple of seconds. But if you can pick yourself up a Dizzy, that's going to help you kind of work Garden. The thing is, like, you've seen these kind of agents on this map for a long time. Although this is a creative comp for this current meta, we've seen Deadlock on this map. We've seen KO
SPG.
Gecko on this map back in the day. Good pick from Lakia. Does shut down the Outlaw early on there. Over on the other side of the map, though, Crystal's done very well to punish Texture. Just going to put a little bit more pressure on GenG's rotations here.
Yeah, quick through the teleporter. And that's why he was up in this position this whole time. And I think we just saw a similar thing happening in the previous round. Now it's Foxy9 alone on this site. He's gonna get burnt.
Oh my god, kaisa bacha ye? Come on, Batman, come on.
Able to play, but the Barra Mash just makes it so tough.
Nice trade,
That's
bhai.
the thing about the deadlock again. And then you got Autumn watching the flank, able to kind of hold things off even as the flash comes through. There's no hope for GenG in this coming round anymore.
It's just another retake they haven't been able to convert, unfortunately, and some of that has been down to deadlock utility, but some of that has been down to
अभी जी का
not
GenG का
necessarily
eco
being able
आएगा.
to clean up Patman.
Attack में lead maintain रखी ना भाई तो GG है.
Consolation frag will gift him the nightfall, but that's where the good news ends for GenG. This defense has been a disaster.
Are you busty plays?
Yeah, constantly just trying to.
Why did they take Yoru throwing? क्या बता? मैंने ध्यान ही नहीं दिया वो कैसा खेल रहा है उस पे. अभी उसका ult आया.
Wouldn't be surprised to see a timeout. Feels like this overdrive is just rotting on texture. Will have to be burnt coming into this round. It will be one of these rounds where it should be a half buy. And overdrive is a very, very big ult to be able to win you some of those kind of rounds.
I mean, as long as Crystal's still alive, and he's still good, hasn't used his utility that much. I mean, into the post plants.
I mean,
he just can't overdrive.
He had his grab net, you know? He still had his grab net at the end of that round. They're not even needing a lot of this utility.
Innocent Ecom का counter on bind with TP is जाके kill मले वहाँ rush करो.
He was the lurker. In a bit of a, you know, 3-1-1.
भाई इन लोग का कॉम बहुत डेंजर लग रहा है लेकिन मेरे को जी का बहुत ज्यादा डेंजर कॉम है.
Finding a gap in the rotations.
कितने पोस्ट प्लांट यूटिल्स है ना खत्म ही नहीं होंगे.
Cold as. I mean, it's pretty cold in Russia, so makes sense.
He's comfortable with it.
Time for GenG to come up with something because honestly, this has been a bit of a woeful defense after the first two rounds. Been a couple of rounds
भाई की स्ट्रीम को क्या हुआ? उनका इंटरनेट चले गया भाई.
To the retake and convert it. Big momentum stopper, that Patman clutch, and it hasn't really felt like they've had much of an answer in this game so far.
Oh my god!
It's just kind of weighing in the back of their
That's why का इंटरनेट 5-6 घंटे बाद आएगा.
Coming into this one, you're starting off this way. The rest of the group.
भाई क्लच भाई को यार एयरटेल चेंज कर देना चाहिए.
This is the group of death, but I mean, you heard it from Texture in the interview. You can
एयरटेल चेंज कर देना चाहिए क्लच भाई को.
That gives you a lot of time to prep and come into this particular stage. If you don't do well, especially with a 6-man roster and mixing
भाई ने PCVC बना लिया, लेकिन इंटरनेट नहीं अच्छा चल रहा अभी.
At this point. The knife out towards U-Haul. Crystal once again on the line, well aware that there'll be light armor on offer. Udatan ready to pick up the pace into U-Haul now.
इंजन है बैक साइड पे.
The whole team's here to play. At the same time, just keeping an eye on that deadlock as well. Texture gonna give it an
क्या कर रहा था Texture?
Shut down.
बिठा दिया भाई Texture को.
Connects on a lot of players.
Oh my god, no. Oh my, nice, thank god.
To work, but GE holding the 9 nicely, just all posted on that U-Haul entrance, and it feels like fish in a barrel trying to force their way through that choke point. GenG just get
Texture देखा क्या करने गया भाई.
And GE, I mean, it's just a very patient approach from them. They haven't even forced the spike plant yet. They're just waiting for GenG to overheat, and time again, GenG are overheating.
It's just so uncomfortable. You never know when that needle's gonna drop. You see players starting to post
Call
up
clutch
around
at your
the
place.
site.
Clutch भाई आते मैच खत्म हो जाएगी bro. दोनों मैप्स खत्म हो जाएंगे.
You feel like you need to go. You hear the taps coming in, but
bro.
There's just no chance.
Yeah, Foxy9. Gonna be a very long save for this man. He'd love a kill. If you get a kill and die, that's your orbital on offer. And with a lot of ults in play on the other side, you don't really care if the other team's getting a few for themselves. Crystal spotting him out. Grabnet will connect, but are you just beckoning him into the arms of the shotgun here? It seems like Crystal is well aware. He is not interested in what Foxy9 is selling.
They're going together though.
Oh my.
Next door.
Nicely done.
Game बजा बेचारे का रे.
Autumn a little bit better with the on-the-fly mollies than the molly lineup so far. That's maybe what happens when you put a primary duelist onto Brimstone.
भाई 3 ults आ गए अभी. बिठा दिया यार इसको बेचारे को.
The overdrive that was sitting there for 2 or 3 rounds. He runs into U-Haul, gets his head blown off. That was the end of that.
Yeah, we're just gonna write this one off. I mean, half buy coming in. It is what it is. But now you look to the next round where hopefully that timeout has done some work.
They are enjoying, Chad. Let's
I'm
go.
hoping so, because, I mean, even from the player comms, GE are laughing like a couple of schoolgirls right now. It is going a little bit too easy for them on this game of Bind. Quicker pace in towards bathrooms.
लड़के नहीं हंसते क्या स्कूल के?
Oh, and there's
Oh
gonna
my,
be a
what an
pressure.
entry, bhai.
The Nightfall, quick response, but Annihilation out from Crystal.
What?
Well,
Jinx
not
to
connected.
mara.
You got the shots in at the very
वो
end.
Crystal
And the
को भी
rest
मार
of the
दिया.
team trying to pick up the pace or rescue their teammates. They're walking into the crosshairs. Lakia is laughing away. The rest of the team arriving soon enough.
Nice.
Seas and relay bolt giving
अबे
some
flank भी आ
problems
गया.
for GE.
Bro, ये
and
क्या
then
round
crunched
निकाला
by
Zinx
Karen from
ने?
the other side. Great team play for GenG. First time you've seen much of
Oh
an
my
active approach
God.
into GE, and you get the bathrooms crunch in response there from GenG. Works out a treat.
भाई ये player है.
If
Zinx
not for
player
that
है
Nightfall,
बनता है.
Not for, you know, GenG maybe taking some control over V Long. Wouldn't have allowed them to
सबको
respond.
उसी ने मारा.
Did quite nicely. A lot of pressure on Zinx. Trades Foxy9 quite well,
True.
and even though he
Calm
eats
and
the
composed.
annihilation, there's more than enough players in response from GenG to close that round out. Utility well used there to put the press on. Finally, GE with a round that causes them a little bit more trouble this time. They're not going to opt for another pace change. Haunt will secure the bathrooms line here for Texture, though.
You would think SG you're somewhat wise to it, so trying to avoid some of these potential op lines for now.
GenG have got some great ults in play here, though. I mean, the dimensional drift into something like an orbital could be fantastic for a retake. Prowler did come out on long there, and Lakia not spotting out any players, but I do believe it's going to be a thrash play straight through Hookah into a B execute.
Just up around the corner. Prowler back in again, so it's additional information for GenG, but so far so good.
Oh my God, he got
to
cooked.
hold
Nice
things
trade.
off, but at the same time,
nice.
Yohan pushes up overdrive ready.
क्या गाय लाकिया ने भाई?
Everyone else down. GenG. Now for the retake.
Oh
Foxy,
my
unfortunately,
God.
not able to
Good
hold much
trades, good
in
entry,
tandem.
insane
Karen
भाई.
creeping up on the line should have a little bit of space here on elbow, but outside of that, that's where the good news really ends for GenG. This is going to be an impossible retake.
Rakia of Valorant.
You just hope for Killer 2 before we start to go. Oh, and the second Thrash gets sent in as well. Texture
Nice shot.
walking with some kills at the same time, and then it's Karen up from behind. Oh, GenG make it
How
work.
did we
He
lose
gets
this?
given a freebie there coming out of elbow.
How did
And
we?
then some massive shots connected from a player who's been pretty quiet thus far in this game. Really big
कैसे
step
आ रही है
up
round?
from Caron. In the clutch, it's two of GenG's most veteran players that have lifted trophies together, able to put the pieces together at the last minute. And honestly, I was a little critical of GenG throwing away a massive advantage in a retake there. I mean, that is a post-plant that
No
you
way.
should not be having any issues closing.
Ay, peak
So it's
throw
got them very fired
gameplay.
up, and you get an immediate timeout. This is where you're getting a
Oh my
slap on the
God.
wrist from
ये
Coach
GenG
Frost, I'd
timeout है.
imagine.
नहीं G टाइम आउट है बे. अरे
Yep,
फ्रॉस्ट
there
भाई
it is.
है. भर जाएगा
We're
ना.
4 on 2, guys.
एक करके पीक लिए यार.
Still, yeah, pretty much. It's okay. We don't have to get too critical about it, but
यार लेकिन वो फ्लो में घंटा समझा रहेगा उनको यार कि वो लोग
See,
एक पिक कर रहे हैं.
If GenG have been able to forge themselves a little bit of momentum,
Nah, that was a
and
bad
2
throw,
rounds
bro.
in a row that they have been
That was a
able to
bad
convert,
throw. Call करो अभी खाना खा
we
रहा
have
हूँ.
the
आराम से
dimensional
कॉल
drift
करेंगे.
still ready to go. Not a tool that they've had to use. Pit is still on offer for Caron.
अरे
Can
माँ
mix them.
सावी भाई के फैन फॉलोइंग
You
है.
have Harvey's family in the audience
Filipino
today.
pride.
They'd love him to get a W.
अयो.
not to mention Crystal's birthday as well.
Oh, it's Crystal's birthday.
Crystal का
That's
birthday
true.
पाशा.
Love to get a win for the birthday boy. I believe that's. I mean, Seth said something about expecting Crystal to pick Sentinel for his build diff team, but I'm pretty sure it's just a birthday buff. What's the reasoning behind that?
Take elbow. Maybe take elbow. Give it a spike up.
Are you flashing this?
Yeah, flashes. We net with the flash.
It's going to be a quicker play towards B here. Get the grab net straight up
That's gonna land with a
in
bit.
towards Garden.
That's just going to give them a lot of control. Launching pad into the site. GenG, though, just trying to set up the crossfires needed.
You have the pit there for Caron if he wants to use it reactively.
Oh, he's going to kind of slink back towards the
Bro क्या
site.
smokes डाला है. Oh my Udo, Tan is too good today.
Oh no, that's
Wow,
where unfortunately
Karan को
everyone
spam
starts
कर
to get
दिया.
shot down. The Caterpillar
ये
smoke
क्या
on the
spam? ये
site
क्या smokes है?
actually working out.
Yeah, not doing too badly. Zeke's
क्या
trying to fight
smokes
his
है?
way out of it, wriggle out of a bad
Wow.
situation, but Patman denying it. Overheat a little bit there.
Bro
from
ये
Unitar.
क्या था?
In towards elbow. But when you're up 5 on 2, confirming that the two players are coming in from spawn side on the retake, it's really not going to matter too
उड़ोता ने
much.
क्या
Another
confident
successful
entry ली है
execute
भाई.
pulled off by GE.
या तो उड़ान बहुत अच्छा खेल रहा है या लाखी आग रहा है.
They immediately reply with a really nice B take.
A whole, just practicing some lineups. He actually got that one.
आज ये मैं नहीं देख पाऊंगा मैं आज पिक्चर में रहूंगा.
No better time, right? To practice than in the official.
But आज मैं तुम्हारा फेवरेट पिक्चर देखने जा रहा हूँ.
The most important game of the group for you, because last time around, this was the lower break, make or break game in kickoff, and it took all 24 rounds of regulation on every single map. It couldn't have been closer, and something tells me we might be in for exactly the same today.
It's a real good chance because of the upcoming maps as well, but for this one, you would expect GE to have their way with things.
Lovely counter spam there. Onto Khelraay inside of the site after denying the windman plant. He loses his life for it. Now prepping once again a bit of a faster A execute. Texture with the
अभी lag नहीं हो रहा चैट, अभी lag नहीं हो रहा.
And he will be right up in the face of this play.
भाई ये जब वॉच पार्टी होती है ना तब तक लैग होता है.
He's getting hit by everything.
Not going to go off in time though, but does give
Wow.
so much space back in again. But oh, Foxy9 off of the classic, and now GE.
Oh. With some good shots.
GenG have him completely surrounded.
Well, see if he's able to put together another 4K 1v something. They're just going to swing him together. Not even needed. There's Texture, a big round from him on the Neon. It's been an agent that he picked up a while ago, and he's really gone strength to strength. Once upon a time, a little bit critical of his agent pool as a duelist, but Neon has become a staple for this man. You saw it on Haven all the time for GenG, causing havoc on it over in Toronto. So he's combination with some chip-ins from the rest of the boys. Nice right click from Foxy9. Zinx using his only flash to come out of the teleporter. Something that they highlighted on the analyst desk. Yoru might be nerfed, but the team is back.
That's why this whole map kind of works.
Autumn के पास ulti है ये round, so they can play a good post plan. Half होने वाला है. Let's make it 7-5.
A bit of a jump spot from Udatan, just trying to tell what the setup is, using the Neon movement to gain free information. Does at least bait out a Molotov in response from GenG.
Take की कोशिश.
Make things a little bit more workable. At the same time, though, Zinx
burned through both of his gate crashes. That's his second one. Remember that the duration of those is greatly reduced, so he has to choose whether he wants to stick around on this angle or bail out right now. And it does seem like he's going to back himself.
Ooh.
Nice tag from Texture to start things off.
hurt Crystal quite a bit.
Nice Crystal! He still gets one!
Then it's go time for GenG onto this A site. Foxy9 trying to post up front, but
Hide कर दिया Autumn ने.
Karan
का position बहुत अच्छा है, no way!
Hopefully the spike will get planted soon enough. It's just to bait out the positions.
Nice. मेरे को लगा दो मार देगा Karan.
Got good patience from Khelraay there. You thought he was on for another one of his vintage multi-frags. Knife has confirmed the position of Lakia. Up goes the one-way, so this is a very low percentage retake.
Otherwise, not much else.
7-5 half. W's in the chat. वो भी attack में. That's big W, bro. That's big W.
Can't even get out of the one-way.
We're winning this shit, bro.
Okay. Oh, we'll give Lakia his flowers a little bit. You know, he is the Lakia
of Valorant.
Still getting spotted though.
Lakia! Oh, yeah.
Control. Lakia still not backing
Lakia
down.
of
Hang on a
Valorant.
second. Nah. Autumn out from behind, and with this, at least G does secure a bit of a lead going into the second half.
Yeah, they've done very well on the attacking side there. I mean, given the fact
ये Brimstone को 3 smoke क्यों है? Nerf करो इसको.
सही तो है भाई.
ये तीनों smoke सबसे ज़्यादा रहते हैं गेम में. Nerf करो. इसका मॉली भी सबसे ज़्यादा रहता है गेम में. ये overpowered है. मैं नहीं मानता.
कौन सी मूवी देखने जा रहा है भाई तू?
तुम्हारी favorite यार.
धुरंधर.
of some older
Yes.
items, some
bro.
older metas being tried to put into place
fun,
now
bro.
that, you know, you are seeing double duelists kind of fall to the wayside a little bit more.
Yeah, it's kind of like taking a piece of everything. I mean, you do have the deadlock as you mentioned, but don't forget the
Viper
Brim as
को
well.
nerf
There's so
करो.
much
ओए
that they can play around
बेशरम.
in those post plants. I would have
Recharge
liked
नहीं
to
होता
see,
ना
you know,
उसका
a
smoke.
stronger, finish
Good
from this
point.
first
Good
half.
point.
Yeah, I think, look, GE
क्या कर
they
रही है
got a lot of
दीदी?
value out of those prepared
तुम
executes.
जो सारी
See
रील्स
the
2x
GenG
पे
fans in the
देखते हो
crowd
तुम
though.
4 घंटे की मूवी देख
Autumn's done
पाओगे?
quite well on the
हाँ.
Brimstone there. It was definitely an effort by committee though, by GE. I think everybody kind of
इसलिए
stepping
मैं
up and
मूवी
having their
थिएटर में ही
moments.
देखता हूँ.
GenG, it felt like a bit of a shakier first half from them, honestly. I think you saw a
little
couple of whiff shots, a couple of angels that you would have
और
expected
तुम्हें
some of
मालूम
these
बोल
players
रहा
to win that were
6:30 का शो है और मैंने पहली पूरी नहीं देखी.
off might be a thing for them.
Everyone's just kind of getting used to being
Netflix
back
पे आ
here.
गई है.
हाँ वही 2x में देखूंगा अभी.
After quite a bit off, but at the same time, I think after the little timeout, Texture back on the op, things came back in a little
बहुत
bit.
खराब हूँ यार
Now
मैं.
he's on the attacking side, so he's going to be running it down hand in hand with Zinx.
Alright
That
chat.
does go for
अगर
GenG.
GenG ये पिछला राउंड जीती है तो उन लोग 7 ऑल कर देंगे easily.
Early on here.
So
Very
let's hope.
centralized setup for GE, ready to crunch
GE
the middle
wins
of the
this
map
round.
through the TP if needed, but GenG are walking their way towards bathrooms for now. It is a very default approach, just trying to catch any aggression early on.
Chat by the way, तुम लोग को पता होगा मैंने कुछ पैक्स खोले थे और मेरे को बहुत सारे कार्ड्स मिले थे उसमें और उस पे मैंने अपने ऑयली हाथ लगा दिया अभी बट इसकी कुछ वैल्यू नहीं है फिलहाल तो
Very standoff approach. GE well aware that there could be a short setup.
मेरे को बहुत सारे कार्ड्स मैंने खोले थे ठीक है ना बहुत सारे
GenG going to organize themselves to retake short.
तो कल रात मैंने
flash to burst through this smoke. They're not going to have one for the later part of the round. In fact, they're just going to wait for it to elapse and try contact approach instead.
Yeah, that's what it comes down to. Feels like an
12 पैक्स और मंगा लिए और एक और बड़ा 10 मंगाया है.
And they're still trying to poke and prod, take what they can find. A little bit of a flash getting sent across in now. And you start to see
एक नंबर कार्ड मिल जाए मेरे को एक नंबर कार.
Can't force your way through that one as GenG. You still have the relay bowl.
नंबर कार के at least 500,000 रुपए तो होते हैं.
So if you get the pivot back to B here from GenG, it's going to be very hard to make that work. But they seem singularly focused on taking this A site one way or another.
And sometimes watching the flank a little bit as well. It's out to 20 seconds, Pilsky. I'm getting nervous. Pat's starting to creep up front.
Oh, nice
Autumn's
one.
done pretty good job at holding the off angle.
Oh, flank भी आ गया Batman fast slash. Let's go bro.
10 seconds
Nice.
left and you're still trying to get the spike down. It's not happening, guys. Javi
How we
has gone away with triple kill at the end.
Yeah, GenG
How we
just getting stalled out by
gamer.
Brim Smokes for the majority of that round. It felt like they gave a lot of respect to that. And I think that comes down to
How
what the
we
comp is at this
gamer.
point. Back in the day, if you had multiple blindsides, you could try to burst your way through smokes a little easier. To be fair, he probably wouldn't have had 2 on the pistol anyway. But with this kind of comp, what you want to see in response to those smokes is just prowler or blindside your way through the
पहली वाली
smoke,
देख से
burst
देखो,
out
अरे
with the
देख लूंगा मैं,
neon
कोई
and take
नहीं.
things a little bit quicker. But it was very tentative for GenG, and maybe that's respect to the double init util, or maybe that's respect to the deadlock.
अभी ये इको नहीं.
Feeling
Oh
things
my
out as
god.
always the initial opening rounds, but for this one, you're not expecting these lineups that Javi has.
Good
now
flash.
fully equipped,
Nice.
pushing on through. The rest of the team
What a
stick through,
crunch.
teleporter crunch.
What a crunch.
Yeah, it looks really nice for GE, doesn't it? Fighting all together in response to the bathrooms take from GenG. I think early on, though, for GenG, that's going to be something that they can keep in mind. I think you'd rather get bathrooms crunched and destroyed on an anti-eco than you would in an important
2x में भी 2 घंटा लगेगा. अरे मैंने आधी देखी है.
Can be well aware that GE may be playing some garden setups towards B and that they're going to be playing around the TPs. And I think you probably would have seen something similar in the pistol if the approach was through the middle of the map up on A. Because you had GE take that
खाना
short
रख के आता
control,
हूँ
and
मैं.
that's going to allow
2
them to
लिमिट
actually
ठीक है.
pivot TP towards that A side of the map if the hookah take comes out.
वो है.
So very clear to me
Bonus
early
round
on
है
at
GE
least
का.
that GE wants to be aggressive. They want to play on the front foot. And once again, you're seeing them very close up on short here. I love this on the bonus.
As long as it still keeps working. Try to take things away from GenG, but now fully blinded. Not quite able to play around it as well. Still got the smoke to back into, though. And that's going to be Autumn now going down.
Very chaotic. Great reactive utility from GenG there. The C's, the relay bolt. They're really responding to all of GE's aggression in kind. Now you get the pivot back through bathroom side. Patman trying to find a little bit of a timing here. The B site is fully enforced with deadlock util for now. But Patman's definitely the player to keep your eye on.
Yeah. I mean, if this doesn't work out for him, it's going to weaken the positioning on the front, but still, he walks away with 3! Dizzy out and looking for the quad as well.
What? We're winning a bonus!
Doesn't mind, pays no heed to it. 1v2 now.
And Crystal getting active in the middle of the map now over on market side.
Bro!
Zappy very low on HP. Gravnet is still in play. Could be the piece of utility that secures this round, but Karen's reading this quite well for now.
Or is he? Crystal.
I mean, this is a crazy off angle. There's no way.
Oh,
Bro!
You just wouldn't think
Bonus निकाल लिए 5
No, he's done very well. And again,
Just
this is
rewatch
what
the
I'm
round,
saying,
रुको
like,
दिखाएंगे ना.
GE are just very active in the front part of the map. They are not sitting back on the sides. They're not trusting, okay, I have a deadlock.
They
like,
pushed up a shot.
They're being active through the TPs.
और shower, oh my god, what?
Hyper aggressive in the
GenG
crunch.
पूरा round
To be fair,
a
doesn't
shot
work
पे ही
out. It's really another hero multi-frag from Patman that keeps them in a round
Wow.
like that.
That's
Wow.
what you gotta love to see as well. I mean, we do have a little bit of an
A shot push, shower push हुआ है.
This KO, that's some
Nah, bro, GenG क्या pace दिखा रही है मतलब बे? I mean G.
Very active. Still, site is
as well.
देखो early round a shot push हुआ है. Oh my god.
Try to take things away from
Fully blind.
GenG, but now
Fully
fully
blind.
blinded. Not quite able to play around it as well. Still got the smoke to back into though. And that's gonna be
Bro, disadvantage था बे और Zawi 1 HP था.
going down.
They're really back through.
तो ये लोग इतना होल्ड किए कि शावर वाला फ्लैंक आ गया. Nah, that's diabolical for GenG.
With the KO on this map, and if you haven't played against it recently, those are the kind of things that could definitely catch you off guard as a GenG trying to make this attacking side work, which so far it hasn't.
पहला वाला
Outside
हाफ
of a
में क्यों छोड़
pistol
दिया?
and maybe
क्योंकि
one or
रात में
two
लगाया था
pretty
1
big
बजे
rounds from
और
GenG,
3-4
it
बज
just
गए.
feels
नींद आ
like
रही थी
they've
बहुत
been
ज्यादा.
mere
सुबह
passengers
उठना
in
था.
this game of Bind.
That's the thing. I mean, G has the ability to play a little
कुछ
bit
तो
further
काम
up
था
front
सुबह
on
में
the
इसलिए.
defense. They still have options towards the latter half of the rounds because of the double initiator and everything else. And the players now having that much more synergy to come in with it as well. You see another flash back in for Showers control.
Yeah, it does get Crystal on that deep line with the Outlaw. 5 sets of light armor. It's a Stinger light armor buy for GenG. Orb does go up trying to obscure the information over on this B side of the map, but even if the
GenG अब धीरे-धीरे सेन जैसा बनता जा रहा है.
through the TP,
अबे
up the site now.
GenG बुरा नहीं खेल रहा है. Okay, GenG ठीक खेल रहा है. GenG जैसा ही. GenG का घी खत्म हो गया है. GenG धीरे-धीरे उठेगी. धीरे-धीरे हाथ गर्म होने के बाद. लेकिन G बहुत अच्छा खेल रही है.
How does GE approach this retake? I thought that they were going to crunch through the TP, but they're actually going to opt to go 5-man.
स्टेज है चैट, ये पूरा महीना चलेगा. तो एक गेम से किसी को जज नहीं कर सकते.
Players from GenG inside of lamps as well. Not gonna lie, it definitely is. Pat's gonna have to clear quite a bit out. Dizzy, now the smoke's coming through. GenG are trying to maintain control.
Oh, you all fight?
Distance up
Batman
around
मार
the
दिया
spike.
उसको.
Texture still holding on to lamps. Zink's taking down another player, but getting
नहीं.
trade from Yudotan as well.
अबे वो लोग फोर्स निकाल दिए बे. Bro, वो लोग फोर्स निकाल दिए. Alt है.
Hunt on for these trades. GE are going down. Talakia
just gave GenG way too much space. I thought they were actually
force
in a
करके
decent
निकाल
position.
दिए
Like
पाशा.
earlier, you saw their setup. They had 2 backside. You had the Outlaw posted up from heaven, I believe it was, and then 2 outside of the TP.
Bro, they are still in the
I
game.
thought they were just going to TP crunch and maybe smoke the side of triple and just hold on to bathrooms control. But they give GenG the entire site and basically tighten themselves out of a retake. I can't believe they played it like that. That was a nice combo, to be fair. You have to grab that in combo with the Mosh.
भाई Sentinels lock-in की तो sorry kick-off की one of the weakest teams थी. But अभी because of John P and वो जो नया इंडियन ओरिजिन वाला बंदा है वो कैसा खेलता है पता नहीं, but John P है तो I feel things will be better.
Top of B long, Zinks sent forward with the gate crash behind. Just trying to bait out some kind of trap play.
3-man hookup push कर रहे हैं और
और
GenG hookup पे ही है.
Slowly starting to peek their heads across. They're gonna find 3 players on the other end. No! Ooh! Lakia slowly trying to push up front now, but at the same time, Karen's still lurking towards the back of A.
Such a
ठीक है, direct texture को उड़ा दिया है लेकिन.
teams. GenG still undecided where they want to be going in this round. GE were looking to try to isolate a lurk, and they go 1 for 1. Both of the Neons dead now. Take a lot of the pace out of a round like this. Zinks could still gate crash through the TP. If he gets this pick though, he'll be able to get Dimensional Drift online.
Feels like G has a good inkling though.
क्या बात है यार, good re-clearance भाई. 4v3
over to GenG now. Nightfall is in play.
Batman और Autumn का ult है बहुत अच्छा.
For GE, that's really going to streamline this retake. You can blow up U-Haul with the orbital as well, so a lot of good tools to secure GE this gun round.
Whoa, whoa.
Has to find a bit more spacing first. Feels like GenG are somewhat aware of the situation
पेट ने
as
सुन
well
लिया
now.
शायद.
Keeping eyes trained towards
Okay, वो लोग आवाज देके ही आ रहे हैं.
that. They're starting to turn away.
Oh
They're
shit,
actually
Dojan towards shower away.
behind. Not sure if G might have heard it though, but it's a great position to send out the Nightfall either way. Now
Big
holding the
kill,
angle.
Crystal.
Walks away with a kill.
All
Just
ult कर
left the
दिया है,
rest of the
nice.
players up towards showers onto site. They're getting tagged.
Oh,
but
Karan!
great control. What is that? Just Foxy9.
No.
And someone has the molly. Still though, Javi out for the trade and sticks it down to the end after the spike has been halved.
Oh, 0.5 in it. I thought the
Bro,
wingman got that
Karan!
the snake bite molly combo destroyed
What
it.
die?
Takes everything away from GE
Oh
to be able to
my
complete
God, what
that
a round.
retake, but they've still got it done. Right down to the wire after a very awkward exchange in the middle of the map here. I cannot believe that only went 1-for-1. Really nice util usage to be able to clear out the active lurk of Zinx. And I love how GenG played quite nicely around the Thrash there. Gave themselves a great shot to be able
कोई
to
चैट
win
मेरे
the
को एक चीज बताओ. कल VLR पे दिखा रहे थे ना कि ये मैच 2:30 को चालू होने वाला है. 1:30 को क्यों हुआ बे? मैं तो 2:30 के हिसाब से आराम से 1 बजे उठा भाई लेट सो के.
For GenG.
This is crazy from GE, by the way. They've got 5 on B. They've just given up the entire A side.
Bro.
GenG burns the dimensional drift getting in.
B
and throws
stack
up the
kiye
pink
G
smoke.
nahi
So
around.
They kicked up their feet on the coffee table. They are well set up inside of this A site.
Daylight saving issue हो गया. हैं ये क्या होता है?
By himself.
It's very possible.
1:30 दिखा रहा है सुबह से. नहीं कल रात 2:30 दिखा रहा था bro. हम लोग 2-3 बार चेक किए.
Crystal finds his timing just nice. This might still be quite a good retake for GE. Viper's Pit though will be the main obstacle.
Yeah, do have the KO in play as well. They've got to break their way through this pit, and this is a very annoying positioning for GenG. Texture going down in U-Haul, but traded well.
Then you got Javi as well. Crystal still
4v3.
pick his timing.
ये लाइनअप पे जा रहा है यार.
Wingman taken out reveals some position.
Oh, tough round. No worries.
So still,
Timing हो गया है ना करण के साथ.
on around. You take down Karen. The pit's gone. Six is
Oh,
dumping his
Molly आ
body
गई.
onto the spike, but Crystal trying to get it
Half
down
कर
to
दिया
at
है.
least half. Burns away from
can
the
stick it.
molly, and that
No,
will
he
be
can't, bro.
enough.
अबे lineup gamer साला.
Walks away with robbery.
Gets himself an orbital at the end of that one. To add insult to injury. GenG given full control of that A site multiple times in this half. They got it done with the stingers, and once again,
कल
unsuccessful
वाला
retake
कोड तो
for
आ
GE,
गया. अगर
who tried
अब
to run
आज
a
लूँ तो
very
सेम
cheeky
प्रॉब्लम
set
तो
play
नहीं
straight
आएगी.
down
अगर
B.
आई तो तेरे को 500 VP
Sent it
एक्स्ट्रा दे रहे
down
वो
B
लोग.
long. But just so much position given over to GenG, who set themselves up nicely inside of the pit. And then the post plants are enough to secure the round from there.
But अभी नहीं आई.
It's a good clutch from Foxy after a bit of a rough start to this game. His first half was not particularly awe-inspiring, let's be honest.
अच्छा तुझे एक्स्ट्रा नहीं मिले.
Player now. Gonna need so much more to close out this map, especially with GE's scoreline.
Overdrive is in play here for Unitime. Only pistols on offer with a hero rifle on order.
थोड़ी देर पहले बोला सुबह काम था, अभी बोला लेट उठा. अबे हगरे डिसाइड कर ले.
Yeah, I don't know about this one. GenG do seem quite aware.
अबे वो आज की बात नहीं कर रहा है यार. सुबह काम था वाला.
Straight up B long. Deadlock wall
तो
has been
धुरंधर
deployed,
आदि
but
क्यों
they can
देखा
break
उसका
through that
आंसर
with
था.
5 pretty quickly. How fast do they expect to flank from
कौन
GE?
सा VP बाय करने के लिए?
That's
मेरे
the whole
वेबसाइट
thing.
वाला
This
पे
all comes
एक्सक्लेमेशन
down to
VP.
the very minute timing. You relinquish control for most of the map, so you are aware down to it, but you're getting caught by utility as well.
Flank आ गया उड़ोतान.
Overdrive out from behind. Udotan is just fishing out in the deep waters.
Oh my god.
But GenG are
Nah,
just hopping all
GenG
around,
winning
avoiding
this.
that beam of death. Watching out for the back as well. It's there. That's where the only players are left.
कोई दिक्कत की बात नहीं है.
Just the fact that this is an eco as well. I mean, they're feeling a little
Time out
bit
आएगा
more
शायद अभी.
confident now.
Let's not forget what Batman did in the round previous.
Foxy 1 HP है
In
वैसे.
this exact same position, there's no way they complete this retake, right?
Surely not. It's a sheriff. There's no freaking way. There we go.
Big crossfire, GenG. Righting their wrongs from
Ego da,
earlier.
ego da.
They'd rather not relive that bad memory. And that's an 8 up on the board from them. Back and forth exchange in the last couple of rounds, but it feels like slowly but surely GenG are working their way through this attacking side, getting in touching distance of double digits now. A lot of cheeky setups on this defense though. They've had some quick plays now, B long. They've left the A site completely open. At some point, if you're playing a bit more of a gambly style, you've got to win some as well as lose some. They've been pretty out of position a lot of times, but at what point do you run into the stack here as GenG?
That's why it just kind of feels like a slight guessing game here and there as well. G should be better informed though. 0 point coming out.
Prowler up in towards Hookah. Confirms that there's no one in there for now for GenG, but they've got to go and re-clear that space. Deadlock set up on this B side of the map, well supported by both the Gecko and the KO. There's a lot of flash plays that you could be making. With the Deadlock wall down inside a B long, it's going to take a while to work through it.
Just trying to thwart the timings of it as well. You peek off of the wall.
Khelraay dealt with. Just trying to chip away at the wall. He's been punished quite heavily for that. And GenG are creeping their way up into Hookah, but with the Deadlock util underneath, it's going to be very hard to bust into this
भाई
side.
कैसा उतरेंगे ये लोग ना? इधर फील्डिंग है, फुल फील्डिंग है. अल्ट भी खोल दिया ना भाई ने. पकड़ लिया. क्या बात है. खत्म राउंड. राउंड खत्म. ये ले. ओ. चलो. पाशा राउंड.
Annihilation completes as
Easy,
well. So GE
easy.
now finishing up to map point.
Yeah, very nice setup, and that's kind of what I was saying. At some point, you've got to run into the strong side, and when you lost your Viper right off the rip, all of that passive pressure on the other side of the map goes away. You're not so much worried about a bathroom's lurk as the defense. You're not so much worried about the wall or the orb going up to create that doubt in your mind that there could be a play on the other side of the map, and that's where this singular focus can come on in. Overdrive gets ripped, immediately picked up by the Annihilation, and once you lose the Neon on the entry there, things get a lot more difficult.
Are we winning, Sam?
Yes, sir.
Prince repeat the same things again. Of course, the weaker site now would be A site. GenG trying to recognize that.
Autumn being left on his lonesome over there this time. Not throwing a stim for the boys, creeping up in towards bathroom side.
Ooh. Trying to delay as much as possible, but it's Texture with an
Backing off निकाल ली.
Now you got no smokes for the retake. That's going to make things difficult. Yudo has crept his way into U-Hall. Oh, I cannot believe he's got away with two there.
Weird timings because of the sprint.
Yep.
And now he's going off for more.
Yep. Oh my god, मेरे को लगा GenG will win this round, bro. But Uratan finishing it. GG's in the chat.
To play out the round. GE are just gonna hop around.
What a game! 30-8, baby.
8. I would say this is pretty swimming.
Wow.
100%.
G on everyone's
top. But you get a big
top.
streak of rounds on attack there for GE.
Yes, sir.
They get themselves a very nicely started attacking side and are able to make it work on defense as well. A lot of cheap gambly setups from them.
Very intentional as well. I mean, you love to see how they're kind of starting. But for now, we're tossed to the coach interview on the stage.
Coach interview direct.
I'm going GE's way now. We're having coaches.
Hey, yaar, I miss Frostbite already, yaar.
Thank you for joining me. So congratulations on the map win on the bind, which was your map pick. Just wanted to ask you about this comp you're running. Was this your way of countering the current meta that's super duelist focused?
A little bit of that, and a little bit just like I feel like our players found a new identity after kickoff, and we're kind of experimenting with different roles and what we thought was really good for us then. I think we've grown from that.
Frostbite बीमार है.
Together, and
ओए,
a little
एक
bit of
खोलते
the
तब
comp
तक
stuff,
ठीक है.
but
एक खोलेंगे इसमें देखेंगे कौन सा limited edition है.
All right. Speaking of identity, back in kickoff, Vito
guy
is
is-
definitely GE's thing. Is he out of the picture now, or what should
Let
we
me
expect?
see.
That's still to be seen, I'm gonna say, but we still like Vito. We still think Vito is a great
Idhar hai.
agent. Just this is what we're playing for now.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank
Okay,
you
ये
so much.
limited
and
edition
I'm
है.
gonna let you get back to your team.
Thank
you.
Alright, chat. अरे नहीं, limited. Oh shit, मैंने देख लिया limited edition कौन सा.
A great start for Global Esports for the very first match of Stage 1 here. And really nice to hear from Platoon, who's been with this team since the beginning of this year.
Giovanni Quenda. रुको एक और कार्ड है. इंटर मिलान का है वो. एक और कार्ड इंटर मिलान का है. Let me check.
Emmanuel Luanda.
KSI लिख रहे हैं बेशरम लोग.
Emmanuel Luanda.
ओ तो एक आइकन कार्ड मिलता है, मतलब एक लेजेंड कार्ड मिलता है और एक लिमिटेड एडिशन मिलता है. ओके. एड्रियानो. कल मेरे को चैट क्या मिला मालूम तुम लोग को? क्या मिला मेरे को मालूम कल? मेरे को दिखाता हूँ. और मेरे को बहुत अच्छे अच्छे कार्ड्स हो गए. बट लिमिटेड मतलब इसमें भाई ये भी मिलता है चैट. एड्रियानो भाई वो छोड़ो, एड्रियानो छोड़ो, ये देखो.
Now it's just about bringing that forward into map.
यूवेंटस वाला कार्ड है.
Yeah, that's right. And Platoon was
Ah.
this particular map of Bind. They let the players.
भाई क्या उसे कहते हैं, इसमें ये पैक्स में ना चैट जर्सी पैच वाला भी मिलता है कार्ड, जर्सी पैच वाला, लेकिन वो बहुत रेयर होगा, बहुत रेयर. तो मैंने एक दूसरा वो भी मंगाया है, क्या उसे कहते हैं, जर्सी पैच के लिए एक्चुअली वो बड़ा वाला पैक मंगाना पड़ेगा. देखते हैं वो, आई डोंट नो इफ आई ऑर्डर. अगर मेरे को ये इतने सारे खोलने के बाद अगर ऑन बन रहा तो मैं वो वाले पैक्स मंगाऊंगा. लेकिन आज मैं, ये मैच अटैक्स है राइट, तो टॉप्स के एक और पैक आते हैं ऊपर के, वो वाला भी एक पैकेट मंगाया मैंने, वो शाम में आ जाएगा. जो मिनी विंटर जरका ये लोग खोलते हैं ना, वो वाले पैक भी एक मंगाया मैंने. पैक पगलू भाई. फीफा में जितने महंगे मिलते हैं यार, उससे तो सस्ते मिल रहे हैं, और इन रियल लाइफ अपने को यूज मतलब देखने मिल रहे हैं यार, तो मजा आ रहा है मेरे को यार, अच्छे भी दिखते हैं. चलो आ जाओ कुछ देखते हैं अच्छा. ओ माय गॉड ब्रो. ओ ये काफी रेयर कार्ड है शायद, ये गोल्डन कार्ड है, बट इतना रेयर नहीं है ये. सबसे रेयर वो है बे, रुक इसमें दिखाया रहेगा. ये जो लाल कार्ड्स है ना, ये रेड एंड ब्लू, ये मुझे बताया था कि लमीन का रेड है और पाल्मर का ब्लू है. तो ये मुझे एक भाई ने बताया था कि ये 4000 के बिके थे, तो ये रेयर है काफी मैच अटैक्स में. अभी पता नहीं, अभी थोड़ा कम हो गया रहेगा उसका प्राइस. भाई ये वीडियो कैसी है? ओए हाँ ये ऐड आई है ना कोई, मैंने देखी नहीं अब तक, देखते बाद में. यो भाई ये वाली पैंट पहनता हूँ ना तो मैं और एक्स्ट्रा छोटा लगने लग जाता हूँ फॉर सम रीजन. ये पैंट की गलती है. Yes, my rank 60 हर्ट्ज. ब्रो ये 60 हर्ट्ज पे इतना नखरे किया है तुमने?
What the hell?
भाई इतना अच्छा सेटअप है बे, तो 60 हर्ट्ज क्यों रखा है तूने? वाओ, इसने फैन के ऊपर मॉन्स्टर रखा है.
Did he at least like wash it though once?
Oh my god. Bro, he has to be plat. Huh? Bro,
that wallpaper is diabolical, not gonna lie.
अरे नहीं वो कोई तो ट्रेंड है भाई.
Bro, that wallpaper is kinda
Sauce.
like that.
हाँ? Love from Kashmir. वाओ भाई ये दूसरे माले पे मॉनिटर रखा है इसने. रेजा है.
Wow, cozy cozy. गणपति बप्पा
ये
भी
देखो.
है. ओए, ऊपर गणपति
ये
बप्पा
क्यों
भी है.
लटका है लेकिन?
उसकी मर्जी यार.
लटका दिया बेचारे को.
कितना क्यूट लग रहा है वो, यूनिक लग रहा है.
Oh my
पर्सनल
god.
टच दिया है
This
उसने.
looks nice. लेकिन ये गंदा हो गया इधर से. Let us go. W speed. घुसा दे मेरे. अच्छा तू ही था वो. इतना ऐसा घुसाया है मेरे भाई. सब लोग है ना इधर, वीडियो बन रही है, सबको अपने व्लॉग बनाने थे उधर. देखना रुको, मेरे मुंह में कैमरा घुसा दिया है. ये देखो सब व्लॉग बना रहे सब. ये देखो यही है, ये देखो मुंह में घुसा दिया इसने कैमरा. देखो आज खेल रहा है आहा स्ट्रैट. हाँ
गलत गलत चीजें सिखाते हो लोगों को.
वॉचिंग योर स्ट्रीम ऑन टीवी. हाय. हाँ ये कौन है? ये क्या कर दिया है मेरे को भाई तूने?
Hallie.
तूने मेरे को मारवीर क्यों दिया है डायरेक्ट भाई ऐसा? ओ माय गॉड, वायर्स में थोड़ा सा सेटअप आपके बहुत बढ़िया लग रहा है.
माउस पैड वो लेफ्ट साइड से तेरा गंदा क्यों है भाई? वाइट वाइट क्या है उधर भाई?
अरे वो बीच के पास रहता है.
What the hell?
वाह कसम निस्ते वायर. ये कौन है मालूम तुमको?
हाँ.
कौन है बताओ? Bro, you don't know shit. That's Monkey D. Luffy.
Zoom in करना भाई.
Bro, literally ऐसे ही समझ रहा है वो कौन है.
चश्मा हाँ दिखा.
That's me.
अरे माँ
ये हैदराबाद.
नहीं, I have no clue.
हैदराबाद को भी नहीं पता. अच्छी ये देखो, ये
Looks like
देखो.
a character from One Piece.
ये क्या है?
That's real me.
That's not Harsh.
AI.
हर्ष इतना लंबा कब हुआ?
और इतना गोरा कब हुआ हर्ष?
और इतना फिट कब हुआ?
वही.
6'7".
मैंने कुछ नहीं बोला. इसने बोला.
वाओ, ओ ये चांद मस्त लगता है. लाल लाल मस्त लग रहा है देखो.
है मेरे पास ये है.
है आओ. गेम क्लिप्स कहाँ है? मैच कितने बाद चालू होगा? क्या आवाज निकाल रहे हैं भाई?
शीरो को परेशान कर रहा है भाई.
क्यों किधर है
अगला आदमी?
रैंकेस पड़ता है रैंकेस.
ओके.
सिल्वर गोल्ड. नाइस शॉट्स. गोल्ड. One bullet. Awareness. Gold 2, gold 3.
D2.
Bro.
D2.
Gold 2 या gold 3?
Gold.
पीक लिखा है इसने यार. हट. मतलब ये गोल्ड है अभी. Is gold. Right now is gold for sure.
ये ले.
Nice shot. Silver. Gold. Gotcha, bro. Aimbot. Silver. 100% silver. Silver 2 या silver 1?
ये तो हर्ष भाई से भी बेटर खेला.
Excuse me. Oh, match चालू.
Never clutch like that.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, shut up now.
He can only hide behind a wall.
Yeah, no one asked you guys. No one asked you guys. Just shut up. Let's
He
go.
looks like someone.
We back on Vito. ओए सुनो ना, सुनो बटरदाई.
Someone ने.
बटरदाई सुनो ना. मेरे को है ना हल्की सी टट्टी लगी है, वो 1 मिनट में होने वाली. वो करके आता हूँ. प्रेशर है थोड़ी सी. आप तब तक चैट से बात करो.
Much more active controller
में आया
with this
Hi.
role for Foxy9. Yes. A lot more micro that you have to
कॉम के बारे में बात करो जरा. गेम के बारे में बात
where
करो.
you're placing
गेम
your
के
smokes,
बारे
the
में ही
paranoia
बात
uses,
करती हूँ
etc.
मैं.
This is going to be a bigger test than the Brim was.
Oh, 100%. All right, we are going to send it over to our casters for map 2. We're going to see if GenG can bring it to a map 3. Korean casters are having a lot of fun over on the stage here. But we have our own casters here in the form of Pilsky and Quack.
आपका
Totally forgot about
Friday
that.
कैसा
But
जा रहा है?
we're definitely feeling the
Weekend
vibes out in the
plan
arena.
क्या
But
है?
कैलेंडर देखो Friday का पता नहीं ना, but
at
हमको
the end
Friday
of
है.
it, I mean, it still is going to be, you know, GenG up the back against the wall. It feels as though G is coming with the roaring start. that they
यार आप
wanted.
लोग का
Maybe
weekend
roar.
plan क्या है? ये
Yeah.
बताओ.
On the split.
Look, GenG
क्या आप लोग
hasn't
girlfriend
necessarily
को
looked
लेके अच्छी सी
fantastic
date
so
पे जा
far
रहे
in
हो?
this series, and I
क्या
think
आप
in a
लोग
group like
दोस्तों
this
के
where you
साथ
got
बैठने वाले
TRX,
हो?
PaperX, and Nongshin,
क्या आप लोग
the
पढ़ाई
two
करने
Masters
वाले हो?
finalists, you can't
Gino
really
की
afford
नहीं
to lose
करते,
this series when
girlfriend,
only 4
friend,
teams go
पढ़ाई,
through.
ये सब
So
चाहता है
I
भाई.
think they're going to have to wake up, and they're going to have to wake up
हमारे तो
fast.
सिर्फ
I'm
हर्ष
looking
भाई
at the
है, हर्ष
Rays
भाई.
playing into something like a Cypher much better than a Neon would, and I think that the Cypher is
चलो,
maybe
match start
positioned
हो
to
रहा है,
deal
match
with the
start हो
Neon
रहा है.
a bit
Let's
more in this
go!
meta. Zinx
G
solo towards the B
fighting!
side of the map with a Viper Wall for a little bit of
GE
assistance. And look at this
fighting!
big trap set up here for GE. He needs to make sure he doesn't walk into that.
Well, you would assume that he's just going to stick around to lurk. G's not
They're
going to sit
trying
still,
to
though.
take up
They've
space
thrown out the paint
B
shells and the C's to
They
be able to
have
take B
cleared
main
B
control. You
main,
see
so
the
now
pivot straight through the
why
middle
are
of the map
they
here for
not,
GenG. They take
rotating
ropes
already
control.
to
Gonna head
A?
over in Patman's direction.
He's already in position as well. Just going to transfer all that information to his team. In the right timing. Sneak back across. Current lurking back around, just trying to catch him off guard, but he's going to eat a lot of bullets instead.
Yeah, full heaven control here. Lakia playing a little bit more pressure. Which direction does GE take this retake? Straight through screen side into texture. He's been able to do quite well with a 1-for-1 there. Paranoia holding the bay for now.
That's going to do quite a bit as
ये
well.
बस एक pick ना ले
Give
ले.
Fort Karen a little bit
Karen
more
भाई.
timing on the peaks. Oh, and then you got
Ay, ay,
Foxy
ay.
9 just looking for the right clicks. He sends out the
Ay, ay,
smoke.
ay, ay, ay.
Makes it a little bit more difficult, but still, GE will trudge through. Now, straight from inside the smokes, Pat's going to walk away with a couple more kills. And that makes it all they need. GE walks away with a pistol.
Yeah, GenG very much poised for maybe a retake through ramp side and get caught a little bit by the pace that was set on screens from GE. Nightmare start to this attacking side of Split. This was their map pick, and let's not forget how successful GE was on this map last Split. They did quite well with the veto in the past. I think they're going to be quite at home on a map like this, and for a team like GenG to pick it into them, you've got to be quite bold, you've got to be quite confident that this is going to work out for them.
Similar type की skins निकाल रहे हैं ना अभी ये लोग ऐसे black red combination वाली.
I mean, he was monstrous
This
on the
is
Rays.
similar
In fact,
feel
when
वाली.
he was
इसके
brought
पहले
into
जो
this
आई थी
roster,
जिसमें वो moon
I remember
दिखता
it was
है.
Patrick
मेरे को
who
बहुत
wasn't
similar
quite
लगी
able to
भाई
get
इससे.
into the server in time.
vibe
They had to put
wise,
Uditan
समझ
on
रहे
the
हो?
Rays, and it turned out he's pretty sick at the Asian. He is. He's already been battle tested with it. Interceptor in position. Autumn, a player who's now on the Senti role and feeling right at home. Let's not forget, this man has played plenty of this role. He is not just a duelist player.
For sure.
Oi, 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 oi,
I
oi,
would say
oi.
some of the mechanical skill transfers over to the role.
मेरे को तो
He's
लगता है
just
एक और
locking
निकाल
down
देंगे
the
और
site,
निकालेंगे.
making things difficult for GenG.
पर peek
You
ही
look
नहीं
towards
किए वो.
Zinx, who, oh, okay.
Handed Chris still a free haircut on his birthday. That's pretty nice of him. Sees dodge quite nicely. Zinx has made it quite deep on out here, but the Prowler confirms his position and Zappy will pick him up.
Sneak in करने की try कर रहा था भाई.
Much appreciated.
Free haircut on your birthday. I'll take it. I mean, I was liking your durian cut earlier, but now you're back to your usual style. I think it suits you a little better.
It's more of a comfort Tyrion now, as I kind of hope that GenG gives us a better map. Okay, I like that one. Texture slides on through, but Udotan onto the Guardian.
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
patience. Udo and Crystal
Chat
both
मेरे को
warning
भी ना
them, earning
Guardian
themselves
चलाने सीखना है
two old
क्योंकि
dwarfs
Guardian
each
के जो
and
ऐसे
an
one tap
anti-eco,
लगता है उनके
closer to an
cool लगता
evolution
है.
and a
But
showstopper
वो
as they
मेरे
head
को
through
पता
into
नहीं
their
कैसे
bonus.
करना है वो.
GenG now prepping
क्योंकि
themselves for their first
मुझसे
gun round.
skill aim
Foxy
based
9
gun
not looking
ही
too
चलाई
comfortable
जाती है.
on the Brimstone in
मेरे
that
से सिर्फ
opening
होता है
map.
Spectre RNG,
Feels,
Stinger
again,
RNG
like GenG is trying to plug the role question
और
in their
Phantom
team,
RNG.
which has been opened up by Charon
I
playing
mean, look at
Sentinel.
this, bro.
They
Look
could
at
have just
this,
put
like,
Charon
one
back on the
taps,
controller,
like,
but
how
that
do
still
people
hasn't
do that?
happened. So that kind of begs the question, why?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. It's just so weird. I
Oh,
don't
they're
know, but I guess
pushing?
we'll just have to kind of cross our fingers and hope and see. Now it's gonna be full swing out from G, of course, as proactive as ever, but they're gonna be punished for it.
It was a nice try, you know, the set play, haunt up over the top, double satchel into the progression smoke there on the dark cover, looking for a pick. GenG all over it. Now the contact walk back up onto the line. It's just Crystal here with a Bulldog pushed away by the Prowler.
Very uncomfortable, tosses out the sneeze, but
The sneeze.
Seize. Oh my God, what did I
thought
say?
it was Frost that was feeling under the weather. It's spreading through the team now.
A little bit. He's technically right
ये
under us.
इसकी wall नहीं जानबूझ के ऐसे कर रहा है यार.
Either way,
इससे
just
ऐसी
trying
हो
to
जा रही
hold
है.
down to this choke point to
ये
the best
वाली
of his
wall,
ability.
gap वाली.
GenG.
Is it like purposefully
It's a nice
done?
high-low through the gap in the Viper wall that gives a
Hey.
pick over to GenG, but the pivot, Zinx very active on the lurk. He is the consolation, oh sorry, the second plan B here for GenG that allows them to break on into the B site. Autumn has repositioned, activating his interceptor now and looking for a pick with the Outlaw.
If he goes unchecked, it could be good, but at the end of the day, it's still an
planting
outlaw.
safe.
Everyone from GenG pretty much up to full shields.
It's a good pick for Crystal, and now you're going to be able to run a bit of a bait setup inside a B main. If Autumn goes down here, I'm not sure they're going to be ready for Patman on the flank.
ओए टांगों पे मारा.
A little bit of that fake,
टांगों
but
पे
Pat,
beat से
he's
मारा.
whipping shots. Now it makes things really awkward. They're going to swing him together. GenG just looking to protect the spike with their lives. Crystal, of course, trying to make his own moves as well, but it's way too exposed. So just down to Pat.
It's a round that could have gone very poorly for GenG, and they've walked away with it. Foxy9 and Lucky are barely clinging to life. Patman scrambling back into the site. Will lose his Vandal here, but he's really just trying to cause any damage, and GenG are giving him nothing to work with.
Pretty much. So we're just going to hang back as well. They can get some outposts here as well. They might as well go for it. Lucky is close to Nightfall.
He's been quite good this series. That streak from him in the opening gun round. He was actually the standout over on Bind. Question in this meta is, you know, what init are you going to run on various maps? And I know a lot of teams are trusting the Sky because with the nerf of Yoru, it creates this question in your composition. Where did the flashes come from? And do you even use any? And you've seen in various other regions, both CM as well as over in EMEA, Phoenix being picked up in the secondary duelist, or they're playing a little bit of Sky to be able to answer kind of the flash problem, as it were.
In
this case, though, no flashes on either team except for the paranoia, really.
Maybe more than Nightfall in this case. But for now, it's just going to be Texture all the way up front. Catches up someone on the slight timing. You don't time to trade.
Yeah, Haunts exchange back and forth. Oh, swinging through the Viper Orb. I thought Patman was up for two there.
Smoke के बाहर आके
shuts him
पीट
down
किया.
nicely.
Oh, now I'm going to get caught by Javi, though. So just constantly getting doors shut in their faces. GenG now find themselves with the only option, the A site.
Oh, Yudo, though. He could be on for a big multi-frag here, but caught off guard by Lakia, who continues to deliver. Nightfall is in play. Prowler will clear out all of the close angles, so A site, look, is definitely an option, but not when you get caught on the cross by Crystal.
Good round.
Come on,
not done yet. Crystal मरना नहीं चाहिए
just has one mission in his mind.
नल्ली दिखा रहा है.
Trying to bait some of them out.
Khelraay is always so clutch in these kind of positions. You have to give him a lot of respect.
ये मारता है बट्टा, ये मारता है. इसको फ्लैश करके ही पीक लेना चाहिए.
Still tapping the spike.
Yeah.
Bro, they're reading so
Walks
well.
up towards elbow. Hello.
Nice
I mean, look, he's just looking for a 1v1, trying to bait out a bit of a mistake from GE. But former Rookie of the Year demanding a lot of respect in that 1-on-2, despite not having a particularly great finish.
Yeah, bro.
These players in GenG still have so much veteran savvy and so much aura. So much respect over here in Pacific. I think this was the key kill. I think if Foxy picks up Savvy there on B, this round's done and dusted. Great positioning, start to finish.
मैंने बंद रखा ये सब आवाजें मस्ती मत करो.
Very scrappy round, which came down to mere milliseconds in certain duels, but GenG have had their money broken. Big round for GE to win.
Stream पे नहीं जाता है?
जाता है.
Keep the wind in their sails.
ओए इको आ गया GenG का chat.
Continuing to gain proactive control. I mean, look at that outside garage.
Yeah. A bit of an exchange inside a middle. Texture is one off of his overdrive. And especially with something like the Nightfall, you could take a lot of HP away from these players on GE, and that's where something like a Bucky, a Sheriff, a Guardian can very much clean up some of these decayed players.
Well, you're always just going to want to watch out for positions where Texture could suddenly pop through.
I mean, Foxy has already made his intentions clear. He's already fired a Bucky shot into Mail. So GE are well aware of what's on the cards in a round like this.
Very defensive positions. Vito in towards elbow.
It's a lot of space being given. They're just trusting the angles, trusting the retake. Trying to, again, kind of chip down GenG before they're actually able to get into a successful post plant. Prowler goes forward on A main here. GenG taking more and more space. Autumn digging his heels into the site to play off Crystal's util.
You say digging, but I really do love how he's got the TP set up and gives him so many more options to play around it. He's going to eat the Nightfall 4 now.
Well, nice seeds! Oh my god!
Crystal walks away with the kill through the smoke. And Autumn is just unscathed by it.
My
Unbothered.
God.
A counter Nightfall comes in, and it's pretty much just GE to
माँ
flood back in
कसम।
Lakia. What do you have?
हावी हो गए, हावी सब पे भारी।
Crystal's positioning has been pixel perfect so far this game. Caught multiple players on
What
the
a
cross out
round,
of A main.
what a
Another
round.
successful haunt before GenG.
Himanshu, thank you for the 9 months support.
A-site post plant. They're just losing players coming
Thank
out
you.
of the chokes. Great spam, great use of the Phantoms. 5 Phantoms in play there. Very intentional for
नहीं आया, क्या
GG
चीज़
that
का?
they just want to play a spam-heavy game and punish GenG on the entry into site.
Working out well with the macro as well. I mean, you really, once again, hope to see more from GenG. Some signs of life, a bit of breathing, perhaps.
Yeah, Cage for the cross sets up Texture for a little bit of control of A-Ramp. Chokehold is in place up there. See GenG just trying to bait out some kind of reaction from GE on A main. Very tentative of how far they should push the issue. Autumn caught there on the cross though, and that's an open A side
Bro,
for GenG.
Autumn Vito खेल रहा है?
As soon as
Oh
the curtains
shit.
fall, now it's pat down in the ground.
Finally, they found a decent
Oh,
time.
nice.
Shotgun sings for Zabi though. Karen caught on the flank, but it's still the same situation for GE. A very difficult retake on the cards.
4v3.
Unless Zudotan somehow finds a little bit more, but
नहीं यार.
Streams in towards Zabo. The rest of the team
Good
navigating
nade, good
some
nade, big
moves.
nade.
They found Zinx.
He's dead.
Foxy still taking his time though.
What?
and that
कैसे लाकिया मार रहा है? कैसे मार रहा है लाकिया, bro?
Under his grasp, Zudotan beginning to make his assertions.
Time नहीं है.
3 kills. And down to the 1v1. Foxy still has the full kit, so gonna toss out the paranoia. Blinds Yudotan absolutely.
कोई बात नहीं, कोई बात नहीं, कोई बात नहीं. A good round and economically bad round for
A bit of a
GenG.
heater there, picks up the showstopper at the end of the round, and that got very expensive for GenG in a round where they don't really have the money
Thank you for
to
the
replace
20
those
rupees on
weapons.
Super Chat.
Started off so well for them. That was at one point a 5-on-3. Karen gets picked on the flank, and it feels like GenG
नोएडा
are
के
really
tens ने
struggling
20
through a lot
rupees
of
दिया
rounds.
लिखा
They should
है
be able to
love you
close
I
out more
love you
cleanly.
baby कैसे
Another
हो
3K from Lakia. He has been gold today. In theory, Lakia should be the
Please
weakest
check DM
fragger
आपने
on
कहाँ
your
पे
team.
DM किया सक्षम
But he is just delivering time and time again.
Living up to the moniker, but back to another go. It's the pit online now. Flushes GenG over.
Off angle from
Okay,
Zabi. He is
crazy
by himself
angle.
here, and it is
उड़ान
a
गार्ड
triple
भी
pick
retake के लिए
on the cards. Spams away.
almost ठीक
Given
है
a
कोई
little bit
बात
of
नहीं
space, there's a counter spam back through the wood wall, and he does get picked.
ay 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 ay
It's a nice opener for
Ay, ay,
GenG.
ay,
A
ay,
lot
ay.
of pressure on this B site now.
इंस्टा पे गया okay I'll
Very
check
open position. Because of that, now Crystal getting a little bit itchy.
Crystal
Yeah,
पप्पी
Yudotan
दे रहा है
bringing the
almost
showstopper over to the other side of the map. They're expecting a flood back
Trip
into
को.
B. Autumn making a nice mid-round push here. Could give them the information
लोग
that
AP
they
आ रहे
need.
बे
Crystal dealing with the trip and sinks to boot.
छम्माटी
Power in towards the back of sewer as well.
Oh,
Pat is
nice
just tucked
Batman.
neatly into this corner.
Yeah, Stinger
He
though
peeks out.
brings a little
We
bit
get
of
a
punching power
huge
away
info.
from him. Rotation back from Crystal. He has not put a foot wrong this entire game thus far, and he's got a 1v4 on his
oh
hands.
Batman बाहर आ गया
Pat's
है
beginning
he
to
knows
make
it's
moves
safe
as well.
they know now
Suddenly
it's
you see that
safe
everything's clear. You start to hear some footsteps. You call the team across. Yudotan gets it just nice. Showstopper will be huge. Set play coming in. Either way, GenG just
बेचारा
trying to kick down
उड़ान ने
these
आइट
doors.
खोला
Or get the
और एक
spike
मारा
in quick.
nice
But the Showstopper has
Flank
already
भी आ गया एक
arrived.
already
Brought over to you. How do you
wow
like
W
that? Pat
oh
out from
shit what a
behind.
shot ला किया
Still gonna toss in
It's 1
Nightfall
HP
though.
though, 2v2.
GenG are not backing down from the fight.
Yeah, getting the
What are
retake
you?
in through from a ramp side. That's a cheeky position from Lakia on the off angle.
Very possible.
भाई Foxy मार सकता है
Not out.
nice
Weapons will rain.
Good round, good reads, good
There's
push.
Not much you can do unless you have
everything
those
super good
It's another round where you get a bit of an entry into A, but unfortunately can't close out the post plan. It feels like GE is constantly given so much space in these retakes. They're able to successfully get flanks off. They're able to retake through ramp side. Love the fast flood approach from GE. They had the veto TP in A heaven with Autumn on that B side of the map. So they're able to just very flexibly rotate and stack. That's a big kill again from Crystal. The Fades are having so much impact from both teams. But the setup from GE is what's so impressive. Even with Zappy over on that B side of the map, he had the From the Shadows. So in theory, the Veto and the Omen on that B side of the map could stack A so quickly. We talked
Damn,
about
their play is phenomenal. Yes.
Allows you to be able to fast flood and stack the correct sites. But similarly for GE, actually, with the Omen and the Veto on that B side of the map, being able to TP A Heaven and From the Shadows across the map, that is such an easy fast flood kind of stacky approach. And on top of that, you throw the rocket. It's hard to actually convert an A site after play, really, as GenG.
So have another relatively early timeout halfway through in the first half for GenG, but other than that, yeah, GE just feels like they have so many options, and it doesn't help when all of their players are starting to perform to this level as well. I mean, Crystal continuing to push here and there. I was not expecting to get the
no special card, bro. No special card.
Side of the server are not stepping up to the level that's required. Firepower-wise, GE are kind of all over them in this series. Zinx has not had any impact on this Cypher. Another rough game from Khelraay. Felt like they were not super online, not super active in Bind, and I'm not getting the sense that much has changed coming into
Special
Split
card,
here. Lucky
bro.
is once again top fragging on the fade. This is bad news bears for GenG.
Gonna walk into the next round slightly naked.
सालो तुम करो तो collection, मैं करूँ तो gambling.
Wow. Crystal is licking his lips at the
वाह जी
prospect of a couple of
वाह.
freebies.
इन कार्ड्स को फ्रेम करोगे क्या? नहीं, जो एकदम रेयर निकलेगा उसको करेंगे ना, तो थोड़ी करेंगे.
lot of possibilities to delay as
हॉल ऑफ फेम कार्ड से भाई रोनाल्डिनियो के, मेसी के, फिर लमीन और पाल्मर के वो कार्ड्स है वैसे. वो सब कार्ड्स अगर निकले, जो कि बहुत रेयर है, तो उसको फ्रेम करेंगे भाई.
They could be on for one, but Patman covering B main nicely, and that's where the Outlaw gets involved.
अभी मेसी का हॉल ऑफ, oh my god,
where's he going?
We're going bungee jumping.
I saw that in Harry Potter. It's floating into the air.
मेसी का हॉल ऑफ फेम कार्ड 1.5K के लिए चल रहा है. फिर लमीन का वैसा, लमीन का जो एक कार्ड है वो 3-4 हज़ार का चल रहा था.
By a nicely placed C's.
और अभी तो टॉप्स ने सेल करना बंद कर दिया है कार्ड्स, तो अभी और शायद प्राइजेस बढ़ेंगे.
He did do it to him, to be fair. The Outlaw against Eco. It is disgusting.
300 के 3 पैक्स, जिसमें हर एक में 3 है. बहुत सस्ते होते हैं ये वाले, इसलिए इसके रेयर कार्ड्स इतने महंगे नहीं होते. बट मैंने एक महंगा वाला पैक भी मंगाया है जो रात में आएगा.
Looking to try to pick up the pace,
वो
but
मैच
it's a
अटैक्स का नहीं है.
C's-nade combo will end him on the spot.
Oh my god, he got
Gorgeous
2!
utility from GE.
You had a timeout coming into this round. This was not meant to happen, but unfortunately it did. And now GE just lie in wait. You don't have much else. You don't have options towards the back of other sites, other portions of the map.
We're going to contact into Zabi. He's got
Hello
a
points का
shotgun, he's
वेबसाइट
got
बताओ,
the-
exclamation
No!
VP.
We can't even
Oh my
throw
god,
the
उसका
C's.
C's भी
That's
पलटा आ
lucky.
गया.
This is falling apart, Quack.
Are we for real?
Dude, that was me as
Yudotan's gone off peeking. Get hit by the paranoia as well.
Bro, GenG is
Autumn's starting to
going
make a move,
sideways.
They're just trying to pick
throw
their
कर दिया ना
timings
Zavi ने.
into these fights. GenG want to be dig deep.
क्या बात है, what an ace! 6-7. इसने 6-7 किया
I
उन
mean,
पे
he's farming
भाई.
on the raise again. What do you even say at this
उसने
point?
क्या किया मालूम फोड़ अड़ता है?
13 and
Dude,
4.
what the hell? He got to
Patman's
leave.
had
उसने
multi-frags
ace किया
on
ना तो ऐसा
multi-frags.
गिना
Crystal
1 2
hasn't put
3
a
4
foot
5
wrong.
6 7
And
ऐसा
this
किया.
Veto is looking a little bit silly, a little bit foolish at this point from GenG. Like you said, coming out of a timeout, they try to force their way out A main straight into a util combo. What a nicely constructed side hold from GE.
No. I was not expecting that from Yudotan.
दूध
Go
दूध
again,
करते
GenG.
हैं.
Paranoia onto Autumn. Not much pressure here, feeling quite safe behind the Viper wall. TP into the cage from Foxy9. Where's he off to?
So open. And now the corner unchecked. Autumn is just gonna
क्या
laugh it
बात है.
off. The Stinger still
But
pushing
2-for-2,
through though, and
3v2 now.
Texture already into the back of screen.
This could be a
guns.
big round from Texture. One off the overdrive here. Still does have the fast lane in play to try to cut up some of the angles. Sees is there for Lakia, but I'm looking at Yudotan. The man has got a rocket in his pocket.
Even just tapping the button is gonna force GenG to scramble somewhat. Oh, there goes the paranoia. There goes the
Hold the auto
showstopper.
यार.
GenG, how do you hold?
Last guy.
Tascon. nuclear against Lakia.
Oh my god, क्या
Setting up
सही
with-
फेंका था उसने.
Texture has to come up huge, but it's not going to happen. The peak cells even unreal.
They farming.
8 and 2
हाँ ना
for
भाई.
GE. Just when you thought GenG was going to catch a little
Farming
bit of a
हो
break,
रही है
you were going
भाई.
to get a little bit of that texture magic. Just instantly smacked away with another nice flank on the retake. GE has just been so active in these rounds, taking map control.
Why is
See the flank down the middle of the map there from Patman.
Present of mind, bro.
Unitan joining up with him.
Present of mind सबको नहीं मिलता है.
It's not something that
Really?
GenG was able to tackle. To be fair, they didn't bring much into that round, but they need every single round that they can get because this attacking side.
Like क्यों नहीं हो रहा? Chat तुम लोग का भी like नहीं हो रहा क्या? दबा के देखो एक बारी. Glitch चल रहा होगा.
Not too good. You got 4
4-man stack on B by G.
नहीं मत
Not a
try
big
करो
trap
chat
here.
glitch नहीं
Six
है.
didn't fall for it in the
Shut up,
pistol.
you freaking idiot.
Don't like the
There's
stream.
the trip to be able to secure control of B main that will be taken back at some point. Really, it's only a question of when from GE as the Prowler clears all of that out. And for GenG, I mean, they didn't pivot back towards that B site. They're once again working A little bit more
हमारी
slowly,
chat
a
को
little bit
लगता है
more
हमें पता ही
tentatively
नहीं कि
because let's be
presence of
honest, when they
mind
picked up the
बोलते हैं.
pace, they have been punished
हमारी
heavily.
chat को लगता है हम
At
बेवकूफ
least
है.
they've got ramp control this time. Smoke goes to
हम
Mail,
ऐसी मजाक
trying to
ही नहीं कर
obscure their
सकते as
intentions, but
friends.
GE are rotating correctly nonetheless.
Very carefully.
Rotation
as
आ
ever.
गई G की perfect.
Operator as well.
They're walking in.
Now you kind of know exactly what's going to happen. Early nightfall
Fender
though.
side
Just trying to
already.
thwart GenG's
G के
advances,
इतने लोग हैं यहाँ पे
toss
भाई.
everything into
Wow.
the site. And you
Nah,
walk away with
GenG
glory.
is playing
The
a bit
kills getting
diabolical.
picked up as GenG begin to crumble and fall apart.
उनको
Once
heaven
again,
इतना
just
forward मिल गया
extra
था,
left.
but then Amen
Six is
push ही नहीं
somewhere
किए.
else, trying to get himself transferred over up through vents.
I'm so
Just a
confused.
beautiful contact
He's
setup
dead.
being constructed
उसने सारे
here.
utils उसके use
Crystal
कर
was
लिए
the
Texture
first
ने.
point of contact, and maybe that's all that's needed.
Oh.
Zinx finally coming alive here.
GenG
He's had a
playing
quiet round
horrendous.
thus far, but only 20 seconds to pick up the spike and complete a 1-on-2.
Pregnant
I don't know
of
if that's
mind.
coming together.
No shot. Way too low. Autumn doesn't even really need to use the op here.
10 seconds left.
He's gonna use it either way.
But the ये knife लो ना तुम्हारी.
9-2.
तुम्हारे लिए
I
ये
mean,
fix
this is a
ये suit
stomp
करेगी
from
तुमको.
GE on their opponent's map pick.
आई भी थी मैंने
The
को
last
बोला
time
भी था
these
मैं
two
तो लेके
teams
थे.
played, you
ठीक है,
needed
चलो, अगली
every
बार.
single round to be able to separate them, but I don't know what's happened in the off-season. You know, we heard it in the content piece that GenG has been putting in the work, but I'm not seeing it in the server right now. I'm scratching my head at Foxy9 on controller and Ash going out of the roster. Some of these comps as well, either looking a little bit outdated or a little bit flat. And whereas GE, I mean, they've just gone from strength to strength. Everybody is performing across the board, and it feels like the setups are beautiful. Up back out once again for Autumn. Wasn't really needed in that last round, and with another contact play towards A main, it could be freebies for him.
Oh yo!
Position. He's gonna eat a bit of damage though. Oh, it's still good. Sight open. Nightfall through doesn't connect onto anyone. Pretty much just a quick reaction.
Oh, Texture is getting shat on.
Crystal getting the shot spammed across.
I mean, I don't think Texture has ripped a successful overdrive this entire series. Immediately slapped away. Reactive paranoia for Foxy9 to try to slow down the retake a little more.
You got the boom button out coming in as well. Not to mention, Pat out from above. Karen, does he have this lead? Not quite. Just the rest of GenG onto the side.
Oh my
God!
What the hell?
In the final
Yo,
round
what
of the
the
first
hell?
half, we actually get
What?
an
This
This is just dominance from GE.
What?
Carroll even had a pit in that post plant and he just never used it. He never got into a good enough position to be able to make that work for himself. Double digits for GE in the first
Okay,
half
defender
alone.
map, defensive map. I mean,
back to the drawing board for GenG, and I
let's
think
see
if
what
they get
happens.
stomped this hard by a team that you'd say might be their closest competition in a group
कोई
like this.
chat एक है ना कंपटीशन शुरू होने वाला है मेरे इंस्टाग्राम और इस पे भी अनाउंस कर दूंगा अपने लाइव स्ट्रीम्स पे ही. 2 ग्राफिक कार्ड गिव अवे होने वाले 5060 Ti, ठीक है. तो मतलब वो उसके लिए तुम्हें एक रील डालनी पड़ेगी सिर्फ गेमिंग क्लिप की. वो क्या होगा वो सब मैं बताऊंगा तुम लोगों को, बट ब्रो बहुत क्रेजी शिट होने वाली है. बट तुमको है क्या ग्राफिक कार्ड?
Billy, I've got a pit in my stomach. That move.
ओए
I don't know, man. Caron usually just perfect positioning from him. You can trust him in every post play. You can
No
trust him to knock
graphic
down the
card,
sides.
literally.
Haven't seen it today. Haven't seen any of that
तो उसके
brilliance
लिए
that you
मतलब
got.
क्या
You
स्टेप्स
kick
रहेंगे
off
मैं तुम
from
लोगों को
Zinx
बताऊंगा
off
कल
to
या परसों
He's been
रील
silent
डालूंगा
today.
और फिर एक बार लाइव स्ट्रीम पे भी
Like,
बताऊंगा
this is not the
ऑफिशियल
time to
एनवीडिया
have
का है
issues. You know, starting opening day of stage 1. A group like this, yeah.
I mean, usually I would say, guys, don't worry. It's game 1 of the group stage. It's okay to have a bad day.
वही गेम 1 है वैसे but then जी ने भाई यार भगा दिए भाई जेनजी की
in your group, and you haven't played them yet. That doesn't really apply,
सच्ची
unfortunately.
अबे ऑफिशियल एनवीडिया का है बनता है उन्होंने अपने को बोला कि ऐसा ऐसा होने वाला है
Let's just try
Every full नहीं, legit,
smile
legit,
through the
legit.
pain. Yeah, as it goes down to this pistol, you lose this one. G might just close it out early.
What is your skincare routine? अबे यार गड्ढा skincare routine इधर इतनी बड़ी फोड़ी आई है ना ये दर्द दे रही है देखो ये
At least half of them are on their phones right now. I'm not going to lie. There's not a lot of watching going on. They're trying to just distract themselves from the scoreline. I'm not going to lie. Patman is lurking towards A main this round. Bit of active pressure on B main and
acupressure.
GE trying to mask their intentions here. Double trip on B. This is a heavily fortified site.
That's the thing. Utadai's got the paint shells as well.
Yeah, I mean, this is why I said the Raze plays much better into the Cypher than the Neon. Info cam from Zinx. I'm sure Patman can hear that, and he's itching to deal with it at some point, but he needs to take his time. Scared that he'll get caught by a trap on A ramp. And you can see both the Omen
There it goes.
Yeah, and the Neon were ready to pounce on anybody dealing with that cam.
Fishing around. You hear one sheriff shot, so it's not enough. You might not think the full force of G is here, but lo and behold, G's just gaming this so nicely.
मेरे को अच्छे कार्ड्स क्यों नहीं मिल रहे
team marching across. Texture alone.
I thought Texture was going to help him out, but Bro was dipped into the site. C9 going 1 for 1 there, not too bad. Pivot
Bro
straight
Frost
to
is
Limso.
cooking,
Up
yes
in towards
sir
Big Heaven.
भाई वो
Let's not
कॉम्प
forget
क्या था
there's two
यार
trips here
ब्रांड
and
भाई
3
फर्स्ट
players
मैप
for
में
GenG. They could definitely hold
यार
this.
3 है इधर
Very workable.
Did you buy match attacks? Yes I did.
Lakia, all that information for the team as well. He's been good so far, but he's going to get taken out. Just Khelraay trying to do his best. Tucked into the corner, he pushes into the cage, gets taken out mid-fight.
I mean, if you're not holding that, then it's
2v1.
not coming together as GenG today. Another heroic player being required of Texture. Does have a slide to work with that could help him try to win
Bro
one of these
one-sided game हो
duels
गया
that
बंटा
GE
ये
is working together
expect
in
ही नहीं
tandem.
किया
It's
था
a
कि
high low on the
one-sided
right
होगा
side of
मालूम
the site.
Nah.
Too easy. 18 and 5 for
उड़तान
Unison.
feeling it उड़ी उड़ी जाए
11 for
पाशा
GE. Just stacking up all the numbers in every category.
भाई ये मेरे को
Easy
ग्लोव्स
life.
पसंद है भाई बहुत ज्यादा
Well, Javi. Jokes. I mean, 11-2. Now you're pretty much
आपकी वेबसाइट से वैलेंट पॉइंट्स लिया 666 डिस्काउंट मिला
is
क्या बात कर रहा है
just not seeing too much from
इतना
GenG
डिस्काउंट
in a lot of these moments.
नहीं अच्छा उसने कुछ आधा लिखा है
They're
शायद
playing off of each other very well.
6.6% discount.
At Heaven by himself when initially
Thank you for
at
the
the start of the
10
round,
Kartikeya.
probably banking on a relay bolt paranoia combo. And then a 3-player site with double trip not being able to be held.
That has a low pick
when you
rate,
had a
yes.
singular like pivot through Heaven. Like old GenG, you'd put your house on them winning that pistol.
मैं बता दूं ब्रांड भाई मैंने क्या क्या मंगाया उसमें क्या क्या कितना कितना प्रोबेबिलिटीज है मेरे को समझ गया अभी पूरा गेम समझ गया भाई मैं कल पूरा दिन यही देख रहा था कि कैसे कार्ड्स कलेक्ट करने होते हैं
Bucky. Autumn is waiting for his opportunity. There's 3 sets
लेकिन
of
सैडली
white
मेरे को
armor
गेम
here,
तब
and he will
समझा
opt to
जब
get a
टॉप्स
little bit
इंडिया
of
में बंद हो गया
Chokehold thrown in towards Vent.
नहीं तो मैं कंगाल हो जाता मंगा मंगा के
Lucky is waiting.
मालूम पोटैटो ताई जिस दिन मैंने ये कार्ड्स का पैक लिया ना उसी दिन इंडिया में ये बंद हो गया
Like they threw a chokehold and then Udatan shot a bullet and they were like, "Yep, that was a trap. Thank you. Let's go B main."
Anxiety for GenG is through the roof.
They're just burning through all of their utility. Like that's the paranoia used. They've used the relay bolt.
सब यूज कर लिए ना भाई
still
फोर्स
got the
किए यहाँ
seeds,
पे
but that's
जेंजी
about
ने
it.
ओह कनेक्ट किया शॉट ब्रो
He sees the kill. They're going in for it.
Oh, Texture with the
though.
one.
Hold on. The
Texture
sheriff
with
shots
two.
are ringing across the sight. Bucky out in hand.
Okay.
And
Come back, come on.
trying
Come on,
to
GenG.
save the round.
Show us a good game.
Out with the
Show us a
ghost
good
into
fight.
the corner. Might have to spike. 10 seconds. He makes a go. But unbeknownst to him, it sinks around the corner. GenG survived just a little bit.
Yep. Third kill of the map there for Zinx.
मैच अटैक सस्ता है क्योंकि उसमें नहीं मिलता है इतना कुछ इजीली भाई उसमें बहुत रेयर मिलता है
Some of the
rarely मिलता है उसमें
agents to have yourself fragging, which is funny because I feel like old GenG, if you saw like the Sentinel controller combo of like Munchkin Khelraay, you'd be like, okay, this site is held. It doesn't matter if there's a full execute. These guys are going to multi-frag, but like in this game, the contrast is so huge. That's a round that will keep them alive on the
ओए
defense
चुप बैठ ठीक
here,
है अब नहीं बात कर
I'm not
रहा
sure
मैं
how much more
अब
confidence
नहीं
you
बात
have
कर
at
रहा
GenG turning this series around at this point. It's going to take a lot more work than that.
Undoubtedly. Even now, just getting forced all the way back.
GE up into vents. It is a save round from them. Playing around on the ropes. Khelraay lies in wait.
करण भाई 5-14 है यार
I dare say he has to.
He's
gonna get taken out.
What?
Surely not.
Bro, judge के against Guardian जीत रहा है.
Pressure by a lot of utility. It's a decent paranoia to try to buy himself some space as the rest of GenG trying to rotate in, but he can't even pick up one.
Hold on, we got 6 around the corner still. He was good in the previous round, has to come up with more goods, but he's getting smoked off. At the same time, it's Pat pushing up further front. Zinx makes it a trade.
Oh my
but then
god,
you got the hopping
bro,
judge in play.
timing,
All
bro,
of a sudden, the tables have turned around. It's just Lakia, and he's out by heaven.
G to London, Pasha!
Peek across, but you don't have
Let's
right
go, Masters!
Nose. We're up to series point, people.
This is a stomp, man.
यार लेकिन GE का ग्रुप बहुत टफ है यार.
And GE reply with a full
नॉन्ग शीट पेपर एक सब भरे पड़े ना इसी में.
The judge gets nothing, not even one. Immediate entry from Pat.
The foot.
इसको टांगे देखिए इसकी.
Head taken on Foxy9, the next up to Pat.
एक टांगे ना ऐसे
Paranoia
हिलती हुई
still can't
दिखी.
even
उसको पता चल गया कि
bring
वही है.
one frag to the table. In the back of the side there. You need your Omen Viper to be able to multi-frag on these side holds.
बेचारा.
The frustration is evident for GenG. It's been a very rough series from them.
Rough day.
अश भाई मैं भिखारी हूँ एक स्किन दिला दो.
उस पोजीशन पे रह के एकदम टकडिन रहना चाहिए आदमी को.
ऊपर वाले
अगर जज कर रहा है हाँ थोड़ा सा भी अगर हिलता है तो टांग दिखती है.
What goes up?
Waiting for it to drop. Doesn't see anyone out towards mail or anything.
Boombot dealt with.
अगला गेम भी मेरे को लगता है क्लोज होगा चैट T1 Varel.
Foxy9.
Yeah, he's walked into B.
Yeah, maybe not. I don't know.
Glass cannon vandal
One-sided
as well. You can
T1
tell
हो
that the
सकता है.
man is feeling confident.
Yeah, actually one-sided T1.
Back to A though. There are multiple trips here.
Actually,
Eggshells hasn't been used just yet.
Still very doable for GE. Of course, GenG will have this written in the cards, though they're trying to get a good read of the situation.
There's the paint shells to break the trips.
One tree not broken, and that will be enough for Texture to kind of line things up. The rest of the team coming in off that effort as well. Now the spike on the ground. Surely this is where G starts to resurge.
Paranoia into Hellside though. I thought Patman was on for a multi-frag, but Texture
Okay.
from screen side.
इजू क्या खेलेगा भाई इजू बहुत उसका एजेंट पुल वाइड है ब्रो वो सिर्फ योरू नहीं खेलता.
Only 10 seconds just going to fall away and save a successful hold from GenG. Courtesy of a nice multi-frag from Texture.
Thanks to the information from Foxy9 as well. I mean, you gotta love starting to get a little bit more proactive.
आज के बाद सेटर रिव्यू yes sir.
I mean, yeah, it's a
got a ways to go.
It's a good round, but many more needed. 8 more in a row from GenG. I'm not sure how that's going to be coming together.
Once भाई thank you for the 40 rupees on super chat. हर्ष भाई नया नाइफ बर्थडे क्या? नया नाइफ आइट है ब्रो. उससे अच्छा I feel कुरनामी वाली है.
Texture reactive form over on Heaven side. I mean, you can hear it in the comms of GenG. You know, GenG known when they're pumped up for their, you know, patented GenG Raw. That is a whisper, mate.
Hopefully at least not going out with a whimper. Just trying to fight back to the nail. Texture out towards the top of Heaven.
दो जन साथ में खेल रहे थे ना.
Takes the rocket out of the round as well. Patman.
Oh, करण को उड़ा दिया भाई शेरिफ से.
Khelraay, so A lot of pressure on Foxy9 to try to hold
texture
this
is
side.
here,
Texture has made it
but
to
वो
the party
60
in
HP
time,
है.
though. Paranoia
Good
and
flash.
Relay Bolt could be huge here. It catches a decent
Hagla.
timing, and it's a nice
Foxy
crunch
got
on Heaven
one.
from GenG,
Okay.
but how does it get that messy?
Autumn is how, oh my god, turns things down to
2v1.
2v1. This was never meant to be G's full round. They had a half buy coming
Marcus
into this. Now
of
Evolution's top because the
GGs.
Nightfall confirms no one else nearby. There's so much initiative that G
GE
can
on
seize
everyone's
just by sheer
top,
positioning.
baby.
One kill from Zinx, couldn't get it himself, the neural theft, and read the position of the last player from GE.
He's gonna have to at this point. Spots out, the player out towards garage, but still paranoid.
GGWP.
As there may be more players up in different corners. He's gonna walk up front, bank everything down.
Left
to
side
garage
बताओ,
blade,
exclamation VP.
Sets down the cage just to try to obfuscate
GGs!
things, but ultimately the Siege reveals all. Autumn for the
What a
finishing
game,
kill.
what a game.
This was utterly every step of the way GE's game.
Yeah, they
2-0.
dominated the team. They gave them a lot of trouble in the
What
lower
a
bracket
game,
of kickoff.
bhai.
GE off to a great start in
भाई
this
last
group.
season मतलब
Definitely
kick-off
a
में
must-win
close game दिया था
given
literally
how
ये.
many dangerous teams
And
are
ये
waiting in the
one-sided
wings.
2-0.
They
कौन
start off
सोचा
well
था
with
भाई?
momentum. And we asked the question in kickoff,
We up.
are GE good
G
enough to make
so
it
up.
international this early on? Well, I think with a start like that,
Bye,
they've
South.
got a little bit of a chance in this group.
Crazy.
Hell yeah. It does come a bit close on that first map, but off to this split, you know, just every step, every composition.
Crystal भाई का birthday है, happy birthday हो जाए Crystal भाई के लिए, love you.
All their little moments here and there. Safe to say, GE, this is a fully new, reinvigorated.
भाई इसने तो bind में क्या clutch निकाला ना वो.
But for GenG, I cannot say the same thing.
No, definitely not. They've had more than enough time to work on things in the off-season after an early exit in kickoff, but it was a very flat performance, even from the big names of GenG today. Having Foxy9 step into the controller role after Ash did decently last stage. I mean, it is a 6-man roster. I'm wondering if we're going to stick with the same roles. Are we going to stick with the same players for GenG after a bit of a nightmarish start here in the group?
What a start to the
For
season!
now, at least winning for GE. We're going to toss it down to the stage with Jen for the winning interview.
Excuse me.
आज तुम खेलने नहीं वाले हो?
A lot to celebrate
तो
for
तुम अभी
GE
stream
this
कर
nice
रही हो,
2-0
दो
win,
match
and
फिर उसके
also happy
बाद?
birthday, Crystal.
What?
Now,
इंटरव्यू देखो
and
पहले
talk
Crystal
about
का
today's
birthday.
game. Thank you, Autumn, for
Hey,
joining
hey,
me.
Autumn
Your
ये
spot
जरा.
is over here. 네, 오늘
나
2대 0으로
Crystal
승리를
보기
거둔
Autumn को
글로벌
기대해요,
e스포츠의
दीदी.
어텀 선수 만나보도록 하겠습니다. 승리 축하드립니다. 가장 먼저 오늘 좀 경기에서 처음으로 브림스톤과 비토를 보여주게 됐습니다. 지휘에서 요루를 담당하다가 이제 조금 다른 요원들을 플레이하게 됐는데 이 부분에 대해서 어떻게 느끼고 있는지부터 여쭤보도록 할게요. Now, congratulations, Autumn, on this win. You were the designated Yoru player on your team, but now you're playing Brimstone, and now you're playing Vito, and you have a 100% win rate on both of them because it was your first time playing them in an official. But how are you handling this major change?
I think it's okay because before when I played in VCT CN, I played more of a flex role there. So
Oh.
I'm quite accustomed to it already, so it's fun for me.
Do you like it?
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, it's fun?
It's more fun playing different agents,
Okay.
I think. Yeah.
Alright. 먼저 아무래도 그 중국 지역에서 CN 지역에서 경기를 할 때 플렉스로를 담당했다 보니까 워낙 다른 요원들을 다루는 거 크게 힘든 일은 아니었고 또 프림스톤 비토 재밌는 것 같다고 얘기를 하는데요. 그래도 이 요루 너프에 대해서 어떤 생각인지 여쭤보고 싶습니다. 아쉬울 것 같기도 하고 이제 요루 당분간은 못 본다고 생각을 해도 될까요? But seriously though, I really wanted to ask you about the Yoru nerf. Do you feel like the nerf kind of killed him? He's not going to make his way back? Or do you feel like he is kind of viable on some maps?
Yeah, so I think the patch is kind of killed him, I think, but like the way people were playing him before, it kind of killed that playstyle. But I think on bind actually is quite good. And,
Ghanta?
yeah, like they played it on bind today, so yeah, I think on bind is good.
먼저 아무래도 이번 패치에서
Okay.
너프를 좀 세게 맞았기 때문에 옛날처럼
Bind पे ठीक है, लेकिन भाई breeze वगैरह जैसे map पे तो dead है.
좀 많이는 못 볼 것 같지만 그래도 바인드 같은 맵에서는 아무래도 젠지가 보여줬다시피 요루가 아직까지는 쓸만한 것 같다고 얘기를 해줬습니다. 그리고 마지막으로 아무래도 플래툰 코치가 이번 킥오프 동안 좀 팀의 아이덴티티나 방향성을 많이 알 수 있었고 그 경험을 바탕으로 바인드 조합을 구성해서 오늘 보여줬다라고 얘기를 해줬는데요. 좀 어떤 방향성을 잡았는지 어떤 것들을 팀에 대해서 그리고 팀원들에 대해서 발견할 수 있었는지 물어보고 싶네요. So I'm gonna go back to what Coach Platoon said after map 1. He said you guys were able to discover your identity and kind of build off of that coming into stage 1 and thus on Bind you're playing Gecko, Deadlock, and KO. So what were you guys able to discover about yourselves and how did that lead to playing this unique comp?
I think we kind of discovered how flexible all the players are in our team. Like Pat and Harvey play a lot of agents. Same with Sava actually, and also Yudo. Like all 5 of us can play a lot of different agents, and we just thought for the current meta that comp would work on that map. So yeah.
All right, was it more about countering the double duelist or aggressive style, or it was more of, hey, let's see what we can do and this suits us the best?
I think it's both, but definitely against like teams that keep playing.
भाई सही में यार क्या crazy comp था वो bind वाला तो chat.
I hate it.
Okay. Well, you dealt with it, so that's good. 일단 킥오프를 하는 동안 좀 G 선수들에 대해서 스스로 발견할 수 있었던 부분은 팀에 있는 5명의 선수 모두가 굉장히 플렉스롤을 담당할 수 있고 다양한 요원들을 할 수 있는 요원 폭이 있었기 때문에 그 부분을 최대한 이용하는 게 중요하겠다라는 점을 배웠다고 얘기를 했고요. 그렇기 때문에 오늘 바인드에서 이렇게 좀 개코, KO 그리고 데드락 같은 조합을 보여줄 수 있었다고 얘기를 합니다. 그리고 굉장히 재밌는 시간을 보내고 있었고 이번 바인드 조합이 아무래도 이번 메타를 카운터 치는 것도 있고 아무래도 네온 레일레이가 너무 싫다 보니까 이런 조합을 더 열심히 하게 되는 것 같다고 얘기를 해줬습니다. 이렇게 해서 어텀 선수 만나봤습니다. Thank you very much, Autumn, and hope you guys celebrate Crystal's birthday together.
We will. Thank you for having me.
Happy birthday क्रिस्टल भाई. ओए इन्होंने ये चेंज किया, व्हाइट क्यों किया इन लोगों ने? ये वेट ये कोई प्रैंक कर रहा है? चैट ये कोई प्रैंक कर रहा है क्या? ये हैक हो गया है क्या? ये क्या सीन है? स्टेज 2 का थीम है ये। ओह रियल है? अबे लेकिन अभी तो स्टेज 1 चल रहा है, स्टेज 2 पे कहां पहुंच गया तू? नहीं यहाँ पे तो लोगो सेम है, ये देखो यहाँ पे भी सेम है, तो यहाँ क्यों अलग है? नेक्स्ट मैच T1 वर्सेस वेरल। उन्होंने कार्टून जैसा टीम रखा है, जानबूझ के रखा है। अच्छा अप्रैल फूल, ओह माय गॉड, वाओ, या मस्ट बी अप्रैल फूल। अप्रैल फूल डब्बा गुल। हर्ष भाई बलून स्पॉटेड। अल्ले पुडारता ये देखो तुम, डुक्कर पुडारता है देखो ना यार, गायब है। टीवी चेटअप ये सब क्यों चालू करके रखा है यार? एंजॉय कर गेम को। लिक्विडिया पे भी ऐसा ही है, क्या कर दिया उन लोगों ने फिर भी? क्रॉस चीचा ये बीमार है तो वो मास्क लेके पहन के बैठे थे। एपेक्स से कितनी टीम्स मास्टर जाएगी? 3 ही जाएंगी, पता नहीं स्टेज 1 का अगर फॉर्मेट अलग रहेगा तो। डिलाडो क्या? ये डिलाडो नहीं भाई, ये ना लेने की गलती मत करो, ये गन से तुम बहुत इजीली बोर हो जाओगे, इट्स नॉट गुड। चेटअप देखो हर्ष भाई, वाऊ, अले झोपला श्यामड्या, झोपला काय? क्या मस्त लग रहा भाई ये। Ew. मजाक कर रहा हूँ. अच्छा अच्छा शॉट था, अच्छा शॉट था.
भाई पहला तो देखो, लाइक किया है मेरे को अपनी 30 माउस. ये है अपना क्यू. जो आप बोले सॉल्व करने का नहीं है तो सॉल्व नहीं कर रहा मैं. फेक दे इसको, सॉल्व नहीं कर रहा मैं बस. और एक मदरबोर्ड बोल रहे थे, एक ये 2 और ये 3 और ये तो फ्लेक्स है अपना बस.
इतना सब काय के लिए रखा है? और ये माउस तूने किस पे रखा है ब्रो? ये बेडशीट है तेरी?
भाई पहला तो देखो, लाइक
क्या सीन? मदरबोर्ड क्यों रखा है? अमाल भाई का चेयर. ये बड़े प्लेयर लोग ऐसे ही होते हैं. आज वैंडल दिला दे. वैंडल ओ भाई डिस्काउंट है भी नहीं है यार. मैं तो दिला देता. अगर 50% डिस्काउंट रहता ना सिर्फ 13 तो दिला देता मैं. तो आ जाओ क्लिप्स देखे. एक्स्ट्रा मदरबोर्ड फॉर हार्डवेयर बैन. ओ व्हाट? सिल्वर. भाई आंखें दुख रही है यार ऐसे लो रेज में देखने. वो इधर मत डालो, गेम क्लिप्स में डालो. अरे तीन जिस हिसाब से खेला है उस हिसाब से ये एक गोल्ड है. फ्लैट टू आंट क्यों लिखा है तूने? गेम क्लिप्स. क्लिप्स तो दो. ये रैंक तो डालो दोबारा. हाँ चलो इसने डाला. भाई इसका क्रॉसर देखे. ओ माय नाइस शॉट. नाइस नाइस शॉट. ओके इतने से गेस करो इसका रैंक. इतने से इसका रैंक गेस करो. मैं बताता हूँ उनको. आई फील he is a bronze. करंट इसका ब्रॉन्ज 1 या आयन 3 है. और पीक इसका सिल्वर 2 या सिल्वर 1 है. नो वे. तो ये क्या अंकल रिएक्शन है भाई तेरे? नहीं नहीं भाई मैं नहीं मानता. मैं नहीं मानता. क्या है? किधर है क्लिप तेरी? ओके RDX IND नाम है इसका. पोजिशनिंग अच्छा किया इसने. पोजिशनिंग अच्छा किया लेकिन ये क्लिप बहुत बेकार है. मतलब इतनी स्लो क्लिप है यार. मार रहा है अच्छा. ही इज प्लेइंग लाइक अ फ्लैट डायमंड. नाइस शॉट. ओके लास्ट शॉट के लिए उसने क्लिप डाली है. फ्लैट या डायमंड के अराउंड ही है ये. सिल्वर नहीं है ये. सिल्वर नहीं है. फ्लैट है आई फील. अबे यार तू डायमंड 3 होके इतनी मिड क्लिप क्यों डालेगा यार मेरे भाई? कम ऑन. तू और अच्छा क्लिप डाल सकता था. कर दे टीपी। ओए 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 ओए, he was locked in। उसने फ्लैश भी डॉच किया, उसका एज चोरी किया, कोई दिक्कत की बात नहीं, उसने पोजीशन अच्छा लिया। एम लैब्स भी खेला राउंड के स्टार्ट में, सेटअप अच्छा लगा है। ही इज डेफिनेटली नॉट गोल्ड और प्लैट, ये डायमंड 1 हो सकता है, या एक्चुअली वो सामने वाले भी थोड़े से डायबॉलिकल खेले। ये डायमंड है, डायमंड है, डायमंड 1 या 2 है। हेलो इस बार नो मोशन ब्लर। अबे रैंक किधर है, लेकिन किधर है? ओ भाई तुम लोग ऐसे सब सबमिट करके लिटरली ग्राफिक कार्ड जीत सकते हो बे। अगर मैं भी पार्टिसिपेट करूंगा और मैं अपनी एकदम इनसेन कोई तो क्लिप डालूंगा भाई, और मैं जीत जाऊंगा। नाइस शॉट्स दो, नाइस शॉट्स, नाइस शॉट्स। इतने क्रिस्प नहीं है, मतलब क्रिस्प है लेकिन इतने फिर भी नहीं है। आई फील is flat 3 या diamond 1।
चल भी है, ये देख लाइनअप भी जाएगा, जाते जा ये देख। अबे कोई था ही नहीं हुक्का में।
क्या कर रहा है ये?
सब लोगे जा पुश कर दे।
जिस हिसाब के कॉम्स चल रहे हैं ना, उस हिसाब से ये एक
One more globe. है एक एल्बो एक प्लांट कर रहा है,
एक एल्बो,
एक साइड एक एल्बो नाइस। इस साइड में कहीं तो
जिस हिसाब का ये पूरा खेला है।
क्या खा के आया बे? हैं
अच्छा खेला वो, लेकिन इतना डेंजर नहीं खेला।
हैं
अच्छा खेला वो, लेकिन इतना डेंजर नहीं खेला। मतलब शॉट्स बहुत अच्छा कनेक्ट किए, लेकिन वो अवेयर काफी कम था। इट्स सिल्वर 3 ऑन अ गुड डे, आई फील सिल्वर 2 या सिल्वर 3 ऑन अ गुड डे। क्या
देख। अबे कोई था ही नहीं हुक्का में। एल्बो एक साइड एक एल्बो
ये प्लैट था। अबे यार चलो एक पैक इसी बात पे लास्ट।
Yo.
Otamendi! Argentina for the win! Gabriel Martinez. Oh! We got Dembele's काउंटर अटैक क्या कार्ड भाई, मेरा फर्स्ट काउंटर अटैक, मतलब ऐसा वाला कार्ड है ये। डैम, ओके ओके। ओ वेट चैट, स्पेशल कार्ड बार्सिलोना का है, स्पेशल कार्ड बार्सिलोना का है। लेट्स होप फॉर द बेस्ट। 3 2 1 Frankie de Jong Pasha, oh my god. ब्रो ये काउंटर अटैक कार्ड भी क्रेजी है बे। क्या मस्त दिख रहा भाई ये कार्ड। बेस कार्ड्स का क्या करूं बे चैट? बेस कार्ड्स का क्या करूं? अभी इतने बेस कार्ड्स का क्या करूं बे? कुमार लेकिन मजा आ रहा है, मजा आ रहा है। क्या बोल रही थी मैडम?
मेरे को इंस्टाग्राम डिलीट करना है, मैं रेजमेट हो जाती हूँ खोलते से ही। तो रेजमेट करते हैं बंटाई लोग
तुम
इंस्टाग्राम
दुनिया को है ना, तुम दुनिया को ज्यादा महत्व देती हो, समझ रहे
स्टूपिड
हो?
बातें करते हैं। मैंने इतनी स्टूपिड रील देखी ना, पर मैं तुम्हारी स्ट्रीम पे नहीं बोल सकती।
नहीं तो मैं वही तो बोल रहा हूँ, तुम दुनिया को ज्यादा
तो मेरे को
महत्व देती
तुमको
हो।
बोलना है, मेरे को तुम्हारा ओपिनियन जानना है इस
नहीं
चीज
लेकिन
पे।
अभी 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 नहीं, अभी नहीं।
अभी नहीं, अभी नहीं,
ठीक है
स्ट्रीम के
चैट
बाद
पे भेजो।
बोलूंगी मैं तो। हाँ हाँ ठीक है। भाई हर्ष भाई गुस्सा दिलाते हैं ना कुछ कुछ लोग मेरे को।
व्हाट्सएप कर दो, व्हाट्सएप।
हाँ हाँ हाँ।
नो वे।
अरे लंबी स्टोरी है थोड़ी, बाद में बताऊंगी। छोड़ो। What the hell?
भाई कैसे? ओके राउंड अभी चालू हुआ है। वही राउंड कब चालू होता है?
हाँ हाँ सही है सही है।
ब्रो व्हाट?
That is crazy.
ना ब्रो दिस इज द फास्टेस्ट एस। कस्टम हो सकता है, कस्टम क्लिप हो लेकिन ये रैंक एम जिस हिसाब से झूल के गया है ना, ये ब्रॉन्ज और सिल्वर वाला एम है। हाँ चैट आई फील ब्रॉन्ज है ये, बट ये ऐसे मार मार के ब्रॉन्ज से रैंक अप करके सिल्वर तो पहुंच गया होगा। भाई ब्रॉन्ज और सिल्वर में कंफ्यूज हूँ।
Yo, we got a female blanket. Oh, 1 second.
फीमेल ब्लिंकेट्स भी ये रहते हैं। ब्रॉन्ज आई फील आई स्टिक विद ब्रॉन्ज। क्लोज। भाई मैं बहुत सही रैंक गेस करता हूँ। ओए फर्स्ट बैरल का पिक है, ऑल राइट। सिर्फ मेंबर्स की क्लिप दिख रहे हैं नहीं बेबी, तो क्या क्लिप देख रहे हैं? Opponents threw, then now.
Yay.
Oh. Oh my. क्या टाइमिंग हुआ इसके साथ?
Bandai.
हाँ
We got लड़की मतलब पार्सल देना आई थी। हाँ ब्लिंकिट से।
क्रेजी।
Yes sir.
Nice grind bro, the grind is real.
Lay my queen.
W keep up. ओए अच्छा मारा इसने, लेकिन इतना भी डेंजर नहीं मारा। गोल्ड या प्लैट, अच्छा खेला ये काफी। अभी पहले इसका रैंक रहेगा प्लैट या डायमंड, ये डायमंड पहुंच गया रहेगा या एक्चुअली ये अभी भी सिल्वर है फिर। ओह व्हाट? अच्छा ये क्लिप के टाइम पे तो सिल्वर था। ओह अच्छा ऐसा कॉन्टेक्स्ट था इसका। अबे यार बहुत अच्छा मारा बे ये। भाई सिल्वर और गोल्ड के लोग भी बहुत अच्छा मारते, नॉट गonna lie ब्रो, नॉट गonna lie। अगर आपको ऐसे चैलेंजेस करने ना 1v5 वगैरह ये वो तुम सिल्वर वालों के अगेंस्ट नहीं कर सकते। सिल्वर वाले लोग दे हिट शॉट्स ब्रो, दे हिट गुड शॉट्स। NGL NGL baby,
NGL.
NGL अब देखो चैट मेरे को ये क्या रिकमेंडेशन में फर्स्ट लाइन में क्या आ रहा है? भाई कल से सिर्फ यही सब स्पैम कर रहा हूँ मैं, यही सब स्पैम करे जा रहा हूँ। बट ये वाले शौक के लिए ना बहुत अमीर होना पड़ेगा, बहुत ज्यादा अमीर
ये
होना
ब्लैक
पड़ेगा।
कॉफी पी रहा है अपने थंबनेल में ये आदमी, और मॉन्स्टर मंगाई है अभी ब्लिंकिट से। पागल वागल तो नहीं है? पागल वागल तो नहीं है ये आदमी थोड़ा सा?
मोबाइल से रिकॉर्ड किया वो वॉच टिल एंड, एंड ही देख लिया डायरेक्ट। जल्दी मार। ओ अच्छा प्लेयर है, अच्छा प्लेयर है। फ्लैट डायमंड। Wow! Whoa!
Karthikeya Gabe donated
Diamond.
10 rupees.
He's like
Setup
ascendant
review
too.
curl 2 bars ignore Kia.
Ooh, इसका नाम I miss her भी है।
Ascendant bro. Ascendant 2 bro for sure.
Diamond 3 ascendant है ये। Diamond 3 ascendant। 3, 2, 1 boom।
Oh. Yes sir.
कार्तिकेय थैंक यू फॉर 10 रुपये गूगल पे। सेटअप रिव्यू कर ले, 2 बार इग्नोर किया, क्या बात कर रहा है? तो तेरा सेटअप अंधेरे वाला रहेगा इसलिए इग्नोर हुआ रहेगा। कार्तिकेय कार्तिकेय इधर है ही नहीं तू, इधर तू है ही नहीं। ए यार कर लो बात, कर लो बात। हम आपके सेटअप देखने आए लेकिन आपने तो सेटअप दिखाया ही नहीं। जूस, अच्छा जूस तेरा सेटअप है। हाँ डाल और अंधेरा करके डाल दे। अरे तेरा टेबल दिखा लाइट लगा के। ये देख, मुझे अब देखना है कि तेरा ये क्या है, लेकिन तूने अंधेरा किया है तो मैं देखूं कैसे? इसलिए ऐसे सेटअप्स में स्किप करता हूं जहां पे अंधेरा होता है। तेरा ये चेंज कैसे हो गया? वाइब्स, वाइब्स इंपॉर्टेंट। ये वाइब्स है तेरी। हट, अंधेरा बोलते इसको। शुरू करो ना मैच प्लीज। कहाँ है पाव क्लिप्स? मां कसम भाई कितना माउस हिल रहा है। ये बहुत पुराना क्लिप है ना? हाँ ये बहुत, भाई ये 2 साल पुराना क्लिप डाला तूने लिटरली 2 साल पुराना क्लिप डाला है। आर यू सीरियस ब्रो? ब्रो जस्ट पोस्टेड अ क्लिप 2 years back। चैट में IN3 लिख रहा है तेरे को बंदा एक। आदित्य ब्रो यू शुड गिव अप। आदित्य यू शुड गिव अप एट दिस पॉइंट। वेल वाइफर पाव स्पोर्ट्स रिप्रेजेंट। शॉट शॉट। वो करंट नहीं पता वेल वाइफर का, बट इट हैज टू बी असेंडेंट। पीक इमॉर्टल 3 कैसे हुआ? अबे चालू करो मैच।
Headshot. Ult ready.
What? जिस हिसाब से एस के लिए ये हावड़ा हुआ ना, बट ये जनरेशनल क्लिप था ब्रो उसका, तो वो हावड़ा तो होगा ही। बट व्हाट अ क्रेजी क्लिप। ओए ये सब क्लिप्स, अबे नहीं, तुम लोग को नए क्लिप्स बनाने पड़ेंगे क्योंकि एक सेटिंग ऑन करनी होगी। बट हाँ भाई, इसे क्लिप्स फार्म करना भाई तुम लोग ब्रो। बट इसका रैंक करंट आई फील असेंडेंट है।
Harsh bye, love you. Up best streamer ho. Goat.
Just here in Korea, but globally.
I love you, up best streamer ho. Goat. Love you, Vengeance. Thank you for the party.
Not that I disagree for the most part with Stacks, but after an All-Pacific Grand Finals, it was a little bit of a snooze fest.
Check clip आखिरी रहेगी, देखते।
But T1 backing up.
भाई कितनी VCT होती है, इसके बाद में मास्टर्स होगा, इसके बाद में एक और स्टेज होगा, उसके बाद में चैंपियंस होगा।
Santiago only be able to best EDG and then lose to Team Liquid as well as G2 and make an early exit from the tournament to lose.
भाई T1 सबसे पहले बाहर हो गई थी यार। ये डालूंगा 56 TDI के लिए। नहीं यार ये नहीं डाल सकता, तुझे नहीं बनानी पड़ेगी क्योंकि उसमें एक सेटिंग ऑन करनी है रिफ्लेक्स वाली, जो ऊपर क्या आता है ना, ओवरले वाली ऑन करके फिर तुम्हें बनानी है, तभी तुम एलिजिबल होगे। वैसा है।
ఈ క్రాజర్ ఏంట్రా ఈ 32 ఇంచ్ లా ఆడుతున్నాడు వీడు
షాట్
ఆల్ దేర్ ఈజీ
షాట్ Whoa!
Oh my god. Holy shit.
Shot Pasha.
Stage. So if nothing else, they're bringing the energy. They're bringing the energy.
I think that's a good sign. You know what? I mean, LP said the pressure got the best of them.
Sure.
मैं तो बिना ग्राफिक कार्ड वाला हूँ। ओह ये तो सही आपका कंसर्न है, पूछना पड़ेगा ये।
They're going to get themselves into tier 1 and then they might just get checked at the door. Yes. You know, you're going to go up against these squads that have so much more experience, and that proved to be the case for Varel. But now it's that growth point. It's time to break past this. It's time to start trending upwards. So while I do think that T1, again, this is a big must-win game for them to save face after Masters. Still love to see this go the distance, go to Lotus, and potentially even to see
Silver and gold
win,
अभी अब बहुत ट्रायड हो गई है। 6 मंथ से सिल्वर 3 आज तक हूँ। क्या बात कर रहा है?
I can let them off for kickoff. You can sort of give them a mulligan.
इसलिए एलिजिबल। अबे एक एनवीडिया का कॉन्टेस्ट शुरू होने वाला है जिसमें टॉप 2 लोगों को ग्राफिक कार्ड मिलेगा 50-60। उसका अनाउंसमेंट मैं कल या परसों करूंगा।
It's just about delivering on the day for this team.
Now, there were 2 teams from Ascension that have compared themselves
two
to Paper X as they
teams.
entered and ascended into Pacific, and one was Nongshim, the winning team of Masters just a month ago. Can Varel be that other team?
Meteor on
Really happy to see
Phoenix!
Zexy back on that jet.
Yeah, he's on the jet, which I
He's
mean,
on Chamber.
It's been few and further in between, but Zexy is one of those players where maybe he can make it work. So Jet Neon, a very bizarre double
Jet and
duelist
Neon
combo, something that we're used to seeing at all. But T1 are actually the team that's leaning in towards that Phoenix, and it's going to be in the hands
Even
of
though comp भी crazy है भाई।
I mean, I like this T1 comp a lot. We saw Phoenix over in EMEA playing very similar comps, but we are seeing them run that Sky. Now it's buffed back in Pacific, and Izu on the Chamber. I think he could go electric in this position.
Well, we have seen Ascension teams do the unthinkable. Can Varel do that today, especially starting here on Haven against a T1 that did show a lot of cracks over in Santiago?
Yeah.
I just want to see a bloodbath. I want to see these teams run at each other. I want to see a bloody mess left on the stage.
I like it. I like violence. I choose violence today too, as we send it over to our casters, Pilsky and Quack.
Okay, with that image
is
in
this?
my mind, yeah, let's get.
भाई ये क्वैक ने किसका तो कॉस्प्ले किया है, लेकिन मुझे समझ में नहीं आ रहा ये किसका कॉस्प्ले है। अच्छा मुझे ये बताओ कि क्या ये एक वन साइडेड गेम होगी?
Already have been beaten up by some of the other Korean big brothers, and now it's their turn to take on T1.
I think that's the main thing. You just want to see the fact that this has to be, you know, a bit more of a performance. We want to see a bit more coming out from guys like Varel, not just, you know, a one-sided affair.
Yeah, totally. I mean, Varel, they had so much potential in Ascension.
One-sided
they
hone wali
didn't
hai.
realize it on the Pacific stage last time
No
around. They
doubt.
got to play. They played a slower style than they did in Ascension. I am already excited seeing this comp. Klaus, first time he's ever played the Neon here to start things off. Zexy back on his signature jet. And you're going to get Meteor also playing the Phoenix for the second time ever, so I'm going to clap for that one.
Yeah, let's have some claps for it. I'm trying to do my best boom quick impression, but otherwise, yeah, you're absolutely right. I mean, you do have a lot of these different things coming out, especially for Klaus and Neon. T1, I mean, what do you really think? You got all the flashes coming into this.
Yeah, they do. I mean, it's interesting that Varel picks attack here because this is T1's map pick and they're being allowed to start out on defense, which you've seen.
Varel Jet
on a
खेल रही है.
5-match win streak in Pacific.
सबसे important major VCT कौन सा होता है? Champions.
Into Santiago.
जो सबसे end में होता है.
necessarily have Santiago go the way
Stage
that they
2
would
के
have
बाद.
wanted, but here in Pacific, things have been going swell. I mean, they had a shaky start. They looked like they would have lost to GenG, but after they made their way through that mess of a series, they went on a run, man.
This whole thing, certainly hope to see a lot more of that, especially now that we are in stage 1. Group
Here we
Omega,
go!
Of course, starting things off on the attacking side, we do have Varel in a 4-1 lean.
Varel attack कर रही है.
To take first contact here, doesn't manage to find his target.
Izu Khelraay TP वाला agent वापस.
HP from him. Meteor ready to back him if the C hit does speed up.
भाई क्लच भाई को भी है ना चेंबर में नहीं कर लेना चाहिए बे. क्लच भाई को एक एजेंट स्टिक करना चाहिए वापस. तो ये अरे भाई इजू भाई क्या कर रहा है?
Careful. I mean, he had the tracers that were being fired through that smoke on low HP. It's a risk that ends up not paying off for Izu. LP active inside a grass with the cam for a little bit of support. Stacks with a bandit in hand has got a nice off angle here, but there's no plan B for him.
He
has to connect this shot.
My God,
and when you hit nothing with the body, the bandit is not so
इनको C मिल
great.
गया.
You got to scratch plan B, plan C. It's all thrown out the window. Now it's Varel's turn as they pivot back over onto C thanks to the space that LP has gained.
I mean, this is the beauty of having your mid-rounder and your IGL as the lurker, because when he just walks through the middle of the map, it's pretty easy for him to make the call. Hey guys, let's pivot back to C. Varel are running T1 around the map, and if I'm honest, making them look a little bit silly in this pistol.
Very. Those shots through the smoke. Now
Nah,
on to the
bro.
end of it with Suna on Sheriffs.
ये क्या हो रहा है?
I mean, Zuna
बहुत
was
नई teams
one of
दिख
the
रही है इस बार.
standouts in Ascension, right on
पिछले
there with
stage में भी
Zexy.
थी ये team.
Munchkin looking for
kick-off में.
any damage he can possibly find, and LP caught in the side, but cleaned up by Zexy. That's exactly how you would have
Ascension
wanted
से
that
आई
to go
हुई
for
है.
Varel, to be honest. Multi-frag from Zuna on the Sova, gets himself very close to a Hunter's Fury, and Zexy already
अच्छी team है,
closer to
काफी
his
अच्छी team है ये.
Flamestorm, picks up the Marshal for the anti-eco here.
Yeah, of course, though, this is just the pistol round, so we'll kind of keep things in check. But at the same time, I mean, just it keeps you inspired for how things could go. In a little jump check, cross over onto Stacks.
I mean, in this group for Varel, they have Zeta, who I think they could be pretty confident they could get a win over, although Zeta did show some improvements
Shuna
last
player
season
है,
as
LP भी
well.
अच्छा
Varel
player
and
है.
Zeta were two of the lower performing teams in Pacific.
वो उनजम पल्ले
So I
जो नाम है
think if
उसका.
they could get a win over any of these teams, T1
शील्ड लेके आता है इजू भाई.
included,
Oh my God.
Just needing to
Clean up,
progress
clean up,
with
clean
always,
up.
of course. but
Clean
with
up,
Suna onto this
bhai
Guardian.
saab.
Hello.
This is the confidence that Varel need early on in the game. Anti-eco has gone great. Pistol, they really haven't missed a beat. Izu, very cute inside of the smoke, but there wasn't much for him to do. A flawless anti-eco for Varel to start off this game of Haven.
Just write that off. Just write that
अनामिका
off.
ने
Go into the
30
next
रुपए
one.
दिया
Check
गूगल पे और
everything
लिखा है लड़की
You
डिलीवरी
actually-
कर
we
रही
were talking
तो
about Varel
स्ले माय
needing to
क्वीन
shake
लड़के
things off. They
डिलीवरी
have.
करते हैं.
I mean, it's a good
अरे
start from
उनके
them.
लिए नहीं,
Already
लड़के
you have
उनके
the
लिए
Hunter's
करते आ रहे
Fury
हैं,
here
उनके
on
लिए नहीं.
Zuna. He
ऐसी
had a
बात नहीं है
multi-frag
भाई.
on the Sheriff on the pistol. Continues to go strength to
Male
strength. That
dominant
was 4
field
players
में
stacked up on A long
ladies
there, and he just
अगर
starts
दिख
shooting
जाती
away
है
on
तो
the Guardian.
obviously
Wallbangs to boot. Last kill gets him the Hunter's Fury.
वो लगता होगा ना,
Very
वो
pumped
लगता है
up.
ना कि yeah, let's go bro, let's go. Be more
That's exactly
more of
what
you.
need. T1 though, on the
मतलब
back foot now, trying to gain some control back in. A little check with Flash, but Meteor now taking
Yeah.
a lot of heat.
Yeah, pushing into
How
the
do I
back of the
explain
side
it?
though. Zexy already up inside of A link. T1 need to be careful about how they approach this.
और ऐसा नहीं है कि लड़कों को appreciate नहीं करते जो डिलीवरी करते हैं.
Corners, Zexy still
सब
a
करते हैं.
threat, getting taken out, but
गर्मी में अपने लिए आते हो तो अपन पानी ऑफर करते हैं
both of
उनको.
the links, man.
तो ऐसी बात नहीं है कि लड़कों को
Where
appreciate
you
नहीं
go,
करते.
you're running into a shotgun, but now you're seeing Varel forfeit control of the site and play for the after plan with the Hunter's Fury.
Suna, all the way out from window. He's got the Guardian, of course, as well, which will just allow him to puncture through walls even. T1 need to fight for this space, not just hop into the spike. They're going to try to bait out the utility first and foremost. Also noting the positions now as the Bucky continues to fire through. Spams awarded, and now it's all the following utility dumped in. As they push on out alongside a fast lane, though, it's Feral out in corners.
Bro, buy down
bonus to succession. 3 and what a start for this team.
Munchkin was so close to getting that defuse off, but not quite able to get it done, and that is a huge
Oh my god, T1
for Varel. 7-0
GenG भी
start for
3-0
Zuna,
start की
one of
थी.
the standouts of Ascension Bangkok, and T1 little bit slow to start. I don't know if some of the Santiago form is starting to bite them a little bit. They had their big highs in that tournament, some close OTs against G2. I stopped against EDG, but they still weren't able to make it out of the group, so unfortunately, the first Masters of the year not going as smoothly as last year for T1.
Feral feeling pulled by all of these now.
I'm literally like feeling the face palm right now because I was so close to sending the Varel prediction for this series, but I had no facts or logic behind it. It was just all a vibe-based prediction, but I'm feeling the vibes here of the Varel upset.
Attack map, right?
Let's you know, reiterate that this is T1's map pick, and they've been allowed to start on the defensive side with an Astra Chamber Phoenix comp.
I think that's all fair. You know, we don't have that much data off of Feral, especially from their kickoff performance. But
I mean, the data is they're not good. That's the data, especially against Korean teams. They're having a tough time.
Still, though, I mean, you expect a lot more from a squad like T1.
Having a slow start. They had a slow start to kick off, let's not forget. Before they went on that 5-match streak, they weren't necessarily looking great. And even at the start of that 5-match streak, they beat a GenG with 2 players sub 100 ACS to win that series.
30 seconds left.
Hey, Buzz!
Still kind of in control of things. Getting a good read, just trying to sneak off some kills here and there, play around the timer. But as Munchkin goes down into the ground,
I
mean, that was so close to going very wrong for Varel. But they've avoided a pretty serious snag on their run through this trail. Plant from LP, Stacks last man alive.
At what point do we kind of consider, like, T1 are done kind of testing this? You know, like, this is truly the epitome of veteran versus rookie. And you can kind of run off the first few rounds, but at what point does it become like, okay, Feral are actually surpassing
even
this
comp
test,
haven't
doing
been
so much more than just
Sky.
That's
crazy.
Getting there. Like, this is an insane economy on the attacking side. None of these rounds have been particularly competitive. Even if T1, let's say T1 did pull off that defuse from Munchkin, he probably would have died anyway. They would have come out of the first gun round with no guns. So this has not been a particularly close game, and LP, that's a freebie onto Stacks. It just feels like Varel is blessed right now.
Everything lining up. Of course, we'll keep an eye on things up for the next round.
Up.
Yeah, they do have the run it back. That's a very nice tool. Want to try to string as many of those together as you can. I mean, looking at the comp that T1 is running with, they have a lot of these agents that can snowball pretty hard. If your Chamber or your Phoenix gets going, you start getting 2 of the forces, run it backs. That's where the rounds can get a lot more tricky as Varel. But this opening half for T1 has been a non-starter, so they're really going to have to go back to the drawing board here and try to figure things out on the fly.
Okay, we do see an op being brought out. If Izu does punch one through, it would be huge. Has a lot of good vision, and there he goes.
One more, almost.
By Zexy, and the repick as well. Feeling very bold today is Zexy. I'm surprised he's got away with that.
Still in with Phantom Spams as well. Izu almost getting caught down, but thanks to Sky being in the game now, he's going to get topped off.
Yeah.
Varel need to hang back, reset.
LP's made it into sewers, but he's very low. In fact, if the Skydog headed in his direction, that might have been the end of him. Pivoting back to spawn now for Varel. LP still on that active lurk. Inside of Sewers going to join up with the rest of the team. Buzz on an off angle inside of Garage here. Judge in hand could be problematic if Varel heads in that direction, but they're just going to re-hit A and leave LP on the lurk.
Yeah, why not? Might as well dump in with flashes. Zexy still able to dive through, but you don't want that happening.
Nice picks, bro.
Now locks down the front.
Finally, T1 playing good. Izu ke shots nahi connect ho rahe.
Able to walk away with one. TP's
Defensive
onto
wall
top
by
Heaven,
Meteor.
but
Heaven TP
abandons
कर दिया
Suya
है.
completely.
Oh shit.
The guy
Oh
has the
shit.
spike, and he cannot make it out of the choke point.
He's getting fluxed.
Oh, he's sandwiched. Okay, we're just
Oh,
trying
Heaven
to
वाले
do
को मार
what
दिया.
we
Okay, okay,
can,
okay.
but still Buzz out from behind. Pretty much
कोई
seals
मिक्स
the
नहीं
deal.
खेल रहा भाई, पता नहीं मेरे को मिक्स डायबॉलिकल एजेंट
That's
लगता
a
है.
very clean round from T1 though. As soon as the operator comes out from Izu, it gets immediate impact. The run it back.
क्या तुम लोग को लगता है चैट मिक्स को VCT में खेलेंगे?
That is intended to function. Took a while for them to
I don't
get
think so.
going, but once the big ults and the operator are in play, things get a little bit easier for them.
You just needed to go max your way. Lose 4 rounds just to get the investment in for the operator.
Oh, right, yeah. We were talking about
That's
looks
the
maxing, now we're
नहीं,
eco
no.
maxing. We're lost bonus maxing as T1.
ओमन लेना चाहिए था. नहीं एस्ट्रा अच्छी है भाई. Claw better. True. I feel Claw is better than. But then Claw का फिर वो smoke वगैरह nerf कर दिया है. उसका smoke already बहुत. Claw का जब जिंदा रहते टाइम उसका smoke अगर buff कर दिया ना, तो Claw का बहुत less time तक रहता है. तो Claw VCT में pick होगी.
I mean, perhaps you look towards someone like Klaus, but it's Izu, of course. You're just going to push him back for now.
Yeah, nice little circle jump to be able to push him off of the line. Just good movement being showcased by Varel, who still has this C-long info line, courtesy of the op on LP. Now they're starting to clear grass, but you're getting a bit of a mobilization in the middle of the map from T1. Meteor under pressure, able to walk away scot-free.
Continuing clear out the back of B as well. Now you just kind of cement where the hits are coming from across, and Meteor is pretty much prepared. Sends out more flashes.
क्या बात है, पता नहीं कैसे तो round जीते ये लोग.
Walks towards their doom. Just Cinder. He does survive for the time being, but it goes down either way at the end.
Yeah, nicely done. T1 starting to pick up more and more momentum as we head deeper into this attacking side. It felt like Barrel was reading them very well, running them around the map, never really had bad rotations, but now the operator is starting to give them some more problems, and it's a little bit harder to get into these sites.
Lack of some flash utility. I mean, the only way
आ गई भाई वापस फॉर्म में T1 चैट. हाथ गरम होना था उनका बस.
I mean, just look at the rotations though. There's 4 on that site for T1 before they even really try to get that site here kicked off. So feels like if Varel don't get the right reads, the right rotations, pulled from the other side, things can be very difficult. Tack up over onto long there. The Phoenix spotted out on the A site is a change in setup from T1.
You don't see Izu
Bro,
anywhere
देखिए
near
वो
five,
recon
so
करने से अच्छा, just do this drone.
Able to get your way into sight, but it's a full retake setup from T1.
Yeah, given the site for free here.
जो long पे recon करते हैं ना कॉम्पी में सब लोग, जो 1 सेकंड में टूट जाता है.
Shut up, that's for info. If
Yeah, exactly. उससे अच्छा drone कर दो वो वाला अभी जो दिखाया उसने.
It's not that simple for T1 to break
You
through.
recon
Just a
long and you
sky
drone
flash
short.
tossed out for the time being. And with
Ready,
the
go.
trip not being broken towards the back, Varel just needs to focus
Oh,
towards the front.
what?
Still,
That
T1
gets him.
waterfall
Oh
out
my
from Heaven. They
God.
find 4, 5,
Yeah, now
all
tell me
down
what was the
at
point
the hands
of
of
the
Meteor
recon
and
if the
Gang.
whole team died?
He didn't even throw a single curveball, by the way. That was
Yeah.
भाई क्या
a
retake था?
superhero maneuver. He guiding lights into hell and jumps out by himself, and nobody kills him. And from there, the rest of T1 just flood out easily. Like that retake was way too easy. Look at this. This guy's Superman.
भाई क्या 3 जन कूदे पागलों जैसे.
And everyone from Varel starts
बंदर
to
retake.
Didn't even use his wall or his flashes to get back in there. That was so easy for T1. I think Meteor expected there to be a little bit more pushback. He's like, okay, they're going to go out Heaven. There's going to be a couple of trades, and then I'm going to have to start throwing some curveballs. He's like, oh,
Somnath bhai पंगे मत लो
He's
यार.
just hit 2
उसको just
blinders
block
there.
कर दो.
Back on into the site, and that's 3 in a row for T1. And I'm feeling much
Matter
less
मत
worried
करो
for them
यार
now.
सोमनाथ
It
भाई.
was a very poor start.
अरे सोमनाथ
but
भाई की गलती
indeed,
नहीं है,
you
वो
were
कुछ
correct,
भी लिख रहा है सामने
Quack. They
वाला.
have
अच्छा
lost
ऐसा यार है तो
bonus
time
max.
out दे दो
They're
ना यार.
3 rounds on defense.
I can't believe that's actually true. But this time
मुझे भी
out, of course,
बेकार
does
लगता
make
है
sense for
फर्स्ट
Varel.
रिकॉन करना
Definitely
जबकि
need
मैं
some
इनिशिएटर
more
एजेंट
push
नहीं
plan
खेलता,
protocols because
फिर
this
भी मेरे को बेकार लगता है.
currently
एग्जैक्टली.
isn't working out.
Well, the problem is their comp.
ठीक है, तो जब वहाँ पे कोई
if you
close बैठा
don't
होगा
get
और तुम
into
लोग
a
push करके
fully
मर
retaken
जाओगे,
site
तब क्या
without
करोगे फिर?
saving your relay bolt or the paranoia, you burn that on the execute, you actually don't have any utility to be able to hold the site. Maybe a trip or something like that, but that's where you need to play on the front foot, actually up in the face of T1. The problem is that's quite difficult against a comp with this many flashes. You've got both the sky and the curveballs coming at you with potentially a neon fast lane to cut up the site. It's actually a pretty annoying retake to play aggressively against.
Just all that conditioned into the rounds, and Varel need to find a way forward either way. Out for this one, just the pistols.
Deer, thank you for the 20!
I mean, this is dangerous
Thank
if
you.
Varel is feeling
Thank you,
like they're in
Deer.
their essential form. They
Slay,
were a
Deer.
great team with the pistols. Zexy is feeling very bold. Man has walked straight through the middle of the map. Klaus outside garage.
Eco आ गया है Varel का.
Applying a little bit
Hero
of
Vandal on
pressure.
Klaus.
It doesn't feel like T1 are shaken by it whatsoever. Everyone's still holding down to the same position. Just a little check here and there. Stacks. Doesn't see too much.
Zoplabbers!
Okay, still able to walk away with a dink. But suddenly it's Klaus into garage.
He has the hero rifle and he's feeling quite heroic at this point. Overdrive is online. He can potentially juggle that rifle to a teamate if he wants to continue up the pace with the ultimate. Out comes the neural theft. Zexy's got a timing,
Yup.
but he's made a meal of that Sheriff.
Oh, and now it's stopped for T1 to try to pick things up. Slight fumble. And
Whoa,
instantly
Cylinder.
still pushing forward. Cinder finding a frag, but now ultimately it's the spike that's irretrievable.
It's still winnable here.
What?
For Cinder, especially if
wait.
he's starting to pick up the pace. Very low on HP, should be cleaned up by Stacks, but
Bhai,
where's the trade?
2v1 आ गया
Easy
ये.
enough for LP to pick up the spikes. Trip goes down
But
inside a garage.
Zexy 1 HP
Simplify
है.
the post plant. In fact, he's got 2 trips, one on spawn side as well. Izu just got to complete this retake with an operator.
AJ Bolt, Phantom Lee from store with
Not gonna
Irving
be
Insight, Best Site and Best
an easy
Phantom
task. Hops across, still has the op trained into a
No!
singular spot, but
Bro,
a little bit
Izu
too
is
wide.
missing
LP
every single
completes
shot.
the thrifty for Varel.
I mean, that is very confident from LP, given that his teammate is in another postcode.
And low HP.
Just opts the swing out
Ved,
and
thank you
simplify
so much
that
for the
round.
huge
Great
100
opener from
on
Klaus
Super
there.
Chat, Ved. Harsh bhai, मैंने आज Bolt Phantom ली from store with your VP site, best site and best Phantom. अरे पाशा, congrats.
Mistake about
Store
it.
में आई Bolt.
Probably
Congrats,
one
bro.
of the worst tier 1
Big congrats to you.
in kickoff.
Happy
So,
for you, मेरे भाई.
Given the fact that they've kept him on the roster,
Thank you
you're
for the
gonna have to
huge
see a
100,
pretty
मेरे
big
भाई.
step up from this man in stage 1.
Bolt मेरे night market में आ जाए यार.
Now a quicker paced round straight on execute into the
हाँ,
Munchkin
Munchkin
across,
अगला
across,
चड्डी
across, and it's
था.
just not enough. Buzz will be able to find one back into it, but still, all the post plant
हाँ, bro.
utility is online.
Yeah, you do have to run it back as well.
What
The
the
Meteor's
hell
going to send it
वो
straight
जेट
out of
बस
garage.
ऐसे आया उसके
Paranoia
सामने.
in
Hi.
response, and Zexy's going to deal with the ultimate at least.
So far, so good. Still have Hunter's Fury and everything now
Ooh.
tossed into it. T1 start to scramble.
Bhai,
but they still wanna push
Izu,
through.
क्या
Klaus
miss कर-
locks it down towards the back of Link, and then it's just Meteor. Will be able to heal up for the timing,
ना,
but that's all he
Izu
can
आज
really
ऑफ
bet
छोड़
on.
देना चाहिए.
Just the shots outside of garage. It's too tough of a choke point. No angles, no vision.
Pushed away.
हमारी
and
VP की
running
side
back
कौन सी है?
doesn't have as
Exclamation
much
VP
impact
डालो.
as it had in the previous round. As I said, holding the Paranoia and Relay Bolt, some of the reactive utility makes such a big difference in the post plant. That Paranoia straight through garage to be able to deal with the run it back really helps Varel to be able to secure that round on the C site. And after a bit of a dry
Okay,
spell,
bye, Harsh, bye. मैं
Varel with a
इसमें
half
खेल
buy
रहा हूँ.
and a
किसके साथ गेम खेल रही हो?
Bye.
हाँ यार.
Have Izu back on the op though, but you can clearly see even
Munchkin
though in
bhai.
theory this comp does work out well for
भाई
retakes,
Izu
T1,
तो
of course,
सीट ये देखो. ये देखो.
if Varel pick up the pace, it makes things that much more difficult.
I mean,
Hey,
Munchkin is
yaar.
probably spewing that he's not on the Viper right now. I'm not gonna lie. He's been put on Astra on his signature map. That is, yeah, that is not probably where he wanted to be. Just quietly, by the way, Cinder is 10-4. This is maybe his best game in Pacific thus far.
Okay, calm down.
I'm being serious. He's pushed away under a lot of pressure and picked off after a cheeky TP and pop to the top box there. Zexy inside of the smoke could be a big problem here.
Just continuing to play around these chokes. Don't allow for T1 to set up. Don't let them go through with their
Whoa,
flashes. He
the
walks up
timing
behind
is
them,
crazy,
and there they
Zexy.
go. T1, even though they've made it kind of past choke point, it's still not going to be enough, but Zexy unfortunately will get caught. Buzz trying to gain some footing for T1 now in the retake.
Yeah, Munchkin throwing down a star onto the site. It's a nice open plant, and he's got an Odin LP. That is brutal on the spam. You are not defusing the spike. Half
Year
doesn't
bag
even
rahi hai.
come through,
Year
and Munchkin
bag rahi hai,
cleaned up
bhai.
as well. That's 3 in a row
This
for Varel.
is so disturbing.
Dusted, as far as we're concerned, Varel secured a lead in this first half. You got 2 more rounds to go.
They brought an Odin and a shotgun into a buy round there. Zexy
This is
with the
sad to
Bladestorm
watch.
active. I think, like, honestly, T1 did very well to clear that smoke out. I like their approach to the execute, well aware that there might be a disruptive kind of post plant on offer from Varel, who have already kind of not been able to deal with the flashes. You see Zexy dive up inside of the spawn smoke. Meteor throws down the hot hands and then tries to create an opening for them to come out spawn side. But just beautiful timing there from Zexy. Undoes all of that hard work.
Just not enough delay. It's all down to the retakes, and if retakes go south, then that's pretty much that.
I mean, the flash on front B hasn't worked once for Meteor. They've played around it very nicely. In fact, he's popped another shock dart there. LP's been watching the Brock VODs, I think. Just wants to be a menace on the Odin here. Spamming away through Garage, breaking the doors.
If you're T1, you're going to be a little bit more worried about pushing out.
I mean, they have to stay on the front foot here, though. They don't have a hard sentinel on this map. It is just the chamber. Once again, you do see left on his own on one side of the map, Izu. Well, Meteor has taken mid, so it's very obvious it's going to be an A finish, but can they proactively deal with the post plant when you have, once again, both the relay bolt and the paranoia online for Varel?
Doesn't feel like it's going to happen. It's all down to this choke again, and I don't think they're going to be able to waterfall the same exact way. Varel wise to it this time. All the crossfire set up towards the front. You got Sexy with a shorty out in hand. Flashes all tossed out towards T1. Does buy some time off the clock, but now it's the Outlaw. Zuna up to the top of heaven, and as T1 tries to step through, Buzz falls to his doom!
बेचारा बस भाई उसको हवे में शॉट पड़े शायद अरे माँ कसम
It's Sinner off to the classic left flicks away, Varel up to 8!
Just great adaptations from Varel. You see them holding the paranoia, holding the relay bolt, and playing so aggressively in the post plant. They are not letting T1 out of the choke points. You saw how easy it was when Stax is able to get out of heaven for free, but when you see, look at these positions for Varel.
बेचारा यार
He's in their spawn. You have a player
यार unlucky मेरे भाई.
They are just playing up on the front foot and never giving T1 any breathing room at all.
We've got the read. The download is complete. All that's left is this first half. So just sliding across for now. T1 trying to hold true to their positions.
Spam is quite connect on Buzz. Stax looking for information there. Guiding Light will confirm there's somebody outside of A, so he's not going to feel bold enough to go for the push, and LP will do, though.
Yeah. This is where things might start to unravel. LP, Lone Lurk, finds the kill and Neural Theft. He still survives almost by a hair. Meteor will take him out.
Wow.
But unfortunately, this is where everything goes wrong. The rotation, they abandon their positions. Allows for Varel to push up front, but still good recovery. As Izu snaps to top Buzz on
now,
the judge.
No 9-3,
more
chat.
kills,
No 9-3.
more rounds, and T1 still might have a say on this map.
Izu को finally last round में हाथ गरम हुआ.
Look from LP. T1 not quite getting run around the map as heavily as Varel was doing earlier on in that half. Able to hold down on C. When they have the rotations in the right position, they were doing very, very well, but Varel did a really good job of being quite tricky with the active lurks. Izu gets a lot of space out backside there, never even has to TP, and Buzz having some good impact there on the judge. So only 4 in the opening half there, but I feel like looking at T1's comp, it's going to get much scarier on the defense, actually.
You're right. All the flashes.
Yeah, double flashes and a chamber with a neon to boot. I mean, it's not going to be particularly easy to defend against. They do have the Cypher at least, though, and I think that that's going to be pretty big for Varel, have to say. No Sova on the opposing side. Nothing to really easily break the trips for T1. So I think
Askerosi भाई कौन सी टीम में है? वो है Asset Duel में.
First half from him. He gets the first half MVP, 300 ACS on the Sova, and he started beautifully. But I am.
T1 can't come back without your call. अरे ऐसे ही कर लेंगे. देखना अभी attack है ना बनता है.
Cinder in kickoff was just a non-factor, and this game he is frying them.
Every single, so far. And that's why I do think, even though we're talking about everything with T1 swapping over onto the attack with the composition that they have, you cannot write Varel out just yet. It's not just the scoreline, it's also their comp, the players coming in. They still have their options, they can still play retake just because of what they have.
अजमेर mix क्यों नहीं खेल रहा जा रहा VCT पे? Because he's not good.
South, it feels like everything goes along with it.
We'll see how T1 does approach this one. Big setup on the C side of the map with only LP with a short.
मेरे को तो mix जरा नहीं पसंद है.
On this A side, does have a
मजाक भी नहीं कर रहा.
Oh, well, Cypher trip across B, and he's just going to opt to play in short.
FNS की chat बोल रही है उसको कि IPL की watch party करने को.
Rotations there for Varel. They've left Cinder inside a garage. But it's a very slow round here for T1. Izu just looking for information, does have the TP for safety if he needs it.
T1 quite comfortable to just kind of go poking around.
रश भाई कल करेंगे वॉच पार्टी, आज नहीं. आज उनका इंटरनेट 5 घंटे के लिए चले गया है. Alright Izu, come on! 3 जन का हाइलो लगाया Izu के सामने. यार भगा Izu, यार भगा.
It's going to be pretty annoying for him. Buzz has put a lot of pressure on the front B here.
लोग को सुनाई दिया रहेगा.
Looking for some kind of reaction out of Varel.
नहीं, 4 जन है पे. They are going the wrong side.
Thinking about it. Still not going to budge though. They feel like something's right around the corners, and they are right. The Trailblazer will confirm, but LP has to hold on to his position. He unfortunately gets flushed out of the corners.
Okay, पीछे आ रहे.
Beginning to make their move. 30
time
seconds.
नहीं है.
Do they go to C?
Maybe Izu forced away. And you are going to see the pivot back towards
they know
the
it's
C
C now.
Cinder still has the paranoia in hand, but he's all on his lonesome. Heals coming on as T1 do pivot their way through the map. Will Varel beat them to the punch? Only 20 seconds on the clock.
Mix में क्या दिक्कत है? मैं जब भी mix खेला हूँ मैं बस kill नहीं लिया, उसे assist लिया.
Paranoia just right. It could work out even better. He's holding
हार गई T1 round. हार गई T1 round.
He's already in line.
Oh my god, इसके पास अभी भी blind है.
Cinder
okay, Munchkin, nice.
Unfortunately, position revealed. He still managed to get a kill. You just need one more. No! What is that flick? The Red Bull clutch up to 9.
Oh my
god!
God.
Sheriff in both pistols. And you can see exactly why this man is incredibly sharp. His first bullet accuracy over in Bangkok was something to behold. And that's a multi-frag in the Sheriff, on the Sheriff rather, in both pistols for Zuna to start things off well for Varel.
All he needed was the kill under the spike planter. But he got both.
No!
All 3 shots connecting. It's just about
और मेरे को लगता है वो ऐसे भी प्लान नहीं कर पाता. But insane, bhai! One side हरा रही है Varel.
They lost both pistols. I've had a decent string of rounds in that first half to look at after the first war from Varel, but that's where the good news ends. This is one of these punchier kind of executes. You're going to see LP just playing inside of his cages. He's a little gremlin with the judge.
And Neons can't do too much against that. Klaus has brought his own judge in as well, but okay, Meteor flashes out, Bandits in.
At what point do you start to get a little bit worried? Drone goes forward for Varel. You still have the Headhunter in play for Izu. Let's not forget about that.
Yeah, this is the point. I'm worried now.
They've got 2 shotguns in Spawn Quack.
Exactly. You might be able to flash them, but you can still left click away with the shotguns. Safe to say this round has gone horribly wrong.
2v1 still.
We'll try. He does have the Spectre, but ultimately his HP is way too low.
Yeah, he's cooked it. Izu and Munchkin just playing the spike. You can see that start.
Pull भी है भाई, निकाल लिए भाई, T1 नहीं है.
Onto the tap. Sindot playing outside of it. Does pick up Izu. Munchkin now looking for the right click to clean things up, and you can see Cinder was expecting the flank from Garage there. He didn't expect 2 towards
अब तक हारी नहीं है T1.
And T1.
मैं अभी भी बोलूँगा T1 is not out yet.
Watch how it happens again. I mean, it was all around these little cages and smokes where maybe the shotguns got a little bit too overheated.
Yeah, that is a play from LP. That is a play you're allowed to make in Valorant. I don't know if it's going to pay off against T1. That's the kind of thing that I feel like in the session, he probably would have killed the whole team.
Fair.
Yeah, this level of play, yeah, that's not
T1 glazer है तू.
Wish I knew what they said.
नहीं भाई. अभी गंदा खेल रही तो गंदा बोलता हूँ मैं. Glazer वीजर नहीं हूँ.
Buys up for T1, trying to close in on this gap, all hovering.
But मेरे को पता है वो लोग comeback कर लेंगे मेरे को लगता है यहाँ से.
On the judge, aggression front B there from Cinder, just trying to bait them into the shotgun of Zexy.
Emphasis on the word try.
I mean, Meteor is never really in a rush to go anywhere.
That's
he just likes to take his time, even on the Phoenix.
Even on the yes.
And actually, he has been left on the active lurk. It's not the Astra on the lurk, it is the Phoenix. Just sitting front B. You know, you can take Meteor off of a Sentinel, but you're not going to stop him playing like one.
Should not. Meanwhile, the rest of T1 will just continue.
Easy round!
Make sure Evan...
exactly. Possible है comeback, इसलिए मैं बोला बे.
Spike plant soon enough. Meteor still a pesky thorn in the side for Varel.
I mean, he's already got his run it back, so as far as he's concerned, job done. I said a 1 putt from Buzz to finish off Klaus, and it's all down to LP, who's really at this point. Doesn't want to really feed a Cosmic Divide over to Munchkin if he can avoid it, but Money hasn't built up yet for T1, so every pick that he gets with the Sheriff, it's going to be worth it this early in the half.
That's where problems could start to arise. I mean, same could be said somewhat for Varel. I'm still waiting to see if heavy investment is going to come in one of the upcoming rounds. But for now, I mean, T1, if they have their way with things, they're taking things this slow, it's going to expose some gaps here and there.
It's interesting that the stars, really, of Varel haven't got rolling. It's usually Klaus
Neon को nerf कर रहे हैं. अब तक तो nerf आया नहीं है, लेकिन करने दो वाले 100%.
On things like Abyss. They were quite comfortable with those
ओए
kind of
chat,
comps.
imagine Neon का जो stun है वो bounce होके ऊपर नहीं जाता. अभी सिर्फ एक ही है ऐसा top. बस.
Scoreboard Zuna's usually quite solid. I'm wondering if the duelists are going to start getting rolling on defense here, though. For Varel, T1 wrestle control of a lobby here.
Neon 3 jump से ज़्यादा jump नहीं मार सकती B-hop में उसके. ओह, craziest update क्या हो रहेगा मालूम? Neon का जो fuel है, fuel. Jump करने पे वो ज़्यादा fuel जाएगा. Oh shit.
Set up for retakes?
Yeah, and it's going to be difficult to retake into this, I'll tell you what. You have the drone and the paranoia. Klaus is going to have to make some space there. You see the pivot there of the death camp on the run it back. Meteor cleans out all of Spawn, but Munchkin with that plant does get the Cosmic, and that's going to make this retake a lot harder.
Might even want to
इसका judge.
save rather early on. You hear the judge, all the seekers all being sent out. I mean,
नहीं हो रहा
it's
retake
a lot
इनसे.
of heavy investment for T1 on this round.
They're not getting back in, Varel. I don't think there's any way.
Still gonna try though, but
वो बस
no, you're
city
just falling
push
into
कर दिया
doom.
भाई. अच्छा
They
नहीं
just-
उसने बस hold
They
किया.
literally just
Easy round.
jumped into the blender, to be honest.
अच्छा अभी भी जाता है क्या भागते वक्त वैसा jump करने पे?
At the end of the day, a lot of guns donated over there to T1. LP walks away with his life, and that's about where the good news ends. To be fair, T1 do invest a run it back and a Cosmic as well as Seekers in winning that
Fuel
gun
recharge
round.
नहीं होगा? नहीं
But
वो तो कुछ
when
ज़्यादा ही
you're
हो
gonna
जाएगा बे.
bankrupt the enemy team, that's well worth it.
For sure, especially when the scoreline is like this, you bring yourself closer to a tied up number.
Yeah,
Apart from that.
I mean, T1 is well and truly in it now.
I mean, the thing that I do
Neon
wanna
mains
see,
इतनी
like
मेहनत से इतनी skill सीखे और फिर इतना nerf आ जाएगा.
Zexy Klaus start to take more proactive
Super
space
chatting today
now, like,
only
what
for
Zexy
potato
did.
tie. Dear, thank you for the 40.
In that round,
तीन पोटैटो था ये भी VC में नहीं है भाई. अगर आपको उनका रिप्लाई चाहिए तो हैदराबाद की स्ट्रीम चल रही है उन पे
be
करो.
able to get back in, and we talked about the question of
टाइम आउट वेरल का चटी फट चुकी है वेरल
where did the flashes
की.
come from? Well, I can tell
We
you,
come back आ रहा है.
without
Come back आ रहा है
flashes,
bro.
that A retake is very
They're gonna
cursed.
come back.
You basically have
Oh
to be
my
able to
God,
fast lane your
chat.
way in, find a good paranoia timing. Your Neon
Look
has to
at
get the
that.
right entry back into the site,
Focus
or
कर
it's
ले.
not happening.
Thank you dear. Slay.
That's pretty much it.
फ्यूल सिर्फ kills करने पे रिचार्ज होना चाहिए.
For the upcoming rounds,
वैसा ही तो होता
after
है.
Coach
फ्यूल
TK9's,
kill करने पे ही
timeout
रिचार्ज
here.
होता है ना? If I'm not wrong.
They had a nice adjustment on the attacking side, I will say. After the timeout, they saved a lot more utility.
हाँ ये तो पक्का होगा कि जो 2 kill करने के बाद स्लाइड रिचार्ज होती है ना वो निकल जाएगा मेरे को लगता है.
I mean, I really think they need to either get the Neon or the Jet active onto a deep info line and stack the other site. The Cypher hasn't had much impact yet. It's mostly just been LP on a shotgun, either kind of donating himself or running out of the site because there's a run it back running at him.
Yeah. Well, Zexy is saving in this round. Apart from LP on the Hero Vandal, possibly to bring out an op on the
Yeah.
upcoming.
100% that's an op in round 18.
रामायण का ट्रेलर देखा यार
Hold those
बहुत
info lines
ब्यूटीफुल
maybe
है.
up around A long, but for now, T1 back into it. You've got Izu on the outlaw as well. I mean, he's going to try to farm up close to the toward the force.
Yep.
Let's go Izu hitting shots. Eco round है वैसे वेरल का.
Now for Varel and
ये
a
हो
free
जाएगा
side
9-all.
on the cards. You can see how tentative they are. Buzz goes in first, followed up by the Trailblazer. Very much not trying to get caught off guard by any cheeky off angles or shotguns.
Watch this from Munchkin as well.
He's not done buying guns. He's still deciding.
Shopping here and there. We're shopping for alt points now as he crouches down. Unfortunately, does get taken out.
Neon का stun बस एक ही होगा no bounce. हाँ मैं भी वही बोला. Stun recharge होगा and slide will be a buy ability.
Incites the rest of T1 to continue pushing up and ooh, Buzz, chill.
नहीं stun recharge will be overpowered bro.
Hey, I mean, it's the big brother treatment. You get the tag out for Izu. As you said, getting closer and closer to a 2 at a force.
Buzz भड़क गया.
Not quite stunned up there by Buzz, who was a little scared to be peeking it with aim like that. That's exactly why you won't want to be. And the last two players definitely going down to the spike one way or another. Zuna does very well on the exits there.
Oh my god, Zuna!
It takes every gun away from T1.
Oh my god. Despite the scoreline, I'm still fired up for Zuna.
I mean, Zuna's crazy. Great to see his potential fully showcased. He didn't have that many moments in kickoff. I mean, to be fair, Barrel didn't.
Yeah. He was the, I think, biggest stat performer for the team then. So still is, which is nice to see. But upcoming round, this is what we want. Surely the op brought out. There we go.
Indeed. Op on the attacking side as well, though, and it's going to be back-to-back rounds where the op will be brought out on the attacking side because Easy's got the 2 of the force next round, one way or another. Meteor active in the middle of the map. Nice off angle from Klaus with a trip to back him up here. It's going to be a trailblazer into Garage.
Really breaks it. Tries to delay as much as possible, but you can't stop Buzz. Cinder will come back through, though. Just try to stop and hold. LP trying to play around the angles, but gets caught instead.
He's been trying to be so aggressive on these off angles, and time again, he's been punished by
Crazy entry fragging. Suna का ult है. Is he gonna commit it? 3v4 है. उसने ult नहीं किया है. Okay, Zexy के पास ult है. Op है.
I mean, you try to retake this with an op.
They are not going for it. It is 9-all. Oh my god, we gotta come back, baby.
It feels like you just gotta try to read where T1 wants to end up, but they can end anywhere so fast.
ये comeback कौन सा है? 9-4 comeback है chat. Oh my god. 5 rounds back to back for T1. That's crazy.
That should be the hardest thing for you to approach for T1 against this comp. You have nothing to deal with Cypher trips really, unless you have a run it back, for example. And to be fair, one of the Cypher trips did get a kill that round in Garage, but in terms of actually holding the site, the Cypher has been terrible.
अभी T1 के भी shots connect हो रहे तो that's good.
I feel like LP a lot of the time isn't really playing off of his setup that much. Like traditionally, you'll have the Cypher or someone else sitting in the back of the site.
अबे खेला तो वो अपने setup पे भाई.
Attacks into you.
उसने ही तो trade लिया.
Or you have a specific setup with your kill trips to play around that. Half these rounds, LP, like this round for example, look how deep he is on an off angle. Like, he's playing in the open on the C side. That's the swing he took with the cage up on main. I don't mind that. Honestly, it's kind of GenG-esque. It's like what they used to do. They put the Viper orb up, and then you'd have Munchkin or like Foxy9, for example, playing on an off angle, and you swing Garage side. It can work for you. Unfortunately, he's been trying
दो judge खेल रहे हैं, लेकिन A पे कोई नहीं खेल रहा.
This game, and it hasn't worked.
Especially when it's, full force of T1 running against you. Now we do have the double judge, though. Curious to see how that pays off.
I mean, they had 3 rifles brought in from that last round, so I don't mind the approach of mixing a couple shotguns in full stack on this A site.
Okay.
The rest of the map is being held by some string and some tape here.
String by the tripwire.
Yeah,
I see what you mean.
Of LP. Drone goes through A lobby and sees nothing. That is going to be the biggest false sense of security here for Varel. Do they trust their stack?
Does T1 sniff anything? I think they do.
Seems sus, that's for sure.
Hear the neon, they're like, we want none of that.
भाई लोग rotate कर गए बे.
How much Varel have rotated in this round based off nothing.
Oh, उसने A check कर लिया.
This is just mind games.
A lobby check कर लिया. Easy को पता है उसने A lobby TP किया था. Oh, ये double fake होने वाला है.
Now you start to piece it together.
अगर Phoenix से fake करता है ना अभी, तो that will be so good. Never mind.
I mean, again, this is LP by
Oh yeah, it is a double fake.
On the site, really.
Buzz is faking C.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen that movie before.
He's up against Neon. He's trying to call it to the team, and he only hears one guy.
Nah, but Varel ने बहुत अच्छा read किया.
Should help out. The rest of the team still hovering around A site, and they're trying to slow it down as much as possible. Look up to the top of the screen. There's only 15 seconds left, and it just might have worked out. Meteor, though, stacks. They managed to cross safely.
Heaven पे बंदा है. Oh, he'll get him. Oh, shit.
Let's go. On towards it still, though. Meteor will continue
to
put his feet down, but as soon as the time goes down, he kind of knows it's all done and dusted. Just down to it, trying to take those guns away, but Klaus manages to hop away scot-free.
I mean, Varel does very well to hold their nerve there. Big flake being sold. Buzz, honestly, I felt like he was an excellent salesman. I was buying into it. Varel was not buying, though.
बहुत diabolical round था भाई, बहुत diabolical round था. Varel ने बहुत अच्छा read किया, उन्होंने rotate ही नहीं किया.
Noise as possible. Smoke's thrown in that direction as well. LP cleans him up, and I think the neural theft does a very good job to confirm Varel's suspicions. But still, The ball
Like
to
the
just
stream,
sit
subscribe
3 on A
if
there.
you're
With
new.
all of the map pressure.
I have to imagine that's a bit of LP's work as well.
I saw a similar round to that in challenges recently, actually.
Yeah,
it was a
SCA.
motive round where
The
they
Thanks
worked the
you.
whole
Thank you
map on
so
this
much for
map.
the 40
I believe they
rupees.
took,
Please suggest
like,
a
garage
good
control,
IEM
they
under
pressured, like,
2K.
one side of the map,
Love you,
and the other
bhai.
team just didn't rotate. And
Good
that's what
IEM
that
under
round felt
2K.
like. It's like,
Exclamation
oh,
IEM डालो वो वाली
I'm
मेरी
taking
उससे
the
around
side.
मिलती है.
Please
मैंने वही एक
rotate,
use
man.
किया
The other
IEM
team's
and
like,
that
oh,
is
here?
good.
Oh, what?
Thank you so much Diptanshu bhai for the 40 rupees.
Sometimes, but either way now.
जरूर
with
check
the
out
score
करना
like
भाई वो.
this close,
It is
T1
good.
smell a possibility and bringing it through and through. They're going to call in a timeout. Final one possible.
They have a run it back to work with. That definitely helps. Can simplify some of these attacking rounds and just give you a pretty straightforward approach.
Is that guy asleep?
Yeah.
Brother.
I think he fell asleep in the GenG game.
Nobody woke him up.
he woke up, he's like, hang on. This is a different Korean team.
God, no way.
It's like Munchkin, Meteor.
Somebody.
It's still GenG, right?
Somebody wake him up. And Ace is going to happen. He's gonna explode.
Well. Oh, aggression there from
Agla
Klaus. Traded by Munchkin.
Meteor!
Meteor's gone down, so no run it back on the
Uska
attacking
alta.
side. You do have the 2 to force in play from Izu, though.
IEM मतलब in-ear monitors.
He'd love
Earphone
someone
होते
to
हैं.
peek him. So far, Varel not really giving them much. This is a cheeky off angle. I have not seen
IEM
an
के साथ
overplay
DAC लेना
knock
जरूरी
here
है.
ever.
अगर तुमको थोड़ा
Flash off the
loud
line, though,
और
is Cinder,
clear
and under a
sound
lot of
चाहिए
pressure.
तो
He's taken a
बाकी
long
जरूरी
time
नहीं
to
होता.
TP.
Oh,
Wow.
but he still gets his gun at the ready.
Oh बे ये लोग मारने लग गए bro. ये लोग मारने लग गए. What?
As well, and all of a sudden it's just
क्या
Izu
back and
alone
forth
trying
game
to
है?
dodge those beams. Brings back out
What?
the court of
Oh
force,
my
but
God.
he's completely
वो
surrounded.
flash dodge कर
Quite
रहा था.
worried about the flank. Zexy's just gonna toy with him as much as possible.
Bro
for
wait.
LP
Varel
to
के
creep
पास
up.
कोई
What?
flasher
Who is
नहीं
this
है.
guy? Is this the same guy from Kickoff?
Nah, dude.
In the off-season, Cinder has gone into the hyperbolic time chamber. The amount of aim prac that this guy has done is immense.
He's got weights on his wrist.
He's taking the gloves off this game for sure.
Yeah, and when those gloves hit the ground, it's just going to cause like a huge earthquake. That's how hard he's been training.
Well, Izu scanned up by the dart, flanked by LP. Another round for Varel, back-to-back rounds on the defense, post-timeout for T1. It felt like they read that round very well, to be honest. It was 1-for-1 early on, and to be honest, if they, in the timeout, had a game plan that revolved around the run it back, then I'm sure they would have had to pivot in the mid-round. But there's no way that you should be really having this much problem trading out an Omen in that position.
He's shocked. He's stunned.
Yeah.
Legit. If Cinder got taken out, this round would not have gone this way.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, like, the spacing looks horrible there.
क्या तो भी बोल रहे.
That's kind of just
आज बनता है अगर वैलो 3rd% हो गया तो मजा आ जाएगा फिर तो. TP भी लेंगे सब. Jiggle jiggle. Both rounds were crazy, yeah. ये वाले राउंड में तो सोलो पॉप ऑफ था भाई.
I think 9 times out of 10
Cinder
you're
का.
probably thinking, well, T1's just rolled him and won the round. But that is just some individual brilliance from Cinder.
Not much you can do about that. Cracked Koreans. Either way, though, it's going to be back-to-back timeouts. Pilski feels as though the situation's getting more dire by the second.
कल और परसों भी वॉच पार्टीज होंगी. वाह.
Just T1's map pick.
Gaming भी करेंगे अपन.
Looking to pinch it here in a moment. Starting to run out of money on this attacking side. Still do have the run it back, so if they had some kind of plan to utilize that ultimate in a round previous, I dare say they want to get it used. It's very frustrating to be in the coaching booth and not watch your players use ultimates. That's something that T1 would never do, right?
Or
they've never done that before.
Parties. Yeah.
I've never seen T1 not use their ultimates.
Right here.
Well,
Scanning ahead.
either way, you lose this, it's up to map point for Varel. T1 need to pull something out. And there they go.
Finally.
I mean, bold from
Chat,
Klaus.
लेकिन
I respect it.
I'm
He's
sorry
done
to
that
say,
exact same
इस
YP
मैप के
in
बाद
the last
I
round.
have to go.
This time, not so good.
मुझे
He's
बाहर
the runner
जाने का
back
है.
straight through the middle of the map though. LP
इस मैप के
gives
बाद
a
मैं
little
गायब
bit
हो
of a
जाऊंगा.
jiggle. He's not interested. Stax is getting the plant down in the meanwhile, and T1 are digging their heels in. Buzz has been left on the back of the site.
Theoretically the correct play, but we go back into it. What's the retake gonna look like? You can't take out Buzz. Buzz actually slides up front. You make it a trade.
निकाल लिए
Suddenly,
round,
he
भाई.
comes back in to take the place of Buzz, and then we have
Ay,
a huge
ay,
problem
ay,
as he
Meteor
spins
with the
around,
pop
swiveled
off.
onto a tap headshot. Just Cinder outside of garage, and he's been pinned down.
तू जा रहा है. अबे
That's
टिकट
gonna
बुक
be
कर लिए
T1
भाई.
up to 10 and 11.
पिक्चर देखने जा रहे हैं.
Coach of T1 has just called that timeout and said, guys, remember that play we
अतर बताए कि वो 21 रुपीस ऑन गूगल पे. आज तुम्हारे बिना देखा जी का मैच. क्या बढ़िया खेले. तुम तो जिंक्स कर देते. ओए ऐसे मत बोल यार. Hey bro, love your content. Can you please tell me how to follow VCT? Just watch the games, bro. और देखते देखते ही आपकी एक फेवरेट टीम बनेगी. आप देखते रहोगे तो आपको समझेगा. So basically अभी स्टेज चल रहा है, ठीक है. तो ये लीग है, तो हर रीजन की अलग अलग लीग्स होती है. तो हर लीग में से टॉप 3 टीम सिलेक्ट होके एक वर्ल्ड इंटरनेशनल टूर्नामेंट में जाती है, जिसका नाम होता है मास्टर्स. तो 2 लीग्स होती है, 2 मास्टर्स होते हैं, एंड उसके बाद में फाइनल एक बहुत बड़ी वर्ल्ड चैंपियनशिप होती है, जो वैलोरेंट का मेजर टूर्नामेंट है. उसको बोलते हैं चैंपियंस.
But we've seen this setup from Veral again before. You mentioned, you know, sticks and tape.
दोपहर के गर्मी में क्यों किए? अबे 6:15 का शो है.
Playing off the trips a little bit more. There isn't a trip on front B. Once again,
मेरे को खाना भी खाना, मैं खाया नहीं खाया ना.
There is a trip inside a garage. Needs to be.
वो जाने भी टाइम लगेगा मेरे को.
Trying with the counter spam but not connecting.
Wow.
Stunned himself. So that's not ideal.
It's just LP around C. Suna's not going to move. T1 still trying to bait more out towards the C side.
Yeah, they creep back into C here. LP on his lonesome with the judge on the backside of the C site. See how proactive he's going to be. I mean, it's going to be a suicide mission from him one way or another. The only question is how successful it will be.
Feels as though T1 should be able to anticipate it. They've seen him play this position again and again. So up around the cages, they suspect something around the corner. They still hop into it though. Suicide mission complete. You walk away with 1. At the same time, T1 managed to gain control over the site. Klaus trying to toy around it, will be able to slide forward, but no one is here to follow up. Cinder actually arrives. The spike is down on the ground.
Bro, I was so lost this round.
Planted. Meanwhile, Suna out from the back garage. Cinder just to toy around with it from the shadows onto site itself. Buzz not cracking under the pressure just yet.
Oh.
He will hop back in across.
Oh my god! Zexy क्या miss किया है?
Ever Buzz. Still ever
missed the
veteran.
round.
I thought I only saw that in my rank
How
days.
did he miss
Zexy
that?
whips every single knife on the blade storm and is left jumping around like a goose with the classic.
Not from Zexy.
No. Anybody but him. Usually
Bro,
incredibly
he
sharp on
whiffed
one of
it
his
so
signature
bad.
agents of the
उसके पास
jet.
3 ही शायद
To be
knives
fair,
थे.
he did use 2 knives to the body there, so he only had so many. There it is. That's
Oh,
the last
एक ही
knife.
था?
And then he
Bro,
pops
उसके
out
पास
the
एक ही
short
knife था बेचारे के पास.
dodge of that rage.
वो जेट के बाजू वाले ने
And I
हगा.
think the second player to trade him there was LP with the judge. So that's 2
Bro, ये
players
OT
trying
जा
to
रहा है
run
क्या?
him with shotguns.
पाव ग्लिप्स देख के जाना जेनिक्स नाम से. Alright, Hiroshi, thank you for the party.
Winner might take all.
Overdrive is there from Klaus. I'm surprised he
वो
hasn't
ये तो
given someone else
नोबा
a
आ गया
hero
वैरल
candle
का.
because
Oh, they had to play it for
overdrive on
OT.
the Neon is a rifle in its own right.
But अगर ये thrifty जीत गए ना भाई वैरल तो फिर शॉट है.
Into a site for
तो
free
फिर
here.
इनको बहुत मारना
It's a
चाहिए.
trip in play. LP playing inside of his cage once again, does deal with the Trailblazer, but caught there by the spam, by the relay bolt. It's again
बेचारा
another
मौली के बाहर आया
unsuccessful
मारने.
suicide mission from the Cypher with a shotgun, and the rest of Barrel aren't doing much on the flood either.
Yeah, this is not how you kind of want to have this round go.
Yeah, maybe not. Yeah,
no,
yeah, not really. Credit to T1 though. They're just simplifying, really. You know, they're taking their time, working together as a unit.
मैं अकेला member लग रहा हूँ chat में और लोग कहाँ हैं? Show गए.
And they have media to follow up if needed.
Unfortunately, sometimes that's the case, you know. Rookies
Oh!
brought this game up this far, but up to this point, that's where you start to really
LP ने हर
feel
round throw किया
the
jet से.
shakiness in the defense. They
ऐसा?
start to peak a little bit early.
Yeah.
How's the money look?
I mean,
Triple judge?
Triple judge?
Do you think there will be any
If there was gonna
buffs
be
for
anything to
Jet?
do, it'd be
No.
Barrel. They love their shotguns, these guys. Klaus once again does have the overdrive to follow up, so he's not.
कास्टस बोल रहा है LP ने setup अच्छा नहीं लगाया
bound
उसका.
by the judge this round. They are backing the judges though. Run it back is in play for Meteor. You once again have the Cosmic. If T1 walk into a site for free and put the Cosmic down against a triple judge, that's going to be it. That's going to be it.
I can see they're definitely considering that fact. And we'll start things up. You do have a deep trip though, and it's quickly dealt with. Oh no, L.
Bro, वो off से spam हुआ है.
Come on, Klaus.
That's a GG.
Surely you've got something. He pops the
Unless
overdrive
Klaus.
and he just goes in Hail Mary fully on towards Meteor's run it back.
Oh, Cinder को एक spam में मिला है. Oh, we going OT chat.
Good enough of a stop for
Stacks 1 HP है.
Could definitely be on for OT here. The Cosmic has kind of just turned C-Log into a bit of a shooting gallery. Drone goes forward, confirms that T1 is still hanging around here.
We playing a TDM on Drift?
Yeah, 1v1 in mid. It's literally every TDM map.
Well, not for long. Back into Garage. Varel starting to consider the fact that T1 might have rotated off elsewhere. Zexi's on an exploration mission.
He's walked down the middle of the map. Cinder once again has to stand and deliver. Klaus very close by, has the fast lane to break up the push. Whiff shot. Cinder has got to.
Bro, Cinder बचाने का try किया, but Izu saving it,
Izu
bro.
with just the headhunter, and that's possibly all it took. Now you got the trademark towards the back. Zexi's efforts have completely been thrown aside. It's just Suna, and he has to deliver. Otherwise, this is done.
Cloudburst starts getting past the trademark though. RT1 going to be ready for the flank.
I think they're quite aware. Izu is even on the cards for an ace. Op shots,
saving the game.
And that's all he needed. Despite Sparrow's best efforts, it's now on to Zexy, the young duelist. Heavy responsibility, and it's a huge choke point as well. Izu trains it down. Swaps to the headhunter.
No time on him.
Still trying. He's running out of time though.
Bichara,
That's
yaar.
where it ends. Munchkin.
Bro, what a nice performance from Varel.
Complete the entire map.
I mean, that is a sloppy game from T1.
भाई इजू बचाया. इजू बचाया. अभी इन लोग का हाथ गर्म हो गया. पर्ल पे येड भगा देंगे देखना. पर्ल पे T1 is gonna kill it, bro.
They are still able to come away with wins, and if they warm up, they start to hit their stride.
आजा भाई बता तेरा क्लिप. अबे तेरा रैंक तो पता है यार मेरे को. आवाज क्यों नहीं है? नाइस. उमन उधर टीपी किया. ओ इसमें आवाज है. नाइस.
पीछे से आएगा, पीछे से आएगा.
नाइस.
ये लोग इजी बोलते होंगे, क्या बोलते हैं?
Nice spawn.
Last player standing.
120.
Remaining.
Nice. Side. जल्दी जा.
वाह कसम. अबे उसका सही में क्राउच बाइंडेड है बे. अच्छा मारा. Bronze, I feel. Peak must be silver and current is bronze. पाशा. दोस्तों अगला गेम आप लोग अगर देखना चाहते हो तो आप लोग देख सकते हो, लेकिन मैं अभी चल देता हूँ फिलहाल के लिए. आई एम लिविंग राइट नाउ. ठीक है, तो लाइक शेयर सब्सक्राइब जरूर करना. कल पूरी वॉच पार्टी 100% होगी. 1.3 के लाइक से करीब है हम लोग, तो लाइक शेयर सब्सक्राइब जरूर करना भाइयों. एक्सक्लेमेशन इंस्टा पे फॉलो जरूर करना. और कल पूरी वॉच पार्टी होगी. कल बहुत क्रेजी मैच है. पेपर एक्स वर्सेस नोंगशिम होने वाला है कल. सो इट्स गोइंग टू बी फन. एंड कल वैलो भी खेलने का ट्राई करेंगे अपन. ऑलराइट, थैंक यू सो मच फॉर वॉचिंग. पीस आउट. लव यू ऑल. टेक केयर. सी या.